I need to ask them why they...
Is So Ill a company?
Yeah, and they're based here in St. Louis. They actually have their headquarters now in the Hill, and a really cool old building down there, and it's very...
So you want to
very
climb
awesome.
a wall at a place called So Ill?
It's huge,
Okay.
the big wall.
That's
and
very cheap.
I need, because also it's about working out, so if I can get myself... I can complete that. That's a big goal, to ring the little bell up there, and that's a workout.
All right.
I'd love to do that with you. Climb a rock wall.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Next.
So someone says the Bass Pro guy has a golf course, his own golf course in Branson.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
it
you
does. It's expensive as hell.
very
Is that the
nice.
top of the rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a par
Here's a
3
couple.
19th hole. You win $1,000 if you hole it out.
Huh.
That'd be wild.
Pretty awesome.
All right, next, which that one's very doable. I'm sure we have people in the rock climbing biz. Get a key to the city of STL or of equal or lesser value, Overland.
Oh, the Overland.
City of Overland.
I think
that would be
very
huge.
doable.
Yes.
I think
If
I'd take both,
If we
but-
start a letter writing campaign,
yeah, man.
Okay.
I think we can get you the
if
key
there's
to Overland.
anybody in
Huge.
in Overland government listening, dude, this man is an ambassador.
Yes.
He is.
An ambassador
He's
to
in your
Overland.
parade.
I mean, if anybody's deserving of a key to the city of Overland, it's this man to my
Thank you.
left.
Are you going to give a speech once you receive the key?
I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works.
I just
Love
know that
that.
the key is important, and
I think
would
they,
love that.
they
Good morning, everybody. Here we are, and we are live. That's right. We all came in because I think some of us actually went to bed early last night.
No.
Why?
No, you stayed up?
I stayed up, guys. I'm still awake from last night's
Oh, nice.
experience. Yeah. I was just
I mean,
bonging jalapeno poppers until like
Yeah, you
4
and Tim
a.m.
were getting after it.
We were.
Guys did so much cocaine last night at the
So
party.
much cocaine at our hotel party. Because we stay at hotels during the Super
Yep.
Bowl.
That's,
yeah.
you guys, that's
So
your
we
thing.
can lose our minds.
Did so much cocaine. You're going to be up for the next 4 days.
Yep.
Good times.
Here it is.
Hey, that's what Super Bowl Sunday is all about. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes.
Bales of cocaine.
A
Yeah.
lot of it. Welcome back, King Scott, buddy.
Thank
Good to
you.
see ya.
Feels good to be back.
I'm back.
Oh,
So
that
you
was
got two
nice. I'll take that.
Half-ass clap.
That's the most I've had in a while.
You
Oh, there we go. That feels
You got
better.
that. Moon, feeling good?
Oh, I'm just bummed about yesterday.
What happened?
Oh, knock it off. But I feel good other than that. It was
Other
a
than
late
what?
night. I had to do a palate cleanser and watch a French movie, but
That's so Moon.
it did help.
Oh, you had a French.
I had to watch
I
something in
shut the game
subtitles.
off, and we watched a French flick.
Chocolat.
Well,
Yep, yes.
No,
Oh, you watched the chocolat?
no. There's a new Count of Monte Cristo that's in French, and we had watched half of it the night before.
So fire.
It hit the 2-minute mark, and my wife goes, "Oh God, they stopped the clock again."
Oh,
And I
Lord.
go, "Yeah, it's 2-minute warning." Stops the clock. She goes, "Let's just go to Count of Monte Cristo." And I went, I'm with
Wait, so
you.
you
You
watched,
guys are totally made for each other.
you
in a way
watched
that
a
is bizarre.
French.
Hey, don't tell me what happened
French-
because I T-voted. I'm gonna
Oh, the
watch-
game?
Oh, you
Yeah, I'm
want
gonna
to
watch the game when I
torture
get off
yourself
work. Can't
more?
wait, dude.
We
I'm
don't want you to
excited.
watch it.
Chiefs are gonna roll. I have a feeling.
Feeling that three-peat, huh?
Yeah, I feel like honestly, I'm ready to bet about 10 grand on it right now.
I think it's smart.
Who's in? Who wants to take that bet?
Wait, I just want to say that Moon, you purchased a French version of the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, it came out last week.
Crisco, that's right.
Crisco. That's the American
Crisco.
version.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, well,
Jelly roll is the Count of Monte Cristo.
we came across it. We were talking about it on the show or something because it was like the first 96 or 98% on Rotten Tomatoes for the year, and I was like, a new Count of Monte Cristo. Of course, it's in French, so but it was 98%. So
I'll bet you
went
if they're
for it.
monitoring who's downloading the movies, they go, oh my God, we got one in Missouri.
It's- yeah,
Actually, one in
We
Missouri.
got one.
the day it came out.
They're perplexed by it.
I've
the
been
French
waiting
are
for a month.
perplexed.
And then one person, and another person does want a refund because they thought it was the Count of Monte Cristo.
Right. They thought it was a cooking show.
If you're okay reading your
Paula
TV,
Dean isn't into
That's the
this.
porno version.
Now it's Paula Dino's.
it's one of the it's definitely one of the best versions, and it's one of the best movies I've seen in 10 years.
Huh.
There is someone in
incredible.
France, though, clocking you like, oh, we have another bot in Missouri. I can't believe anyone in Missouri would ever be interested in a French film. This is out of control, Jacques.
No, the wife and I did watch a movie on Friday night. We watched the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
Great movie.
You liked it?
Absolutely loved it.
It's good.
Absolutely 100% loved it.
That tripping scene, the drug scene,
Yeah.
is hysterical.
When he's looking at him in the convertible, he looks so cute. It's
Did
so
you all
high.
see it? Everybody saw it?
Yeah.
Scott, did you see it?
I have not seen it.
Oh, dude,
oh,
it's so
it's
good.
right up your alley.
It is
No,
right
I
up
need
your
to watch
alley.
it.
Nick Cage is great.
Well, we were so Friday was my wife's birthday, and my daughter had a friend staying over. My son was being a pain in the ass. I guess the PlayStation Network was down,
Bummer.
and he was being like, "I don't know what to do with myself."
They get upset when stuff like that happens.
When technology breaks.
Yeah.
So I said to my wife, "I'm like, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of. We were gonna go see the Bob Dylan movie,
Oh yeah, with Timothy Chalamet.
Complete Unknown. We were gonna go to the theater to see that,
Sweet.
and we looked at each other and we went,
We don't want to leave.
We don't want to leave the house.
do that.
It's a whole thing.
Get those kids to get out of the basement, right? Is that where you watch
No, we watched it upstairs.
in the bedroom? Right on.
No, we watched it in the living room.
Oh, right on.
Right on. All right. All right.
So
And
hot.
no, we were trying to figure out what movie. Like, let's stay home. We'll watch a movie just ourselves. Okay. It's nothing's exciting. What is exciting? What's out that's like, all right, you and Tim are going to be like watching a movie. Is there anything like right now they go, let's stream this?
No,
Like movie wise.
no. We also saw a movie Friday and we did leave our house. That was exciting to us. Nothing at
Well,
home
I
was
know where
exciting.
you went.
Yeah. Go on with your story though.
But is there an exciting movie besides a French version of the Count of
What
Monte
was
Cristo?
the French version of the Fast and Furious series? You got to watch that. It's pretty awesome.
Paris
Le
Drift.
Fast,
Le
Le
Fast.
Furious.
Le Paris Drift.
No.
The Renaults
That's where Vin
driving
Diesel
around.
drives up the Eiffel Tower. So cool.
No, and I know we talk about movies all the time, but whenever it comes down to actually watching a movie, I always forget like what we talked about.
Oh really?
I always forget. I got to start writing stuff down.
The Notebook. You should have watched it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
no.
It just came to Max again, I think.
And God love my wife. It was her birthday. And I said, what do you want to watch? And she goes, I have no idea. And if she would have recommended The Notebook, thank God she didn't.
You would have had to have
I
said
I would have
yes.
had to have seen it.
I
I
don't
would have
think Neil's
deferred.
likes
I
the
would have
birthday.
deferred to the birthday girl.
Right.
But and you go onto the websites and go, what's the best streaming movie right now? And you're going through all these lists and different websites. Does everybody do the same thing?
No.
You
I
don't?
I look at what's trending in the top, like if you go to Netflix, like what are the top 10?
But you know what, though? I feel like if I do that, that's what they want me to watch.
Okay, but so
And
are
I'm not
all of the
playing-
websites you're
I'm not
looking at.
playing that game.
Okay.
I feel like Netflix is pushing, they want me to watch something for a reason.
Hey, everybody's got their thing.
You never pre-surf? Like if I'm if we like killed a show or something, or we finished a movie, or I'm even just like waiting to fall asleep, I'll kind of look at what's coming and see some of the trailers, and you hit the little boop add to watch list.
Yeah.
And then
I should take advantage of that.
and then when you're looking for something to fill a gap, you kind of go through your watch list
Yeah, your
on
queue.
what you kind of pre-saved
That's
that's
what we
now
do.
available. Yeah.
Well,
You
also,
have backups.
that Unbearable Weight movie, came up on a couple lists. And I go, all right. And it's 2022. So the movie's almost 2-3 years old.
Yeah, it's probably cycled through 2 or 3 different streaming services.
So I'm like, let's watch this. Let's put the trailer on, see what you think. She goes, all right, this seems good. And, I'm crossing my fingers. I'm like, oh, please let this be a good movie. I don't want, it's a birthday girl.
Yeah. Well, it is kind of like a date night movie.
Yeah.
It was a great date night movie.
It's a perfect energy for that mindset.
It was great.
Yeah.
And I looked over every once in a while and she's smiling, she's laughing.
Good. Oh, this is
Laughing,
exciting.
smiling.
So it's one I need to watch with the wife then.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's
Great.
it's a good little date.
Great.
Okay.
Hold hands during
Cannot
We will.
recommend enough.
Yeah, that's good.
I had a very nice weekend. So it was, my wife's birthday on Friday. We went out to a very nice dinner on Saturday. Yesterday was, a Super Bowl party that we attended.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are.
Did you take a big sandwich? What'd you take?
I didn't. I was in charge of dips. I brought 4 different dips.
Very good.
Yeah.
That was the right thing. Which dip went over the best?
Well, let me tell you. So we did a French onion. We did a dill dip. brought some hummus, and I made a taco dip. Now, Rafe, I know you had sent over your mom's taco dip recipe.
Yeah, I sent it to a listener. A couple listeners emailed in. I sent it to them. You didn't make that, though. It didn't look the same.
No, it was basically the same, except I didn't use ground beef. But, man, I nailed it.
Did you?
Nice.
Oh, man.
It's good.
Man.
Man, I know.
Dude. Never made a taco dip before. Started with a layer of refried beans. Excuse me.
I'm sorry. That's just what the sound effect is.
Refried beans. And I whipped them up. I actually took a hand mixer and whipped them. Put a little taco seasoning in the refried beans and start with a layer of that.
Fancy.
Then I'm trying to be somewhat healthy. So I did a layer of not sour cream, but Greek yogurt.
Whoa.
This is a different you.
With a jar of salsa.
Rizz.
Yeah, that's our substitute.
With a jar of salt. You couldn't tell the difference. My daughter was very upset at me.
Because she saw you do it?
She's like, where's the sour cream?
Sour cream queen.
I go, you weigh 3 pounds. I'm like, I weigh 300 pounds. Daddy wants to be around for another couple of years, you know? Dad's got his blood is all sour cream.
It's very thick. It's like jelly.
So, yeah, a layer of Greek yogurt, which, again, you couldn't tell. If I told you it was sour cream, you'd have thought it was sour
Sure.
cream. More taco seasoning and a jar of salsa in there. And cream cheese.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay.
That's what I was getting ready to ask.
Yeah.
We gotta have some fun. Come
Wait,
on.
you had Philadelphia?
Yeah, Philadelphia cream cheese.
Yeah, do not go
They
off
don't make a Kansas City one.
However, I mean, it was Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just saying, lots of witchcraft was going into yesterday. Lots of things people could have done off-brand. They didn't have to use the Philadelphia cream cheese
How dare
in
it.
this state.
So whipped all that, layer of that. Then we did a little shredded lead.
The most heavy metal
so
of
cool, dude.
lettuce.
Yeah, the heavy metal lettuce, shredded lead, some cut up tomatoes and some olives and some hand shredded ched.
Woo-hoo.
And I put it in a nice 9x13
Pan.
Yeah, the big
pan,
boy.
the big boy. And we brought it to the party, unloaded my dips, and I see, oh yeah, put the dips all on the table. Somebody already brought a taco dip. And I go, you have got to be kidding me. I was
That's better because
visibly upset.
This was the real Super Bowl.
because now there's going to be a winner and a loser.
I
Yes.
was super pissed.
You
Did
were the
you-
winner.
Yeah, who won?
The winner takes it back to their car and has it for later.
You took my mom's. You won. For sure. I have no doubt in my mind of that.
Well, mine was not that much different than your mom's.
Well, no, there was a couple ingredients that were a little off, but
Yeah, there
I
was
think
no
you,
Doritos.
I think you had the key. You had some keys in there that because a lot of people are going bean. They make the refried bean mistake,
That's what he did.
but they go all bean, no sour cream, no
Oh, you can't go all bean.
cream cheese.
No, did I monitor who's got eaten more?
Yes, you
I
did.
Yes, you
did.
did.
Did I maybe take a little out of mine?
You were eating your own dip?
You're goddamn right I was eating my own dip. Did I take a little more out of mine to show that mine was being eaten more? Yes, I did.
Oh, I like it.
Did people notice? Absolutely, they did.
Because they look at the side by side and they go,
Oh, this one
more
must be better."
has gone to this one. This one may be better.
Nice marketing.
You're a smart man.
It's
Well-
like a line outside a nightclub. Ooh, maybe there's no, maybe this is where the happening is. Mm-hmm. So that's why there's a line outside a nightclub.
Let's put the dip on the outside of the pan.
Yeah. That's it.
The mutabis.
No, we're over at my buddy Jeremy's girlfriend's house, and a nice place, great basement. Great basement.
What was
Great-
the setup? Couch?
Great big, well, they almost have like a theater.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Big
cool.
screen?
Yeah, huge screen.
Long, give us the load. Like, was there like a food station down there?
Food was upstairs, and
Food
you
was
go
upstairs.
downstairs, and that's where all the hustle and bustle. This was a party where not a lot of people were paying attention to the game. You have to figure that if you go to a Super Bowl party where there's 20-plus people there, the game is almost secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the social time.
like my
It's,
mom's house.
it's a social time.
You got to do a split though. The last party I went to had like a main screen up by the food, and that was just the food fans, if you will, not the football fans. And then downstairs was like a TV, and everybody was wearing a jersey and quiet and staring. You know what I mean? It was like a fan. There was a fan floor and there was a social floor. Got to split.
Yeah, I was down on the social floor. And
Oh, but they did have an option, like if you were really
there were
into
a lot
it.
of TVs on. I guess you could have gone upstairs if you really parked yourself in
Right.
front of the big TV. But there was a lot of things going on. And I think the only time people were quiet was for the halftime.
Really?
When like everybody at the party was locked in to the halftime.
That's how the Super Bowl parties always are. It's like the main event over the game.
Yeah, that's when the social floor gets quiet, and the other one gets emptied out because the diehard football fans are reloading the food.
Yeah. So I had, what did I eat? I had, some of my dip. I had they made Italian beef, like Italian beef slider. It was nice. It was a nice spread. And to be fully honest with you, over the past month, I really have been very good with what I've been eating.
Oh, that's good.
Like I'm already down, over 5 pounds naturally with working out and watching what I'm eating. And yesterday I really kind of put that aside because it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, we put it aside too, man.
And my stomach today, oh boy,
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
You want to go do some sprints?
Oh God,
It's Brown
I had
Monday.
to put a caution tape up in the bathroom over here.
Why'd you wear white pants then?
Like my stomach is not handling what I was eating yesterday very well. It's fine though.
Everything will be fine. I have Pepto and Tums
No,
and whatever you
don't
need.
need that. It's good. We're good.
Forever.
We're good.
I had the opposite. I prepped a lot of food and then was too sick to eat any of it.
Oh, because of
If there's any good that came from yesterday, is it kept me svelte.
well, is that you got a nice charcuterie board, right?
That was
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah,
Tina
man.
knocked it out of
Did
the
you
park.
build
Went
that
out.
or?
Yeah, we built it together.
Wow.
So that she built that, huh?
I went to Deerberg's and bought it all. Like I went and bought all the ingredients Friday when I got off work, and I got to set up for the ultimate charcuterie board. And then I laid it all out in the fridge in one spot so we could get to it. And then she got off work and we assembled it together.
Gorgeous.
Well, you sent that picture over to the group, and my wife and I looked at it. We're like, they bought this somewhere.
It's beautiful.
Deerberg's, dude.
Love the little pom-poms.
I got fig spread, some kind of man, it was so good. It was like honey pecan, honey mustard, and then like a blueberry tapenade.
It looked great.
Ooh, it was good. All kind of dill Havarti, amazing. Got me a cranberry brie, cranberry cinnamon brie. Some pickles, some hot pickles, some
Look
sweet
good.
pickles. Woo, it was good. But that was like, I broke that out and I had some, and I was just like, my heart's just not in it. It was charcuterie couldn't even bring me back from the brink, dude. I was just like, this is just depression eating at this point. Like, just put it down.
It was hard to eat after halftime.
It really was.
I don't think I ate anything after.
Yeah.
Really?
It was weird. My wife made
guys are
incredible
babies.
chili.
I had a couple
You
small
guys are a
helpings.
bunch of babies.
I think I'm handling it pretty well.
Went to bed.
You
After
shaved.
halftime? After halftime.
I shaved after stuff. We were playing okay, came in, stopped them. She came in and turned on a lamp. And I go, why'd you do that? And she goes, I don't know. And I go, why are you turning the lamp by the TV on? She goes, I don't know. I just wanted to. My brain said to turn it on. And I go, well, they were playing good. Like, you don't change anything. She knows this. I'm like, as soon as she turned the lamp
Cost the
on,
game.
Phillies just starts trouncing us. So now I'm like trying to figure out how to balance this lamp situation out. And I was like, I gotta go shave.
Whatever you.
I've had this beard. I've had this like scraggly ass beard since the Buffalo game, and I let it grow. I almost shaved it Friday, and I was like, wait, you can always shave it during the game. You can't grow it during the game.
Stop it.
So wait, didn't help.
No. In fact, Kansas City probably played their worst game, not just of the year, but of the past 3 years.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it was a stinker.
It was a stinker. A headline is worst Super Bowl ever.
Oh, I would agree.
So that a couple places.
If it
That's
was
not
for me.
true. I mean, yeah, it was devastating. We've seen, there was a blowout, man, what was it, 7, 8 years ago?
I don't know. Maybe
It was
with
so
all the hype,
boring.
Broncos
with all the hype and the way that the lines were, the Chiefs going into the game, a point favorite, and just horrible.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
They got exposed for sure.
To be fair, I mean, I hope that Philadelphia D-line gets $1 million bonus.
Wow.
They were
just they were perfect. They were perfect.
Eagles were up 7-0 after the first quarter, 24-0 at the half, 34-0 with seconds left in the third quarter. And that's when Patty Mahomes, finally started to make some plays, but it was too little, too late. The Eagles even did their Gatorade shower with 3 minutes left to go in the game,
That's gotta be
which
some sort of
might have
record.
been a record for the earliest coach bath.
Which he's probably bummed.
And I do have the color.
Oh, I have our prop bets.
I do have the color of the Gatorade and what we had bet on.
Okay.
And by the way, final score 40-22 Eagles. After the game, quarterback Jalen Hurts named MVP. 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also ran for 72 yards plus a rushing touchdown. He was the man yesterday. Mahomes actually ended up with more passing yards and more touchdowns, but pretty much all of that was in garbage time. So already down 30 points. He also threw 2 interceptions. Coughed up a fumble.
2 costly interceptions.
Big ones.
Arguably the worst game of his NFL career.
By far.
He'd never been down by 34 points before. And
It's on him, dude.
How many sacks did he have? Or was he sacked?
6,
mean, he was-
maybe 7.
It was insane. It was like every other second.
There's a guy on the, he called it, which I've been saying all year, off the air and on the air. Worst 15-2 team I've ever seen. Offensive lines, worst in the NFL.
Dude, they
They got exposed, man.
That offensive
Javon
line,
Taylor sucks. He needs to be traded. That offensive line could not withstand.
they were not.
But
Super
that
Bowl
wasn't.
worthy.
He was throwing some balls that I'm like,
what are you doing,
"Are
man?
you all right, man?"
What are
He
you
just
doing,
threw it
man?
in the ground a couple times, and I'm just like, it seemed like he was having problems with the release
Travis
or something.
Kelce was a non-factor, although, the
bad,
Philly
man.
defense made everybody look bad.
Oh, dude, they were the better team. The better team won. Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
That's a fact.
And you know what? There was a slim opportunity to make something magical happen. So Tom Brady, who was in the broadcast booth,
Who by the minute
He
is
was-
getting more obnoxious.
Thank
So the
you.
I'm
Patriots-
so I was like, Lern is the captain. She's been carrying this flag for some time, and I am in this army.
Dude's got to get out of commercials too. Every stupid commercial
Dude,
I saw
he
his stupid face in,
He
I was like,
so
how
overexposed.
so much overexposure. And Tim was like, "You really think this guy is mad?" I go, "This guy is not hot at all." Like, I'm not even taking
What's with
into
his chin?
What's with his chin? He's got. It's almost like God was like, "All right, we're gonna make a perfect man, right? We're gonna give him everything he wants, everything everybody wants." And it didn't work.
God had nothing to do with this. Go look at his other pictures. This man has been chopping
He's
himself
been
up for
working
however
Guys,
long.
stop
Does he do
talking-
chin workouts?
And good
Seriously,
for
stop
him.
talking trash on him. He ended hate last night. You saw those
Oh yeah,
really dumb
Hate's
commercials
fun.
that
What a
the ones I
stupid
hated.
commercial.
Good for him.
The
But
only
like,
commercials I
and
hated
I'm not
were
trying to
those.
like slam on him as a person or as a player or anything. It was just like it was too much Brady. It was too much.
What
Let
is-
me
look at
watch
his
the game.
chin.
Brady.
It just
Somebody
was,
tell me
man.
what's going on with his butt chin.
I think it's also his gaunt cheeks. He's got
Yeah,
like
he looks like a skeleton.
Maybe that's what it is. His cheeks are so sucked in.
yeah, his cheeks are like sucked in, like they sucked
And
all
it's
the fat.
accentuate-
Like,
it's
like he's got
accentuating-
Velcro inside his gums that he just Velcros his sides of his cheeks.
But he's got
to.
like a butt crack chin.
yeah.
And
Well,
his
that's
butt
okay.
chin.
My husband's got one. I call it a doorbell chin. I love a doorbell chin. But
His is so pronounced.
here's the deal. The one thing about Brady that I thought was really hot, like where I was like, oh, when I learned about him, like this makes him a little bit hotter, is the fact that he learned Spanish for Giselle. I thought that was cool, and I was like, yes, you learned that other language for your woman. Now that that's over, I'm like, yeah, you have nothing that appeals to me at all.
I liked the insight, though. He had some cool stuff, like if he said Mahomes deflated the ball a little bit, that would have helped. If he would have had cameras spying on what their plays were, that would have
Oh,
helped.
and that's the other thing. You could tell that he does not want Patrick Mahomes to like succeed anymore. The way he was
Oh, yeah.
talking about Patrick Mahomes, you could just feel.
Get outta
you
here.
could feel
Get outta
the
here.
Does,
jealousy,
He's
dude.
such a.
I'm not a
Bro,
I'm not a Brady
listen.
apologist.
No, I'm
Get
not even
outta
a fan,
here.
and I
Two
heard
things.
it.
He tucked his T-shirt into his dress pants for that walking up to the piano thing with Gaga, and I'm like, "What are you doing, man? With your long, lanky baboon arms?" Like Michael Strahan put a regular shirt on. He let it hang over his dress pants, and Tom Brady just had to tuck his in the front, like French tuck it.
No belt.
No belt, just looking like a goon. And then everybody walking slow up to the piano looked weird as hell. Like Sean Payton looked like he was drunk because he was like they were trying to do like that slow walk for camera because they had to get it in one take. And I'm like, this looks weird.
Also, the AI thing with Jimmy Johnson was super weird. Did you guys see that?
I don't think I saw
Jimmy
that.
Johnson's one of the announcer guys, right? I got that
Yeah,
name. I always
he's
want
on
to call
the
him
Fox.
Jerry Jones.
The Fox
James.
pregame show.
Yeah, they did like an AI thing where he taught, and it was very sweet afterwards because he hadn't seen it before, and it was him reliving like his days on the field and then coaching college and then becoming best friends with Jerry Jones, and they were like college roommates, I guess. And it was walking him through his career, and it was very cool. But the AI was so dumb. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. There was
I didn't see
some
that.
there was some
Well,
misses.
I saw an interview with him too, Brady, where he was sucking himself off so hard that I was like, dude,
That's
F
what he
this
does.
guy. He was like, yeah, when I beat the Chiefs at Super Bowl in Tampa, the
Yeah.
reason we won is because
I'm
I
deadly.
watched so much tape. I knew what the defense was going to do before they even knew it.
nobody
I get to the
watches-
line of
He
scrimmage.
did have the
Nobody
biggest
watches
comeback.
tape better than I watch
Yeah.
He
tape.
did have the biggest
I-
comeback in Super Bowl history.
Oh,
when
good
he
for
was down
him.
Magically.
But that Tampa
28
game,
to 3.
he had a
Falcons.
mid game at best. He was not the difference. He handed it off. The defense did the rest. The Chiefs' offensive line was decimated. Like Tom Brady threw for like 180 yards. I'm like, bro, you didn't come out and light up the scoreboard like you're remembering in this interview of you interviewing yourself about your awesome game.
Yeah, dude.
Get the hell
He's
out
like
of
a
here.
jock, a bully, and a
You guys
dork
wanna-
all
you
in
might as well
all in
have
one.
all the stuff on his cell phone. You want to see how good I was?
Yeah, dude, imagine you
Yeah.
interviewing
Check
yourself.
this out, man. You want to see how good I was?
Throw this over that mountain.
Imagine if you did an interview where you're like, Scott Rizzuto interviews himself about 20 years
Hell
of
yeah.
dominating radio. So, Scott, tell me, how were you the number
Douche
one morning
Magoo,
show for
dude.
so long? You're like, it's really about being the best. Like, it's like he was answering his own questions. And I'm like, this guy sucks.
Thanks for the question, Scott. Well,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, so-
Let's throw it to a tape of me talking about how awesome I was back then.
Well, I mean, also, listen, the fact that they did the Gatorade bath 3 minutes, before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, that was an ouch moment.
Oh man, to add insult to injury.
That was hard to
Yikes.
watch.
All right, so a couple little things here, sillier things that were trending on Super Bowl Sunday. Before the game, a reporter for Fox 29 in Philly was excited to announce that for the first time ever, cops in New Orleans greased the poles on Bourbon Street. That's a Philly thing usually. They do to prevent fans from climbing the streetlights, but they did it down in New Orleans. And I believe it's not the first time. I think there actually is something called the greasing of the poles in New Orleans.
Captain of the house.
I think that's
the
a Playboy
greasing of
Club
the
on
poles.
Bourbon Street.
The greasing
The
of the poles.
greasing and
And
the
I was, listen, with
poles.
all the coverage down on Bourbon Street and stuff yesterday from Fox to ESPN,
I think that's in one of the specific quarters of Bourbon Street you're thinking of.
the greasing.
That's what I was gonna say, it's
I didn't
Playboy
see
Club.
any flashing on. I didn't see any accidental flashing on TV.
Bummer.
I don't know. I was supposed to be
sorry.
looking
Bummer
for
indeed.
it.
Bummer
The boobs
indeed.
are on their best behavior.
You should have watched TBN. It was crazy.
Everybody was on their best behavior. The conspiracy crowd was out in full force again. Hashtag rigged immediately started trending after a questionable call went against the Eagles in the first quarter. People claim the refs were in the tank for the Chiefs, but when the Eagles crushed, that got shut down pretty quick.
They also got a bunch of calls. They got a bunch of suspect calls.
It was a
difference
brief.
is-
It was a brief.
Yeah, but the difference is like, we're not complaining. No Chiefs fans are like,
Oh, okay.
Just it is what it is, man.
Just
That's the game.
gracefully losing, huh?
Hey, dude, they called it crazy. It had to feel like a makeup call. They called one like on third and long, some kind of weird. One they called hitting in the head when they both jumped up to get the ball, and I was like, that was nothing. It happens.
Barstool Sports posted a roundup of Eagles fans who couldn't spell Eagles, which was I watched this.
Which was 99% of Eagles.
A-G-E-L-S.
They had one on Fox that was terrific. Even Michael Strahan was like, "Oh dear God."
FILA.
EAGELS. Nope. Okay.
That's beautiful.
That's pretty funny, actually.
And it's been a trending topic since the mayor of Philly spelled it wrong last month.
I was kind of worried when what's his face came out to announce the Eagles. Bradley Cooper. Whenever he did it, I thought, oh my God, is he going to misspell it? Because the way that he did it so naturally.
And I
But
wanna
I was
bring that
worried
up,
for like
too.
a split second.
So they had, Eagles superfan Bradley Cooper bring out the Eagles. And Bradley Cooper is known as an Eagles fan. I mean, like a super, super duper Eagles
He
fan.
was in that movie.
But representing the Kansas City Chiefs, John Hamm.
Everybody was, and Paul Rudd was there. He was up with
maybe he said
Sandler.
no.
Or no, who was he sitting with? Who was,
He was
Paul
with-
Rudd was
he was
Sandler.
with Sandler
And Paul
and
McCartney.
Paul McCartney, yeah.
Why?
Nobody is going to say, Paul, if your team in the Super Bowl says, hey, man, can you bring us out on the field? And you're a super fan, you're not going to say no to that.
Well, how do you? What do you know about Paul Rudd? And his
I know
personal
everything
decisions?
about Paul Rudd. Get out of here. Nobody's saying, okay, John Hamm, St. Louis's own.
Yeah, Blues
Fine.
fan, love it. Yeah.
But he's not Kansas City. He's St. Louis. He's known as a St. Louis
I
guy.
know.
guess
You
it's a
can't have
Missouri
him,
thing?
Kansas City. You can't have him.
Is it the Missouri thing?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's supposedly a Kansas City Chiefs super fan. So you got Paul Rudd there. You got the guy from Modern Family. He's another guy, Eric Stone Street.
Yes,
giant.
Loves him.
Was he there?
Of course he was there.
Okay. I didn't see him.
Keckner's a big Chiefs guy.
Yes, not taking away anything from Keckner, but we need a household name. Everybody knows the guy from Modern Family. Everybody knows Paul Rudd. Nobody
Rudd's
knows
definitely the
Right.
Rudd, yeah.
Rudd's
Stone
the
Street's
guy,
not.
leader of the pack there.
Stone Street. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows
What?
Rob Riggle too is
man.
relatively famous, and he was on the football post-game show for a couple of years.
Here's John Hamm's reaction, by the way, when he was announcing the Chiefs.
Make some noise for your AFC champion and two-time defending Super Bowl champion.
Yeah,
That's
buddy.
how we knew, dude.
I want that
said that
back.
to Tim. I go, ooh, like after Bradley Cooper came out and he was strong and his voice did not break, I go, that's one little weird omen. I didn't like the Philly cheese, Philly cream cheese and dips. I didn't like that John Hamm's voice squeaked. I didn't like that President Trump, who was the first sitting president to ever attend a Super Bowl game, said the Chiefs were going to win. I thought that was a bad look. I don't know,
Yeah,
man. There
there's
was
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
bad
weird,
omens. Whoa.
suspicious,
I didn't hear that
suspicious
voice
things
crack.
going on.
Oh, wow. You want to hear it again?
That was a
Yeah.
discouraging
Let's go.
moment.
He made us giggle.
It's also just true enthusiasm.
Sounds like he's got that thing that's going around. Oh,
It's not good.
dude,
Super Bowl is
someone
hard.
threw a kazoo in his
Bowl is
throat.
hard to say.
Do it again.
Love me some John.
Do it again, dude. Someone threw a kazoo right down his throat.
You want to hear it again?
Kansas City Chiefs, two-time defending Super Bowl champion. Kansas City
Oh, man.
Boy, and it was a Philly crowd. It was a Philly crowd there at the
Yeah,
Superdome.
for sure. Taylor Swift found that out.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They were booing
Gosh.
Taylor. I mean, there was a lot of weird energy things.
Oh, you
know?
want to hear Taylor being booed?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, here's that. That's when they showed her on the big screen there. And I thought Fox did a pretty good job not showing her every 3 seconds.
Yeah, they did a really good job, and the Trump too. They didn't really lean into anything controversial. I like that.
I don't understand the Taylor Swift booing, though. I mean, I guess it was pretty much a Philly crowd there. I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. They were trolling, but she probably was like, "Oh, this really offends me. I'm gonna go fly away in one of my private jets to an island."
The look on her face, though, was like, "Ooh, they're booing me."
I know she was embarrassed. It's okay. That happens.
Yeah, it does.
It's okay.
It does. Photos of the concession prices were all over social media. Two that made headlines were $59 cocktail and a $100 caprese crab salad. Fox's a Super Bowl score bug caught heat online. That's at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, Tim mentioned it, and I go, I don't. Since I don't watch sports, I'm like, this is new. Like it was bigger than normal. Is that what everybody was upset about?
No, it was kind of. There was no pizzazz to it.
No, it was. Yeah, it looked like
That's
it's from
fine.
the '80s or something.
Yeah, it was like a weird.
Yeah, 80s. Yeah, it felt like a 90s video game or an 80s broadcast. It did look different. It didn't bother me.
It didn't. Well,
But it was
when I saw it
noticeable.
first, I went, "Huh, that's interesting."
Yeah, it was
Well,
noticeable.
They
right?
might have ran out of budget for it. That part.
Well, back in the day, they never showed that.
Yeah.
Like back when football was first televised, they never showed the score because they said showing the score would cause people to turn the game off.
And they're
That
not
was
wrong.
their reasoning. So it became such a blowout. A lot of viewers just started paying attention to prop bets. So, what did we have?
So we did these. So we did proposal to Taylor Swift. Will coach and players cry, color of Gatorade, and MVP mentions.
Okay, did anybody get the info on that?
I did.
Okay, so go ahead.
Oh, you're talking about like what everybody did? I don't have that.
Well, learn.
Oh, I just had this. I didn't know you.
Oh, I
wanted me
thought
to
you were gonna
actually
look it up.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, Gatorade, like you guys said.
Gatorade, I thought it was going to be purple. It wound up being yellow.
Which I had and Chris Kerber had. So congratulations.
Well, congratulations.
Point for me. Point for
Must
first.
be nice.
What else? There was no proposal, obviously.
Yeah, there was no proposal. Let's see. So I'm looking at
Heads or tails? Tails wound up being tails. Was Taylor Swift shown during the national anthem? No. Did Kendrick Lamar perform with a hat on? That was one of the prop bets. Yes, he did. Did he mention Drake? Yes, he did. Was there a tush push touchdown? Yes, there was.
I did see players crying during the national anthem as I was watching it. So, and we all said yes on that one. So, point for everybody.
So, there was a crying.
There was crying.
There was a crying.
And also for MVP mention, so Jalen Hurts, he says, I'd like to give thanks to God first. So Curbs, King, you guys get a point on that. Moon, you said fans, no.
No, I
Lern.
said players.
Oh, you did? I have
said
it written down
teammates.
as fans. Okay. So yeah, okay, all of us got teams and we didn't get it. So King has 2 points.
Okay.
And then no proposal. So Rafe, Moon, and Curbs all got a point on that. So I think who wins here is really King Scott. You walked away
congratulations,
with
buddy.
2 points.
Mr. Football.
Mr. Football.
I love it.
Mr. Football over there.
Yeah.
Congratulations. As far as the commercials go, any standouts?
Well, I like that Eugene Levy, his eyebrows flew around, and then
There were
a couple
two
Super
flying
Bowl or
facial hair
commercials later,
flying.
there was the mustache flying around.
Yeah,
on a
Eugene
different
Levy's
brand.
eyebrows flying off, when he tried the Little Caesars, Crazy Puffs. That was funny.
Yeah. and then
Seal being a
Pringles had
seal was super weird, but I liked
That
that he
one was-
leaned into it. I
Yes.
was like, ooh, this is strange. Like people were tweeting, like, what was the proposal of marketing for that idea? Like, listen, guys, it's a seal, but not just any seal. It's seal as a seal.
Well, do you remember what that was an ad for?
No, yeah, I guess Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast, yes.
Makes sense.
From what I understand, now sober Post Malone's Bud Light fulfillment. I thought that was actually
Was Shane Gillis? Yeah. They had been running that ad, though. Like, I saw
they
that
have?
before.
Yeah,
I
I've never
saw
seen
that
That one was
before.
pretty funny though, with Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning
Like, the
showing
big
up on that
jean
one?
dad shorts and a fanny, like the
He looked
cul-de-sac.
awesome.
yeah.
They were like
Cul-de-sac
firing
party?
cul-de-sac things out of leaf blowers. I thought
That was good.
pretty
Yeah, that
funny.
was
I loved the Duncan
That
with the
was good.
Affleck Bros.
Yeah, so that was
Oh yeah. What was the weird thing
a
about
big
that?
one.
It was just strange in general.
And it had
So
like
was-
8 million
Bill Belichick
stars
was in it.
Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah,
brought
and his
brother-
girlfriend, right?
I got the audio. Ben Affleck brought his brother Casey along to do the Dung Kings. Kevin Smith was in it. Jason Mewes. Here is
Was that Belichick's girlfriend?
was his girlfriend in that? I don't know.
Young hot
granddaughter.
chick next to him.
Possibly. So they're actually roasting Starbucks in this. Listen to this.
This ain't the Dunkings. Where the hell are Matt and Tom?
Forget them suckers. Matt Damon and Tom Brady don't have the heart of a champion. We got a new squad, Dun Kings sequel. Affleck and Belichick. Dun Kings! Dun Kings! About to get roasted!
Like a dark seasonal roast with coriander and slight balsamic drizzle.
Sounds like what's in my garbage disposal.
How much to wait a half hour to get my name spelled wrong on the cup?
Nobody wants a goat milk double half calf soy milk cap. You could just brew it. It's beans and water.
Oh, damn. America runs on Dunkin'.
Burn.
Yeah, stick around.
Starbucks. The Kool-Aid Man, the Energizer Bunny, Mr. Clean, Chester Cheetah, more grocery mascots meet the Old Spice guy for Instacart. That was pretty good. We saw the Meg Ryan, Billy Crystal one for Hellman's.
I loved the women in sports one. I thought that was cool. I guess it was Nike. And then right after that, they had a breast cancer awareness ad that was great. Because it was all about
I
boobs.
was like, yeah, boobs, guys. Oh.
And then it was like, yeah, worry about boobs when they possibly could have cancer too, and like reminded ladies to get screened. And I'd like to just second that. Ladies, get your boobs screened. I got mine coming up on April 7th. We should all be getting our boobs checked. Thanks.
The Case of the Mondays one with the sloths.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
a
good.
one.
It's kind of overdone. I'm sick of this.
What
loss.
overdone?
What was that from? Like the Pixar? What is it? Life of Pets or whatever?
Secret Life of... I don't know what it's from.
Yeah, it's just over. Like that was like 3 years ago.
It is.
What?
It is Belichick's.
Oh, it is a girlfriend.
Now it's Narwhal.
Weather
his
Tech.
granddaughter?
Weather Tech could handle shenanigans and the wild grannies. That was funny.
Oh, that's what won me 4th place on the Super Bowl bingo. That WeatherTech commercial.
Weather Tech won.
The Reese's one I thought was pretty funny.
Which was that?
It had everyone trying to jump in the volcano to get the new Reese's thing or whatever.
I
And,
didn't see that.
yeah.
I didn't see that either.
Kanye West, his commercial.
My kids were like, "What is this?"
What, he had a commercial?
Yeah, he filmed it himself.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, boy.
So, and he did this last year too. He filmed a Yeezy commercial from his iPhone again, but this time he was sitting in a chair at the dentist. Here's Kanye West.
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com.
Yep, that's
So
the
it's
commercial.
a commercial for mental illness because that's very good awareness.
I wonder if Apple's like, you don't have to say shut it on.
Yeah, don't just.
You can just say you shut it on your phone. You don't have to say the specific brand of phone.
Glenn Powell's Ram Trucks commercial was good too. That was the Goldilocks one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw
that was
first
good.
half.
That was a good one.
Yeah. But he didn't go into a tornado, which I thought was.
There were also multiple movie trailers like, How to Train Your Dragon, Thunderbolts, Mission Impossible, F1.
Oh, speaking of Mission Impossible, y'all see Tom Cruise in the beginning?
Yeah,
that
looking
looked rad.
strange.
I liked how he looked. I got to say,
It looks like he had, his face is tight, but he didn't tighten up his neck.
I think he looked all right.
But the movie looks rad.
I was fully expecting him to run, because he has it in his contract to run in every movie, and then he limped off. Did you see how he kind of walked funny? Like,
Yeah, because they said he hurt himself and doing stunts or something like
okay.
that.
Yeah, he looked
I
like
think there
he
was
was
a reason
injured.
for that. But he's got a neck vagina.
Oh,
does that mean?
No. Are you for real?
You're saying he's got like folds?
You get one of them gobblers?
Yeah. You got to tighten that up, Tom. Look at it.
It says labia majora, okay, on his neck. Can't help it.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
That's just Xenu. Xenu is, it's just a sarlacc pit in Tom's throat. It gobbles
Yeah.
up thetans and helps him stay clear. Look it up.
Yeah, he's had some stuff done. His hair is looking all weird too. Like it's almost like sewn into his head. And it may be.
We didn't talk about this, but Travis Kelce's leisure suit and his hair right now is like spot on.
Oh, he was getting crap too.
I was aroused.
Get
I
outta
said,
here.
Daddy is home, aloud to my husband as I watched him walk in.
Okay. Look at Tom Cruise and tell me.
He's 60 years old.
I understand. Tell me this isn't Jason Bateman with a prosthetic on.
You're right.
Like
Oh, it could be.
It looks like Jason Bateman is hiding inside of Tom Cruise.
What if it is?
Well,
I'm okay with it.
Moon's got a picture of him up here in the studio, and this is him at something with a suit on.
this
But
is
the one,
current. This is 2021.
How old is he for real? 60-something?
yeah, he looks good.
Yeah. I'm not saying he doesn't look good. I'm saying he looks like he's morphing into Jason Bateman in an interesting role.
I don't know. It looks like he had some.
I get
He's
it.
had some work done since this picture has been taken. Like his face is a bit smoother.
Oh, remember, wasn't he one of the ones that everybody said disappeared in 2020 and took the opportunity to do a lot of work?
Maybe.
Remember when everything shut down, like everybody that had the money in LA was like, whoop, time to do some 6-month face things.
Well, listen, we'll talk about the halftime performance during Crap on Celebrities because I wasn't so sure about that.
About the what? About the halftime?
The
show?
halftime.
Oh,
the
it's gonna
halftime.
be
I
fascinating.
don't want to get into it now.
I know,
We'll get
I
into
know.
it
The
later,
weird. Are we moving on from Super Bowl?
but What else do you have on it?
I just have a small grievance I'd like to air,
Please.
which I think is bizarre. It has not, and won't step on, won't mow anyone's lawn. Here's the thing I find weird. This is the first Super Bowl. Chiefs got spanked, dude. Just pure and simple. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for them. I would have rather seen them lose in a close one to Buffalo and let Josh Allen have his shot than to see what I had to watch yesterday. And I know people crap on bandwagon Chiefs fans a lot, and that's like the big fun thing to do now that they're popular. But it was so weird to me how many people, the worst fan to me are the people that were like sending messages or like trying to be like rubbing it in that aren't even Eagles fans. They were just like rooting against the Chiefs, which I think is the lamest bandwagon on the planet. It is and I'm like, I get it, dude. They've been winning. You're like, you want to see somebody else get it. But for you to like root for them in your house, but for you to like message people, like I was getting all these like hateful messages like, dude, go Birds. And I'm like,
me too.
Then I go on their website and they got like a Chicago Bears hat on in all their photos. I'm like, you're not even a Philly fan.
I know, dude, me too.
It's lame. I just want people to know you're lame.
And
you are a lame ass.
It's still happening. They're texting me this morning about how they slept
Can I
well.
say this? And it plays into what we're going to talk about in Crap On with why the halftime show is perfect. That's all I'm going to say, because I have something to that will pile onto that and something even greater than what you're talking about.
Greater?
Whoa.
Yes. Like it's even bigger than that.
If you've got
it's bully culture, dude. People love bullying. People love going straight to your DMs and pushing a button that they don't have to, and even more so. And that's exactly why we had Kendrick Lamar do what he did at the halftime. That's all I'm going to say.
It was weird to
preview.
I got so many people messaging me during the game, and I'm like, even for people messaging me good stuff, I'm like, who thinks I'm responding to these right now? Like, and then like, there's a guy, he's a friend of mine, he's a comedian in St. Louis, his name's Jake Beckman, he's in the chat today, he's never in our chat, he's in it this morning, to rub it in.
Just to rub it in?
And like when Philly won, this guy drank a cup of piss, for real, a cup of pee.
You can't say that.
What? All right.
You can't say that.
What?
He drank a cup of his own pee after the game live on Facebook. That's who you were rooting for. Phillies, bandwagoners. You're rooting for guys like Jake, who literally went on his Facebook at midnight, drunk, and drank a cup of his own pee and threw up on camera.
Stop saying that. He drank
imbibed bodily fluid.
Bodily fluid.
All right. I didn't know
Yes.
I didn't know there was a
3 times and you're out.
Solo cup rule. So that's who, and I'm like, and I told him this, I go, hey man, when the Chiefs beat Philly a few years ago, I didn't call you, I didn't rub it in, I didn't bring it up for a couple of weeks, I let you have your time, but they got no class, man. So that's who you were rooting for. You're rooting for people that got to grease the polls for, a classless fan base. So congratulations for all the people.
I think there were a lot of people that did not have a team to root for.
I get it, dude. I get the hate. It's like the Patriots hate.
It's like you got to pick somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you're going to go to a Super Bowl party, you're going to have the game on, and you want some kind of, you got to root for somebody.
As an outsider that has no like real heart in this, I think it's just boredom. I think people don't know how to translate their sports boredom. They get they want to see other people win after a certain point, and that's really all it is. And there's kind of an ignorance of how to deal with that.
The Chiefs have already won 2 times in a row, and it's the same thing as the hate that the Patriots got when they were on their run.
That's what I mean.
We hate people that break records.
We love them for the first time, and then we hate them after the second.
Isn't that weird? You think it'd be like, man, I kind of hope he does. This is fun. Nope.
Nah.
I think everyone's tired of football, though, ready for baseball because the Cardinals have been crushing it.
Schadenfreude was the term yesterday. That's what happened.
Well, for those who don't understand that,
it's like a German word, a German term for people who enjoy others' misery.
Dankeschön.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Philadelphia miserable.
Well, then. You missed out on your Schadenfreude.
I missed out. I'll admit that I'd like to see certain fan bases miserable, and hey, listen, you guys do too. Stop it.
I don't care.
Yeah, I just don't
anything.
message them. I don't go to that extra mile. Everyone's like, your butt hurt, dude. I don't care. We lost.
To go the extra mile,
good,
yes.
Man.
To go the extra mile, yes. But people here love when Cubs fans are upset, or people here love.
But imagine if I, as a Cardinals fan, the Diamondbacks lost the World Series, and I just started hitting up all my Colorado friends like, "Suck it, Diamondbacks!" Like, why do you care? just to make them miserable. And I'm like, that's such a weird flex to me as a human being that I'm like, all right, man. Like it doesn't bother me at all. Like I just read through them and I'm like, what are you getting out of this? Like we're not friends. Like we're acquaintances at best. And like, I got friends in Buffalo. I still haven't talked to Donnie about the Buffalo game out of respect. I'm just like, hey man, that's a tough loss. I get it. It's just like, it's just such a funny thing to me. Like if you're a Phillies, like I'll at least give my friend Jake this. He lives and dies Philadelphia Eagles. So I'll give him a pass. But it's like, some of these people, they're not even fans. They're just like weird people that will like message you.
The diehard fans almost deserve it because the better team won. Like if they're a diehard fan, give us give you crap. That's
fine. Go on the extra mile to
it's weird.
Text somebody.
That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not because their team won.
But don't say seeing another fan base being miserable is not.
I didn't
something
say that.
You do. I don't want people reading it.
It's totally fine. I said I get rooting against them. I get being like anybody but the mentality. Like when people win a lot, people get that way. And
I'll give you the hey. You gotta text me.
Well, let's be honest. It's not like Philly's hurting for championships. They won a few years ago. They were in it and lost a couple years ago. Are they going to see the same amount of hate? Like they won it with Peterson, 4 or 5 years ago. They win again and lost to the Chiefs. Well, now they've won it, so they've been to 3, 1, 2 in the last 7 or 8 years.
Here's something I'm wondering, and for real, 22.6 million U.S. employees will miss work today, or were supposedly going to miss work today.
Lucky.
With it such a blowout, and a lot of people shut the game off early. I wonder if that number is going to be lower.
Oh, that was like call-ins, sick days and that kind of stuff.
Right. So according to an annual survey, an estimated 22.6 million Americans planned
I bet you it's
to miss work today.
It's fewer. Because if you were planning on it and you turn that thing off,
I might as well. I'm not going to burn a vacation day.
Yeah, you're not going to burn it.
No way.
A lot of people probably went home early from their parties and stuff. You're not going to burn it unless you need it. I would think a good percentage of that 22,000.
Yeah, listen, I left the party that we were at around 8. When I text you guys 8 o'clock.
But were you planning to?
Yes, I was always planning.
Okay,
to.
so yeah,
and I said to my wife and daughter who were in the car, if it was a closer game, we probably would have stayed.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. And think about the people that were just casually hanging that would have hung if it was like, I'm not going to leave now in the fourth quarter when it's tied or something. You know,
if it was a tighter game, we probably would have stayed. But it's like,
I bet you a huge amount of people left parties after the halftime show. Mm-hmm. They stuck around for that and like, well, this game's already over. I'll see you later. Saw what I needed to see.
Well, okay, so you have 22.6 million Americans planning to miss work today. That's up from 16.1 million last year. On top of that, 12.9 million employees say they plan to go into work late. And this is why people keep talking about making Super Bowl Monday an annual holiday, since so many people go all out for the game in one way or another. You know, in a survey we talked about last month, 55% of Americans said Monday should be a national holiday. But the NFL could make this debate moot by pushing the Super Bowl back 1 week so it lines up with President's Day. Mm-hmm. Now, the Super Bowl schedule is set for the next 2 years, but there's a possibility that an 18th regular season game could be added to the 2027 and 28 season. And if that's the case, the entire postseason will get pushed back a week. And nothing's official yet, and the Players Union says no one wants to add another game to the season. But in the end, come on, money talks, and a lot of analysts expect it to actually happen at some point. So we could get this, but it's not going to be next year. It's not going to be the year after. Possibly 2027 and 28. So there you go. And we'll talk about halftime stuff in a while, but just one quick thing before we hit the break. And this was an interesting question that somebody posed on the internet. Now, you may be kicking butt in the game of life right now. Or you may be, burning through your extra lives like there's no tomorrow. Somebody asked this question. If life was a video game, what difficulty are you playing on?
Oh, so deep.
Straight to expert.
You're on expert.
Yeah, man.
Scott's still in the tutorial.
That's right.
It's going to take the grind. It's going to take the grind. But eventually you get it and you're better for it.
So you're playing on expert level.
It's there to be beat. Now, most games that I'm playing that are like that, there's like a easy, hard, expert, and legendary. I'm not sure I'm going to pull the legendary, so I'm going to go expert.
So you're going expert.
Yeah.
I'm intermediate, I would say.
So you're
at this
medium
point.
level.
Yeah, I'm medium. But hey, after 40, I think I go up a notch. So I'm slowly getting to expert for my life. Moon, I completely agree with you. I mean, you've had all these kids and toured the world, had all these experiences. I haven't done all that, but I've done it in a different way. Emotionally, I think I'm there. You know, bought a house, 2 houses, paid off a car, helping my family. Like, you know, done all that. So yeah, I'm probably getting ready to graduate into expert, but I still probably got a couple years.
Rafe?
What's the one where it's for kids?
Yeah. The tutorial.
Yeah, I think I'm
No way.
I'm the one like Mario Kart where it can't go off the track. And it just like bumps you back in.
Bowling with bumpers.
Yeah.
You're a grandpa. You both are grandpas.
Yeah, well,
You
that is purely by genetics.
You've toured. You've seen a lot of stuff. You've been in the military. Dude. Like you're expert level as well.
And you do a calendar.
It's true.
And you do a calendar.
Yeah, that makes you an expert.
Scott, what are you on? What level? With the game of life, what level are you playing?
I want to be an expert, but I don't think I'm there yet. So I'm working my way up. I'm the level underneath. What's that, intermediate?
Medium. Yes. In
yeah.
fact, most people, most popular choice was, I'm playing at medium. I'll say I'm at hard. That's fine. I'm not like, the most popular choice was I'm playing at medium level, then easy, then hard. Some people said nightmare.
Maybe. Oh wait, I didn't know that was an option. Yes, I will take the nightmare option.
You only get to pick one, though, right? And this is the
this is the game of life.
This is the difficulty in which the world is going to throw at you. But the rewards are there.
But if you feel pretty...
Go hard. You get one shot at this.
Dude, I'm doing side quests.
Yeah, exactly. They don't even exist in the amateur, in the easy level.
There's no side quests in the easy level. We're doing side quests. Nice. I'm going to say I'm playing on hard. It's not nightmare.
There is no nightmare.
There is a nightmare level. 5% of people said they're at the nightmare level, which is very bad. What's going on in your life?
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too.
I mean, there's always nightmares involved, but those that have experienced the heartbreak are now capable of supreme happiness.
Right. Yes, thank you. I do want to bring up a local story. I don't know why I laughed at this. And it's not funny when, okay, I've been mugged, and, somebody pulls a gun on you, somebody pulls a knife on you. It's not fun.
Terrifying.
It's terrifying. But this headline is, man claims to be a certified killer, shows gun to restaurant employee. Okay.
All right.
And this is local. And when I say local, this is very local. This is Creve Coeur.
Oh, no.
Nice.
The murderers are eating here now? I don't like this.
He didn't murder anybody.
Oh.
He didn't murder. He says he's a certified killer. So a man is being charged after threatening an employee when complaining about food quality at a Creve Coeur restaurant. The guy's name is Norbert Cody.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. Naked Gun?
Got those backwards.
Was it Norbert, OJ, and Naked Gun?
Should it not be Cody Norbert?
He's back.
His name is Norbert Cody.
Yeah, you sound like you're calling him up to the tee box.
Norbert Cody.
Get up
Norbert,
here.
comma Cody.
So there's no Bert there? Or?
Norbert Cody charged with unlawful use of a weapon. Now remember, he was complaining about food quality at a restaurant around here. And this happened back in 2024. I guess they're just filing the charges now. What is going to cause him to pull a gun on an employee? Where? What can he be so passionate about?
Sauce.
What restaurant, though, would cause somebody to just go nuts?
Ooh.
Do you have that?
In
I do.
Creve Coeur. Okay. Well, there's a Five Guys.
Uh-huh.
There's also a, what's the...
God, if somebody hits this,
Oh.
they get a prize.
This is
You
exciting.
get a prize if you hit
First
one
watch?
restaurant.
Oh, my God.
Is it
Not first watch.
Is it Pickleman's? Is it the
No,
bread?
it's not
Tell
Pickleman's.
me, give me the details
First
again.
watch.
It's not my Oishi.
Let me put it in my mind's eye. What
Let's
was
do
the gun pulled for?
Frozen.
Complaining
the frozen
about
yogurt
food
place,
quality.
They're out of the topping at the frozen yogurt place.
Pickleman's is safe, right? It wasn't Pickleman's?
It's not Pickleman's.
Creve
It's not
Coeur.
First Watch.
Lion's Choice is down there. We got a
No
Mecca
Lion's
Sourdough.
Five Guys? Was it Five Guys?
Not Five
Chick-fil-A?
Guys.
Chick-fil-A.
No, Chick-fil-A, no.
So many options.
It's a chain.
Is it McDonald's?
Starbucks? Noodles and Co.
Applebee's.
Noodles and Co.
No,
Noodles
we're
and
very
Co.
close, though.
Oh my God, was it Froyo?
No, we're very close.
Noodle
Moon's
House?
Very close.
Okay.
Starbucks.
Carrabba's.
No.
Oh, the
Il Balago.
Payway or
No, it's a chain.
Payway. Oh, yeah.
Payway or yeah.
Crushed red.
No, we're very close.
Who hot?
Crazy Bowls and Wraps.
Oh, of course. How silly of
Lobster
us.
Ragons. No.
I can't eat that
They're
place.
so good.
I like that place, but I can't eat it. For some reason, it makes my stomach hurt.
Dude, teriyaki bowl with salmon.
There's something in it that
Norbert
makes me hurt.
entered a Crazy Bowls and Wraps in Creve Coeur here to complain about the food he had bought. He became upset, showed an employee of the store a card that said he's a certified killer.
Oh my.
Whoa.
A card.
It's
He had
like
a
a date.
card.
You have to get approved. Is that like a government issued thing?
They're giving out certified killer cards now?
I think so.
I don't know, but
Scott, where's
That
yours?
sounds like something that he
It's
had to
my America.
pass the federal boob inspector card to
no,
get to.
like,
And the U-Man Celibacy
The
Club.
FBI.
you ever seen
killer.
my permit?
You're such an idiot. What does that say? What?
It just says permit. I can do what I want.
Of course you have that in your wallet. That's
I
ridiculous.
do have a permit that says I can do what I want. I have yet to use it.
Oh, yeah, right. It looks like you've been using it since
Okay, I use it a lot.
1994.
Is there stamps on there? You
I
can
use it a
stamp
lot.
Yeah, it's a hole punch card.
But
no.
this guy had a card that said he's a certified killer.
Oh, man.
Handed it over and then raised his pants leg to display a handgun.
Brandished
his
your
sock.
weapon.
More like a leg gun.
It's a foot gun.
The incident was caught on video, and Norbert was identified as the quote-unquote certified killer.
That's my crazy bowls and wraps. How dare him?
Killer.
They have a rewards program that I enjoy.
Where is that? Is that?
It's down here. It's down.
It's not far,
It's like
right?
west on Olive. Yeah.
It's not. Is it far? It's not.
It's kind of.
Past
It's
the old
kind of far.
Candicis.
It's past like. Yeah, you got to go past the highway.
I don't know
and stuff.
why the fact that it's at a Crazy Bowls and Wraps is the kind of made me chuckle.
Hey, crazy is
Yeah.
in the name, baby.
Yeah,
That's why I go there.
we're getting nuts in here.
It's just
You wanna get
bowls-
nuts?
Just bowls and wraps to Norbert.
All right, let's take a break. But first, all right, Team Rizz Remember the Day brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, celebrating 35 years of Hot Shots with a new daily featured menu item every day all February long. From Waterloo, Illinois, Caitlin Himes is out.
Caitlin.
Caitlin has been listening to the RizzShow since the very beginning, is in awe of how the show has grown over the years. Huge fan of all the inside jokes could be shared with the audience and how it always feels like a welcoming environment filled with friends every broadcast. She has attended various RizzShow events over the past and looking forward to hopefully meeting the show in the very near future at upcoming Point/RizzShow gatherings. Well, congratulations, Caitlin Himes from Waterloo, Illinois. Our Team Rizz Remember the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Remember the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. Is Clonvis here?
Yes, he is.
Can you go get him?
Yeah.
The clown's been outside for 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Freezing his nose off.
Well, not just that. Did you not hear what just happened at Creve Coeur?
He's gonna come in here with a
certified
red
killer
nose.
out there.
Yeah. Could be him.
Clownvis will be here. 7:09. Monday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear. Your point forecast cloudy and a high of 40. Right now it's 26 at the Point Studio.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
Kendrick Lamar delivers a perfect halftime show for
outta
these
here. Perfect.
times.
Yeah, right.
Black keys are
Out of
annoying.
your mind.
This is how David died, and pop quiz Pop Tarts, S, N, and the L.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays, the porno birthday, and a whole lot more in Clownvis. Next. Stay there.
Well, big things happening in the 21 Pilots camp. And you know what? If you are going to talk about 21 Pilots, there are legitimately no better two people in which that you could call to talk about said band than our guys. Gentlemen, it's wonderful to see you again. hello, and it's been a while. Hello from St. Louis.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it has
We're
been a while.
excited.
Man, it's really great to see you guys again. And the first thing that we want to talk about is the 21 Pilots Cinema Experience. Now, it's coming out on May the 19th. There'll be a special...
Hey, it's Rafe. I'm going to talk to you about Universal Windows Direct. It's 2025. Let's start by making your home more comfortable, energy efficient, and draft free. If you've been feeling the chill in your home or seeing those energy bills climb higher than they should, it's probably your windows. So let Universal Window Direct help you kick off the year with a warmer, cozier home and incredible savings. UWD's offering an amazing deal right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Doesn't matter how many you buy, you get double the amount, no limit. And 36 months of no interest financing. That's 3 years to pay off the windows without a single cent of interest. Plus, if you've already received a quote from another company, bring it in. Universal Windows Direct will beat it. That's a guarantee. That's their commitment to keeping your home hot and cool year-round and making sure that your system performs better and saves you money on all your bills. So don't wait. Don't let your wallet or your home take a hit to the winter weather any longer. Call 314-334-2522 to schedule your free in-home estimate today, or go to universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you will be saying, I love my windows.
So here we are, way back Point Fest, and the first band of the day is a band that, through the course of my life, I think I've seen your band 6 times, but we've never chatted and said hello.
It's just strange that wouldn't happen. I know you mentioned Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
We talked on the phone the other day, and
yeah,
I remember the club well. You know, we used to have great shows there, but it's like anything these days. You know, stuff doesn't stay around as long as you would think it would. So
I remember something specific about this show, and it's a little creepy, so I'm going to go ahead and warn you. So where I was standing at Mississippi Nights, they had the back door open, and I could see directly into your tour bus.
Okay.
And I saw you. This is like right before you guys are going on, and I hadn't ever seen you before till this night. And you had like this black leather jacket on, like these skinny sort of jeans, and I was like, this dude is a bad man. And you were, and it was such a great show because that night it was a couple of different bands. Letters to Cleo were on that bill. Yeah. Ned's Atomic Dustbin were on that bill. I love those guys as well. So it was like a cool thing. But it was the first night that I saw you guys, and Vinny, you had this like for real frontman rock star presence about you that I thought was very cool at the time.
you sure put the pressure on me today. Where do you go from there?
Right. But you know what though? And speaking of that role as the frontman is like an important thing, man, because not only the nuts and bolts of the creative side of the music and the lyric writing and stuff, but I mean having that image for the band is an important one, whether you want to kind of admit to that or not.
Oh, certainly. And it's something that we, seem to cultivate early on in the career of the band. We wanted to do that thing. We revere rock and roll, and it almost sounds like I'm just copying Elvis on his '68 comeback. You know what I mean? You can't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? It's like that's pretty much it.
Right. I think it's also funny too when you guys say, "Hey, I'm just ripping Elvis." That's all I'm doing. Or you know what I mean? Like when you have another artist that come by, like, "Yeah, well, I'm not that cool. I just got it from this guy." I think it's funny when you guys are the first ones to admit that.
I mean, it's like that's the gold standard, man.
Yeah.
You look all the way back, even to the Ed Sullivan years. There's reruns on TV these days all over the place, and you look at that and you're reminded of how cool it was. And to me, like I go, it doesn't get much better than that, and that's why you influence just generations and generations of groups.
You're from an amazing city. You're from an amazing city that has this unbelievable tradition of rock and roll music. You have this city that has this unbelievable tradition of rhythm and blues and soul music. How did that all come together for you you guys as musicians? Because again, that is a best of all of those world situations, not just good bands, like the best of the best bands.
Well, it's funny you bring it up. We were talking about, Andy and I were talking about the Aretha Franklin's funeral.
Sure.
And of course, Andy, you spotted who was the backup singer gal in that band?
Sandra, yeah.
Right.
She sings backups for her. She sang them, but yeah. But a bunch of our friends were in the band. And the horn players and yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. And what struck me was just the incredible group that they had there. Not to mention the choir. I just go, those are, like Andy said, a lot of those guys are our friends.
Yeah.
And what a great talent pool, man.
Absolutely, but I bet you as you're coming up, that only makes you guys better with that kind of deep talent pool.
You would hope, but 2 or 3 vodkas in, I'm not too sure.
Now, last new album from you guys was 2016-ish.
Yeah.
So can I assume that you're probably putting together or working towards something new now? Or are you kind of always working? Or how does that go when it comes to new material?
Tell Donnie about the remix of Broken.
Yeah, like there's we're always working on new stuff. Everyone,
Yeah.
you know, Vinny's always writing. He's real prolific. But we're taking one of the songs from that record called Broken and stripping it down, doing a completely different acoustic version. Because this is like, we love the version, but we're like, what if it was done with cellos and sort of this acoustic, whatever. So we shot some video. We're going to try to throw that together and see how it turns out.
Very good. It's always nice how some of those songs have a whole nother life that maybe you don't intend for them to have when you give birth to them, you know?
And women love cellos.
Who would have known? Who would have known?
Cello.
Well, you know what? On that note, I think as George Costanza says, we're leaving on the high note here, everybody. Sponge, backstage, way back Point Fest. Thank you, gentlemen, very much.
Thanks, man.
All right, very good. That was awesome. Thank you, guys.
Who is Trailer Trash Tammy? What happens when you combine random internet trends into a single video? What is a mukbang? And are we so desperate to be distracted from our own reality that we resorted to binging videos of people shoveling anything edible into their face hole? More on that today on The Number 2 Show. Welcome back to The Number 2 Show. Today, forget sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. We've got something that tops them all and is twice as indulgent. Mukbangs. Mukbangs sound like something that would require a lot of explaining if your mom caught you watching one on the family computer. But turns out it's not something you find on Pornhub. It is kind of like food porn, though, where you witness the hard pounding of thousands of calories. So follow me through the glory hole for today's main topic, mukbangs.
Is the month for love. And when was the last time you gave your carpet the love and attention it really deserves? Have you gotten down on your hands and knees and adored how clean and refreshed it was? Or are you scared of what you might see or smell? Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your home, but it's also the biggest air filter in your home. Now, if your carpet has been, I don't know, just laying there dirty, has not been professionally cleaned, you are breathing unhealthy levels of nasty dirt, dander, bacteria, and germs that's recycling and recirculating again and again and again in the house. And what's worse, listen, you're going to be stuck inside breathing this nasty stuff for months. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home with their Love Your Rug special. That's right, Zero Res. Give them a call. Get 3 rooms, Zero Resified, starting at $119, plus a 4th room clean for free. And don't forget about Dirt and Dander's favorite hiding place for air ducts. This month, take $75 off when you get your air ducts Zero Res clean. Give them a call, 314-474-2020, or go online anytime, ZeroResSTL.com, and say you want the RizzShow special. Spelled forward or backward, it spells the same. It's Zero Res. Is our guest on the phone?
There's some guy named Bert on the phone.
Oh.
Bert.
Hopefully
That's the guy I'm supposed to be calling, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the machine, Bert Kreischer, on the phone.
Hey, man.
That was well played, gentlemen. That was well played.
Well, we're expecting a call from Bert Cummings, too, so we're not sure.
Oh, okay, good.
You know, it's funny. I told my son. Back to the Rizz Show. Phone number 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials, at RizzZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow, 1057thepoint.com. It's Monday, 6-time fun facts. Rafe does relationships. What do we have this week, Rafe?
Oh, we got a little Reddit thread that I'm going to get you guys' opinion about.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, joining us in studio. What a treat. Convis Presley in studio, live right here.
What's up, gang?
Nice to see you, buddy.
Good to see you guys. Welcome to Frosty Monday morning. I love it.
Hey, it's supposed to be, snowing on Wednesday?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I think Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe.
I know Wednesday's supposed to be like the 1 to 3 inches, maybe.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I'm sick of this.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. I don't like just white, wet coldness. Okay.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm a little weather racist. I don't like the white stuff all over the ground.
I don't like white stuff. Okay.
I don't like it at all.
I'll take it, man. I'm a sledder.
Yeah, you like the sled?
You're a snow slut?
I'm a sledder.
Oh, a sledder. I'm sorry.
Snow slut. I'm that too, but I'm a sledder, baby. I like to sled.
Yeah? Any hills near the house?
Yeah, I just find whatever, I just usually pull over on the side of the road if I see a good one.
Uh-huh. Always got an inner tube ready to go in the trunk.
Yep.
See you later. You know where there's a really good spot? Let me know if you've been here, Clownvis.
Art Hill?
No, well, but also 141 and Big Bend. Right there in it's in Valley Park.
Oh, yeah, but I think by the church there.
There's a church, and the kids will get up, there's a little on-ramp from Big Bend to 141.
Oh, that's Twin Oaks.
Twin Oaks.
Yeah. And I think that one bottoms out in a sewer.
It does.
You might get sucked right
does.
down.
It's real
I've done
danger.
that hill.
Yeah. It's great.
We used to live over there. I've done that hill.
A few kids just down at the bottom of that well
Still
right
missing.
now waiting.
It's like the movie. It's pretty cool.
Hey, speaking of, and by the way, Clovis, you got something coming up on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, baby. Valentine's Day at the City Museum, if you can believe it, man.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, and it's got to be the best venue. I can't think of a cooler venue to play. I mean, the City Museum is my favorite place in the world. A lot of people's favorite place. It's very famous outside of St. Louis. You mentioned St. Louis. People say, oh, the City Museum.
Yes. Even before the Cardinals or the Arch.
Yeah, and so I'm going to be singing there a special set of love songs on Valentine's Day. There's going to be a DJ. There's going to be crafts. You can make your own Valentines. There's a tunnel of love, and it's 21 and up. So at 9 o'clock, they kick all the kids and the families out, and then you got the whole run of the place, baby. You can just go anywhere you want in the City Museum without without kids hiding in them caves and stuff. You can do whatever you want, baby.
You can make children there.
Well, look, that's your words, not mine, but it is a love-in, baby. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a very good time.
No, don't do that. You get lost in that
I'm going to pop in them caves and a couple in there. I'm going to say, don't do that.
No, you're going to have Clive going to walk around with a spray bottle. Get out of here. Get out of here, you two.
No.
No, my son, last time he was down there, he went with his buddies, and they had a giant game of hide and seek.
Oh, that would last for days.
Dude, it was great.
Yeah, dude. Or you take something that nobody's going to touch, like something small, and you play capture the flag. Good luck.
I still have yet to get on the little upstairs. We're talking City Museum. The
roof?
The rooftop with the Ferris wheel. Is that thing still rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been up there
There's
either.
a half pipe up
Oh,
there.
you got to get up there.
Oh,
Get up in that school bus.
That's romantic.
That's the makeout spot. That school bus that's dangling off the side of the building.
Well, that's the spot?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm going to take Tim there this weekend.
imagine.
All right.
All right.
Go on Friday. Columbus will be there.
I want to, yes.
So I have a friend whose parents let her watch It at the age of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my parents.
It was game over for her when it came to clowns.
Oh, man, Tim Curry's character was just the best.
Was this the Tim Curry It, or is this?
Is Tim Curry It.
Yeah.
And after seeing that, it was so she's 10 years old. Game over for clowns.
Yeah, that had quite an effect on people.
Well, then she learned about John Wayne Gacy, and even to this day, clowns are pure evil to her.
Yeah.
But I grew up in a pro clown house.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, us too.
We were a divided house, I'd say. We were pro-clown, but we were also scared of the clowns. Tim Curry's Pennywise, still haunts my head, But I also, loved Bozo and wasn't afraid of him.
Yeah, that show was awesome.
Yeah. Well, it used to be before, the internet and cable television. Entertainment circus was number 2 in entertainment. The circus was the biggest thing.
Yeah, we go to Ringling Brothers, and I wanted to be a clown.
Yeah, it was huge. It ruled the 70s and 80s and before, so there was a time.
And it was everywhere, too, because Crestwood Plaza, because, Clownvis and I, we spent some time together in South County. Even the food court in Crestwood Plaza had this, eating area that was based on the circus, and it had all of these train cars.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Animals in it. And I don't know if clowns were involved, but it was like a circus themed thing.
Let me bring this up because I mentioned this on my YouTube show. There was, see who remembers this, on Crestwood, in Crestwood on Watson Road. There used to be a big clown statue in front of what became the farmers market there on Watson Road, and then it became. See if you guys remember. This was 2000 and before, in the late 90s. There was a big clown statue, and the news did a show about how everybody in town hated this clown statue because it stared into the windows of the houses across the street, and it was freaking the kids out.
That's weird.
I don't remember this.
And then somebody set the clown on fire.
Holy
And so it was a big
smokes.
fiberglass clown.
Melted?
Damn hate crime.
half of it was melted, but then they left it like a year with this half-melted
Whoa.
clown.
Oh, somebody's going to have a picture of that.
Do you
I've
own
been-
that?
No, I've been scouring the internet and I cannot find a picture.
Wait, where was it?
Somebody's
Was this
gotta
by
have
the
that.
old Coleman's, like where the Boomers snow cone place was?
It's where there's an antique store there now called Get Your Picks on 66. It's
Watson.
It's Watson and I don't,
down towards Webster or still in Crestwood?
It's in Webster, yeah.
Oh man, who has that?
And then they changed it to a big farmer and a little farmer. The statue became a big.
So the clown's gone.
Yeah.
And so
Clown's
this
gone.
clown was staring at people's houses?
Yeah, I remember seeing a news story because the neighbors were complaining. Then they went into the kid's room. The news went into the kid's room and shot from out of the kid's
And you
window.
could see it?
And it was just a big clown
Man, what a
looking.
nightmare. I get it.
I know, but don't burn it down. Give it
Burn
to
it down.
somebody.
Get it out of here.
Yeah, I'm
Or
looking
burn
for.
it all the way down.
Yeah, don't burn
it
it half
halfway down. To
I'm
where
looking
now
for
it's
a
a
picture,
disfigured clown staring into your room.
I found some mentions of it in a Reddit thread, but I cannot find a picture of it on the internet. Somebody's got to have a picture.
It's got to be in the Bridgeton landfill or something,
What? Listen, I'm happy I grew up in a pro clown house.
Yeah, me too.
How's a house divided? Poltergeist 2 didn't do clowns any favors.
Yeah, there's a scary clown aspect in that
the
too.
lamp
yeah.
or whatever it was. It was like
a little clown was under his bed.
Little doll. That's right.
Little doll.
But I love Krusty the Clown too.
Yeah.
See, we
A
grew up in
bozo.
a very pro clown house because my mom had 2 redheaded kids, so it's
Yeah,
instantly
that's
clowns. And then we also had Sammy Be Good in Springfield, and he was a clown that had a kids show, and I thought
remember
it was the
this.
greatest show on TV, and I got to be on it once.
My husband grew up watching that.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
it was fun. I got to pull the lever one day on the show.
And Homie the Clown. I mean,
Home of the Clown.
Homie was one of my
Homie.
favorites.
Were there
man.
any
Yeah.
female clowns that you don't hear about the female
Bozo had a
fan
friend,
base?
yeah.
Didn't Bozo
He had a
have a
side
gal?
piece.
Yeah, I thought Bozo had a gal.
Nope.
I don't think Bozo had a gal. He's got a gal now. There's a new Bozo gal named Jozo.
Jozo.
Yeah.
Bozo and Jozo. It's like they were meant to be.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Are there any famous female clowns?
None
Harley
still.
Quinn.
Harley Quinn. She wasn't a
Harley
clown.
Quinn?
I mean, she was just a psycho.
I mean, there was a lot in the circus, but not really famous. I don't know if anyone ever got a lot of notoriety.
we were hot trapeze people.
My Aunt Harriet
You know?
was a clown.
You guys are
That's a good question.
pretty misogynistic.
Don't blame me.
All right, today is, yes, you represent all the clowns.
Yes.
Clownvis. All right, today is February the 10th. Back in the day, 47 years ago, 1978, Van Halen's self-titled debut record was released. Contained, of course, the monster hits Running with the Devil, Jamie's Crying, Ain't Talking About Love, and their first single was...
Run with the Devil?
No. You really got me.
Oh.
So I saw that Dave Grohl is trending on Twitter.
Oh, no.
And I clicked, what did he do? And I guess somebody put out a list. Oh, Mirror Magazine put out a list of the top 10 greatest guitarists of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is the Mirror Magazine. I don't know what their deal is, but here's who they listed. The
reflect.
top 10 greatest guitar players of all time. Number 1, Brian May of Queen.
Okay. All right.
Number 2, Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
Number 3, Eric Clapton.
Yes.
Number 4, Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits.
Wow, no Jimmy Page at all, huh?
Great guitarist. Number 5 is Slash from Guns N' Roses. Number 6 is Jimmy Page from
All
Led
right.
Zeppelin. Number 7 is Carlos
Low.
Santana.
Yes.
Number 8 is David Gilmour from Pink Floyd.
Yes.
Number 9, Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones.
Yes,
and number
low.
10, Dave Grohl.
Strange. Dave doesn't know how to read music, so maybe that's the part that's impressive. That he just like self-taught himself guitar based
Eddie
on
Van
his
Halen
drums.
is not on this list.
Yeah, it's a weird list.
Come on,
Yeah,
guys.
Paul Simon's not on it.
Does he play lead at all, or is it just
Dave Grohl?
He plays sometimes.
just jams out them power chords, right?
It's power chords.
Dave Grohl is number 10 on this list, and Eddie Van Halen is not on this list.
I'm
Yeah.
convinced that they were making a serious list and they wanted it to get traction, and they put that in there just to enrage people that know what they're talking
Really? So rage bait?
about. I think that.
Well, you got me.
got him.
Had to have.
That's a weird list, and I
Had
love
to
Dave.
Dave Grohl is on this list, and not Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Well, that's only top. You only have room for 10. I mean, who would
Dave
you-
Grohl is on this list, but not Angus Young from AC/DC.
Yeah, it's not good.
Dave Grohl is on this list, but George Harrison of the Beatles is not on this list.
Well,
A guitar player.
Dave
wouldn't make that
Grohl is on this list, but not Randy Rhoads.
ooh, yeah.
list. Yeah, a guitar player wouldn't make that list. And that's okay.
Was this like everybody? Well, no, Jimmy's dead. I was going to say, is this everybody living?
No, because
Or most
Steve
hits.
Lukather hasn't been mentioned. There's there's 65 people on Instagram right now that are better guitar players. But it's okay. I think that's what they're doing.
Well, they got me.
Trash that list.
And that's okay.
Dave Grohl is on this list, but not Tony Iommi.
No.
From Black Sabbath. Pete Townsend from The Who. B.B. King.
Nuno Betancourt.
Yingwe, Malmsteen.
I'll take Nuno over Dave Grohl.
I know. He has
Come
no
on,
business.
man.
And I think you'd be embarrassed to be on this list, honestly.
Maybe.
He's with you. He hates this list
He hates
as well.
this list.
He's gone down
And he
the
hates all
grow
of us.
hole, smoking the grow pole, and nobody likes it.
32 years ago, 1993, Michael Jackson dispelled the quote, god-awful rumors, including bleaching the skin. Sat down for a 90-minute interview with Oprah. He said his whiteness was caused by a disorder that destroys skin pigmentation called vitiligo. Remember that?
Yeah.
He also admitted to having some minor surgery.
Ah.
They help my breathing.
Ignorant.
Yeah, he admitted to having some minor surgeries. 30 years ago today, 1995, Billy Madison hits theaters. 25 years ago, in the year 2000, Jim Varney dies of cancer at the age of 50. He starred in 14 Ernest movies, and he was Slinky Dog's voice in Toy Story and Toy Story 2.
Loved him.
22 years ago, 2003, WWE wrestler Kurt Hennig, known as Mr. Perfect, dies of, that's right, cocaine. Cocaine overdose.
Cocaine.
Cocaine, yep. 21 years ago, 2004, Kanye West puts out his debut record, College Dropout. 17 years ago, 2008, Jaws star Roy Scheider dies of cancer at the age of 75. 15 years ago, in 2010, John Mayer describes his ex-girlfriend, Jessica Simpson, as...
Sexual napalm.
Sexual napalm.
It has not left my vocabulary since.
Right?
What does that mean?
Is that good or bad?
Yeah,
great.
What do you mean?
I would think, right?
I would like that.
I mean, napalm's
She's such
great.
a cutie.
Sexual napalm. I would think that's a term of endearment.
Yeah.
Like blowing things up?
Easy.
Scorched earth. I don't know.
Just sets it on fire and
She's a cutie.
keeps on burning.
And 11 years ago in 2014, legendary child actor Shirley Temple dies at the age of 85. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And it is brought to you by Cordell & Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Kendrick Lamar showed up and showed out at the Super Bowl 59 Apple Music halftime show with special guest in St. Louis's own SZA. The performance started off with the field turning into a grid resembling a tic-tac-toe board with Samuel L. Jackson. On the field is our Uncle Sam, who popped up throughout the performance. K-Dot packed as many songs as he could into his 15-minute set, which acted as a preview for his upcoming Grand National Tour, which will be coming here to St. Louis. The set was primarily comprised of cuts from his latest album, GNX, like Squabble Up and TV Off. A couple of expectations from earlier, from like Humble and DNA. He showed off his impressive athlete-like conditioning, breath control by rapping almost the entire time, and really made use of what our society is best at, which is going back, a call back to what Rafe was talking about, bully culture, because he did decide to put Not Like Us and bully the hell out of Drake by having his ex-girlfriend Serena Williams crip walking, and he played the whole damn thing. And I thought, you know what?
I thought you were going to, okay, honestly, I thought you were going to say this was a social commentary on anti-bullying.
No, this was bullying at the focal.
I mean, he called Drake a pedophile in front of 100.
The whole place said
people.
A minor. Everybody was in on it. And honestly, like, there needs to be a wellness check on Drake. Like, I was watching it going, oh, like, and, you know, they're having this beef and I don't want no part of it. But I'm like, holy crow, like, you had an entire Super Bowl crowd that a lot of people probably didn't even know a lot of Kendrick Lamar's album work, who knew what to do whenever that lyric came up. And I just thought, wow. And also the social commentary, you know, everybody was like putting it on him, like people from the left, like wanting, because Trump was there, like, what's Kendrick Lamar political stance going to be? I thought they did it perfectly with Samuel L. Jackson and the Uncle Sam outfit. I thought that was cool. And also saying the things like turn the TV off. And he was kind of saying what a lot of, I would say, middle-aged dudes in
If there was
the
some
Midwest
kind of
were
social
saying.
political commentary, it did not land on me.
Oh, are you
'cause
kidding? People on the right were calling it black supremacy. So it completely landed. Like,
okay, but me personally.
Okay, well, that's good. Then that means you're out of touch in that way.
I'm out of touch completely.
That's good. And you didn't like it, though, right? You didn't.
I didn't say I
appreciate
didn't like it.
Scorched earth, though, man. He went scorched earth. Like, that's, imagine if as a comedian you wrote a roast joke so good that they used it on the halftime of the Super Bowl. You wrote a roast joke so good that you won a Grammy for it.
I understand that.
And you're the person who the roast joke was about.
My take was, and I texted this to you guys, I didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was good or if it was bad. I don't know.
Well, my wife brought up a good point. She thought it was funny. They kept running those against hate commercials, and then in the halftime they have a it was all about hate.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Think about our culture right now. It is a divided. We are not a United States. It is the divided states.
I mean, yeah,
right?
because you got pro Drake and you got pro Kendrick
Exactly.
Lamar.
Yeah,
One's Canadian.
And here's the deal. And I had to go because
51st state, dude.
I didn't get into all of the drama. Like, I had to actually, I was like, ooh, why is Serena Williams there? I didn't understand she and Drake dated. So I was like, ooh, that is savage.
I didn't even know that was her. I didn't know anything. I didn't know that was SZA.
So it went, that's what I mean. It's going over the head of a lot of people.
I didn't know that was SZA.
I was unaware this was SZA.
Somebody said, "Oh, that's SZA." I go, I know she's from here.
But here's the thing. It went over a lot of people's heads that would say they didn't like it. The people that knew what was going on loved it. And that in itself is divided. Moon, you said you didn't really enjoy it. Give me your point of view.
I like Kendrick, and I thought it was boring.
I don't understand why you would do a halftime show, which 90% of people wouldn't understand.
That was the confusing thing. So you know, my kids are up. They know what everything meant. And my son was like, "Whoa!" I was surprised to see him go for that. I didn't think they'd allow that. You know, him to play that song and go all in. But even he was like, "Yeah, it was kind of boring." And what the heck, man, with the mix? Like, why were the vocals mixed so low?
Why is the NFL terrible with that at halftime shows?
It was one of the worst mixed deliveries, and it just made it more boring. And I just wasn't impressed.
I thought the dancing was sharp. I thought they were really crisp.
But it's a Super Bowl. I thought it was supposed to be bigger.
I was it's hard for me to watch. I was a little bitter. I thought they were going to ask me this year, and I didn't get the call.
I'm sorry.
So I don't know. I don't want to.
You'd be way more entertaining.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything good or bad. Maybe next year I'll get the call from the commissioner.
I'd kill for Rhinestone Cowboy at halftime.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
15 minutes of Rhinestone Cowboy.
I just think it was all subtleties. It was all coded.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And it went over people's heads.
90% of the audience didn't understand it.
Yeah, and for a Super Bowl performance, I was expecting to be entertained more. The entertainment level.
I agree with you on that. I think that taking a risk like this and letting Kendrick Lamar go out there and do his thing, it did go over people's heads, and it maybe was boring to people that weren't in on it. I totally appreciate that. In the future, I don't think they'll do anything like this again. I think we're going to see the pendulum swing in an entirely different way.
As long as Jay-Z's involved, it's going to be all this.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think he'll be out. I think it's all going to come down.
Do you think it's
Bring back
Morgan Wallen
Creed
next
with
year?
that?
I will.
Remember Creed with that guy flying over the audience?
Higher.
Let's do that again.
It's tight. I will say that when the news broke that Kendrick was doing the halftime show, Drake scheduled a concert in Australia.
Yeah, it's true.
And I do not think that was a coincidence.
Yeah.
I think he's like, oh no.
Nope, I'm going to be asleep.
I want to be on
when it happens.
the other side of the world in another hemisphere.
I don't
when this
understand why they're
happens.
fighting. I don't know.
Well, here can we hear just a couple of previews? Maybe do something that people know, like DNA.
I couldn't tell you a song. Something people know.
Play your favorite.
Humble and DNA are the two that people will know the most, and then not like that.
DNA from SZA?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Rizz is the freaking demo. He's the target. and obviously,
you weren't going to care about, dude. You weren't going to have a good opinion no matter what.
You're out of your mind.
Here's
we're
the thing,
so
though.
critical as a people.
Wait, us? All of us?
Oh yeah,
well, that's not nice.
There's a have to every time. Dude, we did it last week. I was talking about how my favorite was Aerosmith and Britney. You guys crapped all over that. Like, it's okay.
That was garbage.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I talked about ones I liked too.
No matter what, we are not going to find I could find a positive with each halftime Super Bowl.
Michael Jackson killed it.
We talked about the positives of the Rihanna one. We talked about the positives of the
Snoop Dogg,
the Bruce,
and that was a
Eminem,
good one
Dre
too.
one, like all of those.
Tom Petty was great.
That's not nice.
Prince is my favorite one.
She referred to you. She referred to you as a people.
Everyone liked Travis
DNA?
Fritz.
How long?
Hang on, it's not there. This isn't DNA, is it?
Oh, you don't even know.
No, it's not. And I don't know if it's leading up to it.
And I like Kendrick. I think he's incredible. I wasn't entertained. That's all.
All right, maybe go to Humble.
Which is the Drake one?
The Drake one is Not Like Us.
You want me to play Humble?
Yeah, I'm kind of leading up to Not Like Us. I will say I loved at the beginning with his car, and somehow they clown card all of those dancers into that vehicle, and I thought that was sweet.
Freaking Grand National, man.
Yeah, it's
I was
a
like,
Grand
whoa, dude, they got a Grand National out
Oh,
there.
clown
You know,
car, now they're mowing your lawn.
which obviously is the new single.
Rubbing
Whatever.
it
My
in.
people. Not new single.
All right, now please go to Not Like Us.
I didn't get anything.
It's okay.
Okay.
You gotta pop out and show. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the score. Walking down the whole time, I know he got some hoe. Bully the fro. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You bet like ever go to Cell Block 1.
Say Drake, I heard you like him young.
Yeah, because there's that rumor out there. The whole part of this beef, and I did have to look this up, it's because there's the possibility, allegedly Drake had relations with somebody underage. That's why they all say A minor.
He was messaging like a 14 or 13.
Oh, they weren't talking about a note?
Right. And also,
A minor. Well, they did that in this.
it should be at the end, maybe.
Block 1. To any that talk to me, they in love. Just make sure you hide your little sister from them. They tell me Chubb the only one to get your hand-me-downs. Party at the party playing with his nose now. Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified. I'm on him tough. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
This show, hashtag so white.
So, anyway, I
New
enjoyed
Orleans,
it.
hashtag 57% black. Like, I think people also forget that. Like, this was a very, we're in a city that the majority of the population it's black people. You know,
Yeah,
like,
celebrating
so everyone's like,
black
why didn't
culture.
Chris Stapleton get it? Well, I don't know, man.
Morgan Wallen will be at the next
They do it
one,
every
guys.
year.
It'll be
There'll
fine.
be the same blowback if, like, someone in the chat's like, it's not very unifying to have a halftime show that's just for certain people. And I'm like, no matter who you pick, it's not going to hit everybody unless it's like
Clownvis.
Clownvis.
Right.
Clownvis is for everyone.
Let me say this. I had this shower thought. I was like, we should be rotating genres every year with the Super Bowl to
I
shut
agree on
these
that.
people up. Because
Who are these people?
the people that are bitching, every one of us, yeah. You, me, everybody.
I'm not bitching. I'm just saying.
You are bitching.
Molly Hatchet next year,
I'm
bruh.
just saying.
Yeah.
This show is based on bitching. It's okay to
didn't
admit
understand it. You don't think I admit when I'm bitching?
it. No, I didn't say that.
I'm just saying I didn't understand it.
That's bitching.
How is that bitching?
Well, I don't know. Educate yourself more. Like, it made me want to download Kendrick Lamar's music now. It's going the music I didn't know. I was like, I want it
Did
on
you
my
just tell me to
iPod.
look it up? Look it up.
Look it up.
Don't give me homework on a halftime show.
Like me, okay, so next year maybe they will have a Morgan Wallen or somebody like that. And that's cool. Like, let's divide it up and make it different each year.
I'm a live entertainer, and I was looking at it from a entertainment perspective.
You're not allowed to bitch.
And I didn't think it was a good, entertaining show. I just didn't. And I like the guy. I like the guy better than Usher. And I thought the Usher performance was better. I was entertained by the roller skating. There was some things that kept me on my toes. There was nothing that kept me on my toes here except for, can I understand the codes of his pedophile diss track? Like, that's not entertaining to me.
Okay, but it was to some, right? Like, some people were
Very,
entertained by
very
that.
smaller amounts than I think than the Usher one, the Rihanna one, the Dre
It was not
one.
generic, for
Even
sure.
the Weeknd one was more entertaining.
Well, let's not get carried away. One thing that I appreciated about it was because it was so stripped down and performance-based, it didn't mess up the field. Like, every other halftime show gets so wild, and they try to do so much that the second half you see players falling down and turf flying everywhere. And I thought, like, they put down like a tarp, stage, and he did.
Somebody
his
went to
thing,
Home
and
Depot.
that was it.
Dude, it's funny. It's funny you say that because I actually, while it was happening, I thought, oh, maybe this is intentional. This is a reset. Because if you get too big, remember there was Lady Gaga flying in from the ceiling or something? You had the Katy Perry thing,
There was nothing we
Coldplay.
could hang on, like, Katy Perry had Left Shark.
But that's what I'm saying. Everything has been scaled so big that eventually.
Left Shark. Maybe Left Shark could do the halftime show next year just by themselves.
Remember Left Shark?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P. Left Shark.
I just thought it was the least entertaining one since the Maroon.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not.
Sure.
I apologize
apology
for
not
telling everybody's a bitch on this show. Oasis is going to reissue their 4th album, Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, in 3 different vinyl variants for its 25th anniversary.
Oasis would have been a great one.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
February 28th.
I don't know about that.
Guys, the Black Keys have given their first interview since canceling their 2024 tour, which we were affected by. Remember, this was supposed
Never forget it.
Never forget. They were supposed to be with us for, what's it called? In Forest Park. Like, why am I blanking on the name? Not Lou Fest.
Earthfest, Happy Fest.
Evolution Fest, excuse me. They were supposed to play Evolution Fest.
They did play. They did play.
2023.
They did
Yeah,
play.
they were supposed to play in 23.
They were
They just
supposed to
canceled
be
it.
at Enterprise, and I believe they canceled.
That's right. I'm mixing it up. That's how much my memory is gone.
Because they played with the Black Crows,
Keys.
and the Black Crows made fun of them before they went on stage anyway.
Well, in a new interview with Rolling Stone, Dan Auerbach and Patrick Carney, they look back on the decision to fire Full Stop Management, the company chaired by industry veteran Irving Azoff, citing apparent shared interests between different arms of the business. Carney said, to be exposed firsthand to how things have changed, it was pretty shocking to understand what's actually going on. It's mind-blowing. And there's just a lot of shared interests across the business side of this. According to the band, their 2024 European tour was poorly orchestrated, with management leaving them with just 9 dates in 3 weeks.
Wait, they fired Rizzoff?
They did.
Really?
Yes,
yeah, I
they
think
did.
what wound up happening was they booked all these big venues, and they realized, oh, man, we're just not as big as we once were.
That's what I thought.
And they blamed Days Off?
Yes.
And team?
Got to blame somebody.
Got to blame somebody. Dolly Parton announced her Dolly Wines brand was expanding by adding a Pinot Noir into the mix just in time.
She's pushing it.
She's getting up there into Kiss territory.
She's pushing it with
Here
these
is
products, man. Yeah.
Dolly talking about her new Pinot Noir.
All right.
For many years, I have not liked the color red because it reminds me of that woman who tried to take my husband. Remember? Jolene. But my new Pinot Noir has changed all that. I love red now. You should try it.
I love drinking.
She's got copy
$14.99,
for
you guys.
everything, doesn't she?
Boy, she's ready to roll out next week, the Dolly Parton coffin.
Dollywines.com.
Plenty of
Dolly
room
fans.
for your hair and your breasts.
The family.
Remember, I killed that bitch that took my husband. Remember Jolene?
And this is her blood.
Yeah,
Buried in this coffin.
she's in a piece of pine.
The family of Matt Penfield, the radio host and former MTV VJ, who we all love, suffered a massive stroke that left him hospitalized in January and now is involved in a legal battle over his conservatorship. Now, according to court documents, his daughter Jessica has filed for the conservatorship of her father, but his girlfriend Kara and his brother Glenn are now claiming that the daughter is attempting to isolate her dad from the rest of the family. Now, she filed for this soon after he was admitted to the hospital back in January. And, you know, they asked Glenn, his brother, and his girlfriend Kara asked the judge to deny it.
Well, they're not even allowed to go see him anymore. Like the daughter banned them from even going up to the hospital to see him.
Well, it's because she says that she's worried that the girlfriend is taking control of Matt Penfield's bank accounts and apartment. And so his daughter's trying to protect his property and accounts. She also said that her father was incompetent to make decisions due to his current health conditions following his stroke. This is just wild and awful. I hate this for Matt Penfield. Yeah. After hitting theaters last month, Eric Clapton's 1992 MTV Unplugged performance has a streaming release. So if you've been waiting for this to come to streaming, Paramount Plus will have it on this Wednesday, February 12th.
Who's been waiting for that?
Well, I don't know. It's on YouTube, isn't it? I mean, you could see it anytime you want. By the way, I went to go see Becoming Led Zeppelin on Friday in theaters at IMAX. Was it excellent? It was excellent, but I'll say this. Did not need to see it in the IMAX. Loved seeing it in the theater. It was one of those shows where everybody clapped after you saw the live performances, which I thought was cute. If or one of these people that hates going to the movie theaters, seeing it at home will be just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we passed by the Science Center on Saturday night. I go, oh, they're playing at the OmniMax there, and I was kind of bummed that I'm not going to be able to see it on the big screen.
Right.
So it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, see it at home. If you're a huge Led Zeppelin fan, which I dragged Tim to Helen's before the show, and we were talking to these chicks that came up and talked to us, and they were big Zeppelin fans, and they were so jacked and huge RizzShow listeners, which was neat. And if you're a big fan, it's worth going.
I think it's more hearing it on the because the Omnimax and the IMAX they have the big speakers, so hearing Zeppelin on the big. Yeah, it's not so much seeing it; it's hearing it.
And that's what their fan base needs.
Was it 80s night at Helen's?
It was.
Thank God. There was someone in the background of that picture that was perplexing my mind. They had on like pink unitard and their like blue butt cheeks hanging out, and I go, where are they right now?
We're in a time warp. No, it was 80s night because that 80s band was playing at Helen's on Friday.
Okay, so it was great, the documentary itself?
It was. Now, look, it only covers Zeppelin 1 and 2, which both came out in 1969, but it's really neat because you get home footage of John Paul Jones, Jimmy Page, and Robert Plant, and also there's some never-before-heard, or at least for me, Bonzo footage from an interview he did before he died.
Looking at the Rotten Tomatoes on it.
Ernest is in it.
Ernest
P. Worrell. Oh. I didn't know they were friends.
Yeah.
69% on the tomato meter.
That's a pretty decent
95% audience.
You know,
People loved
it's 96% on Tomato Meter. A French version of the Count of Monte Cristo.
Ah, yes. Wow.
I see that in IMAX.
So good.
Trying to see what the bad reviews are.
For instance, when we left, we were like, well, we really wanted to hear more about the rest of the catalog, but really it's about the beginning, and so that's why you only got the 1969 albums. And by the way, I had no idea that Zeppelin, had they not gone through Haight-Ashbury, the scene over in San Francisco, we would not have them. San Francisco's fan base for Led Zeppelin broke them in the United States because, things weren't going viral back then.
Right.
And by the time they made it back over to the Royal Albert Hall, back home to England, had they not had the success that came from the West Coast, we would not have Led Zeppelin as we know it.
All right, here's one critic. Says, while diehards may appreciate the celebratory tone of this movie, there's not enough depth to go beyond the greatest hits and into deep cuts.
I disagree. It's just the two first records, and so there's a lot of covers. Another complaint I had, Willie Dixon was a blues artist that they stole a lot of music from to get their career off the ground. They didn't mention him at all. And I think it's because of a legal dispute.
In a documentary they're all involved in, they're not going to talk about them stealing stuff.
No, I mean, but they did talk about the covers that they did.
Let's do a puff piece and talk about everything we stole.
They were very influenced by black music from the blues. David Lynch's death certificate was released on Friday. The cause of death listed as cardiac arrest with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease as the underlying condition. So his heart took him out, which is a perfect way for David Lynch to go.
Yeah. He was a big. He said since the age of 8.
Wow. 78 is how long he was.
That's what did him in. Big Sig guy.
Denzel Washington says he almost bit off his tongue a few months ago. Didn't say how it happened, but it's giving him some trouble as he prepares for a new Broadway production.
It's just a funny visual.
He says, I bit my tongue almost half off a few months ago. It's affecting my speech now. It forces me to slow down. I just have to use it.
I read the story.
It must have been something stupid if he's not going to say how.
I read the story this morning. I kind of my butt cheeks clenched up.
Yeah.
Because I got a buddy whose dad bit the tip of his tongue off.
Ooh. That's scary.
I shouldn't have laughed.
And
Thank you.
Somebody hit his jaw.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Uppercut?
I think he fell. Ooh. And he bit the tip of his tongue off.
That's not something I want to ever happen.
Yikes, man.
And he had a speech impediment ever since. We're not able to attach it.
Oof. I don't even like when I bite the side of my tongue.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That's so
when you bite your tongue. Oh.
Everybody's biting their tongues right now.
I can afford to lose a little.
Tom Cruise says there were times that he passed out while filming the new stunts for Mission Impossible, where he hangs off the wings of the plane. You saw this in the new trailer that was released during the Super Bowl. I guess he got up so high and was dangling and 10,000 feet, and he couldn't breathe, and he almost died. So glad he made it. We should call him Kanye West because he's a waste of my freaking time right now. Kanye West kicked off the Super Bowl weekend by going off on Jewish people again. He sent out a barrage of garbage tweets, including one that he loved Hitler and that he's a Nazi now. Tweets incurred with the wrath of David Schwimmer, who posted a message on Instagram pleading to Elon Musk to ban him. He didn't, but Elon unfollowed him, so that's big news.
Even his wife wrote something like, hey,
yes,
my husband needs your prayers.
Yes, she says, Lord, I lift up my husband to you with love and concern. Soften his heart, guide his words, and fill him with wisdom and kindness. Protect him from the trouble and lead him toward understanding and respect for all people. Despite our differences, I love him unconditionally. Strengthen our bond and help me as I become a source of patience and encouragement. I trust in your grace to work on his heart. God bless Israel and all the Jewish people. Amen. Nice little prayer from Bianca Sensori. And finally, the first episode of Saturday Night Live is going to air this Saturday at 11 p.m. in honor of the show's 50th anniversary. Little game. Your name is your buzzer. Points will be awarded. Who was the first episode of SNL hosted by?
Oh,
Rafe.
Rizz. Oh, damn it.
Rafe.
George Carlin.
Correct. Point for Rizz. Or point for Rafe. Who was the featured musical guests the first episode of Saturday Night Live? This is good trivia.
Oh, man. Is it somebody famous?
Famous. I'm unaware.
It's not as famous as you think.
I know.
It's somebody. The second episode was a huge guest star.
Who was that?
I've heard this before.
I'll say
who the guest was, but
I'll say Rafe, Paul Simon, but I don't think that's right.
Good guess. Nobody? Billy Preston and Janice Ian.
Billy Preston.
Oh, you didn't give me a chance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know Billy Preston.
I think Simon and Garfunkel were like second episode.
All right.
That's a great song.
Who
He's
was-
known as is he the fifth Beatle? Billy Preston?
No, that's Pete
Billy-
Best.
Oh, that's Clarence. That's Eddie Murphy. That's his
Pete
guest.
Best.
6th or 7th.
I love me do, man.
The fifth Beatle is George. What's his
One of my
face?
favorite sketches of
No,
all
I think
time.
Billy Preston is actually
They cut me
known as.
No, I
thinking
thought
George
I thought the
Martin.
manager
George Martin,
of
yeah.
George Martin was the fifth Beatle.
There's a lot of extra Beatles.
There's
Clarence.
a lot of
and
fifth
all that.
Beatles.
I'll play the sketch
I'm the
for you.
seventh Beatle.
All right, so here we go. Who was the special guest comedian who made an appearance on the first episode of SNL?
Rafe.
Rafe.
Andy Kaufman.
That's correct. 2 points for Rafe. There was also a sketch with a famous person who was an interesting celebrity at the time, pretty well known by all of us, and we all had an effect from this guy.
I'm sorry,
Wait,
say
what
that
are you
again?
gonna say? As
This
his
is a
first
guest
episode?
comedian.
This is the first episode. He's not a comedian, but he was a creator. He's a
Al Brooks.
not Albert Brooks.
Oh, damn it.
Clownvis,
Clownvis.
Jim Henson.
Jim Henson,
Damn it.
correct. The creator of the Muppets. Point for Clownvis.
Jim.
And can you name SNL cast members from that first episode, from that first season?
Okay.
Rafe.
Rafe.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd. Gilda Radner.
Jane Curtin.
Jane Curtin.
Yes.
I'm trying to
Belushi?
think. Gosh,
John Belushi.
John Belushi.
Keenan Thompson was on the first season.
Keenan Thompson.
Around that long.
Here's who else.
Garrett Morris.
Garrett Morris.
Garrett Morris,
You
I couldn't
guys,
think of it.
you need two more, and they're the ladies. You need two more ladies.
We already said Jane Curtin.
You did. Or no, I'm sorry, one more lady then. Jane Curtin, Gilda Radner, and who else? One last one.
What's her name?
What's her first name?
Lorraine.
Oh, Lorraine Newman.
Lorraine Newman. Very good. You guys are smart. Look at you guys go. And that is your crap on celebrities.
Billy
Lorraine
Preston
Bobbitt.
is known as the fifth Beatle.
Well, who
Clarence.
is?
Billy
Preston.
Preston? Really? I always thought it was George Martin.
He played keyboards in a lot of like the later stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Neato.
Celebrities
Great afro.
celebrating a birthday today. Mackenzie Vega from The Good Wife and Sin City is 31. Karen Fukuhara from Suicide Squad is 33. Emma Roberts is 34. Uzo Aduba, that's Crazy Eyes on Orange is the New Black, is 44. Elizabeth Banks is 51. Laura Dern is 58. Golf pro Greg Norman, the Shark, is 70. Mark Spitz is 75. Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly, The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face, The Closer I Get to You, and Where Is the Love is 88. And Robert Wagner from NCIS, number 2 in Austin Powers, also in Heart to Heart, and It Takes a Thief. Robert Wagner is 95. Congratulations,
Damn.
years old.
Clonvis.
There's ChatGPT says there's 3 fifth Beatles.
Oh, my goodness.
Billy Preston, Brian Epstein, and George Martin.
All right.
And that's not even including Pete Best.
Did you say Jeffrey Epstein?
That's what I.
Who's in that band?
Pete Best was a negative 0.5.
Yeah,
Beatle.
poor Pete Best. Don't
He doesn't
bring
get
him
a number.
Pete Decent.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Beatrice Valley. And today's birthday girl's been in 139 fine films, including America's Raunchiest Home Videos, 61, Beverly Thrillbillies, Scott's favorite, Black Hammer 3,
It's awesome. Great action flick.
Sodomania 3, Sticky Fingers, which is Moon's favorite,
Always.
Lern's favorite, Tommy Knockers,
Oh, man. Stephen King, you guys.
and Who Can Forget a Roll in 1993's Trash in the Can. What?
Man, if there's an LA band out there that's looking to do like a bluegrass cover band or something like that, the Beverly Thrillbillies is the best band name I've heard in months.
Beatrice Valley is 58 years old. It's your porno birthday. Those are crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. Clownvis is here.
Yeah, baby.
6-time fun facts. Next, if you want to join the Mile High Club, you could do so in a hot air balloon. I got the details. Also, are you willing to break up with somebody over a bad Valentine's Day gift? Apparently people are. And a story about a woman whose husband is making her fly home from their honeymoon after one day because he found a text to an ex. We'll chop it up next. Straight up 8 o'clock. Monday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have delays 55 northbound between Revis Barracks Road and Germania. Your point forecast, cloudy, high of 40. Right now it's 25 at the Point Studio.
Donnie Fandango from 105.7 The Point. Very happy to be joined by Dan Reynolds, frontman of Imagine Dragons. And Dan, we have a lot to talk about, but you are involved in one of my favorite life moments, and I have to tell you about it. And I've been wanting to tell you about it since it happened. It came up in my memories about 3 years ago this past weekend, and I had a chance to take, at that time, my 10-year-old daughter to see you guys live. My daughter's now 13. And some days are rough. And she's an amazing...
I watch a lot of shows about renovating homes and making them look gorgeous. And you know what? Taking out old floors, putting new floors in, that's always the top of people's list. It's where your little patoots are. You know, you're walking around barefoot in your home. You want them to be soft, maybe some carpet or gorgeous hardwoods. You know, we're not all lucky enough to have those vintage hardwoods that a lot of St. Louis homes have. But you know what? If you need new floors, Michael's Flooring has been a St. Louis company for 3 decades. Mike Reynolds is the owner. I shout out to Mike Reynolds and his hot-ass ponytail, okay? He's the owner. He's the Michaels. He's the person who employs professional people who love their work that they're doing because their boss, the owner, cares about them having a working, livable wage. And that's something I took away from my lunch with him last year. He said, I want the people who work at Michael's Flooring to be happy. And so that's why he's doing these $7 for each square foot of carpet that you are installing at Michael's Flooring. He's actually still hiring carpet installers because carpet is back, baby. People are wanting these different types of soft surfaces in their bedrooms and, you know, in their living rooms and the nurseries and sometimes even the bathrooms. Yeah. Carpet in the bathroom might be back. Okay. The 70s are here. Go to igotfloored.com.
Hey, it's Lux, and I'm backstage at Point Fest with the Glorious Sons. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
This is your second Point Fest in a row.
Yep.
Not only were you invited once, but you've been invited back again. How has this day shaped up compared to last year?
It was a nice day.
Nice
day.
day?
Great crowd. Great crowd, yeah.
Good crowd, great crowd.
I needed that show today.
Did you?
Yep.
Where were you
didn't.
guys?
Brett didn't,
I could have
but
just
I
stayed
did.
home and done this. So where were you guys last night?
Oklahoma.
Good. You know-
Rocklahoma.
Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big festival.
Yeah.
Did you get to see any cool bands?
No. We stayed in our bus and we left before tornado hit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
I don't think a tornado
No,
actually
it
hit,
didn't
but
hit,
there
but
was like a...
Bad weather?
Yeah,
just
bad
didn't
weather
wanna
warning.
Get hit by that one.
Never even seen a tornado, so I'm quite scared of them, actually, to be
Yeah,
honest.
we have them quite often here in Missouri, but I have heard today's should be okay. So, but also maybe after the show,
Yeah, we'll leave.
leave the Midwest for leave the Midwest for a little bit. May is not a great month.
Hunker
for
down
us.
in the casino.
Yeah.
Well, I know we talked about this the last time that we chatted. That you guys are hockey fans.
Not really, to be honest. Packer, our drummer, and Jesse, our guitar tech, are major Leafs fans. But I think we've both kind of grown out of it. It gets kind of spoon-fed to you.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I was going to
from-
say, is it being a Canadian? Is that like just a thing that everybody?
Yeah,
you
well,
expect?
it's a huge sport in the country, but I mean, I think there's a lot of people also that get sick of hearing about it.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people. Yeah.
Oh, darn! Because I was going to say, here in St. Louis, going into the Stanley Cup Finals next
But
week.
you're playing my boys, the Bruins. I'm a Bruins fan.
What?
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
He's not a real hockey
Yes,
fan.
I
man.
am.
He's a
I'm a
fraud.
Is
He's
he
a
lying
liar.
to me?
I'm a Patriots fan. I'm a Bruins fan.
He hasn't
I'm
didn't
a
wa-
Celtics fan,
What?
even though I don't watch.
He didn't watch one single game
Bullshit.
all year.
It's horseshit.
Well, hey, I follow you guys on social media, and one of you tweeted out a great moment between the Las Vegas Knights and the San Jose Sharks. Just a nice nut shot, and I thought, oh God, these guys are hockey guys.
That's the extent of my fanship. Is that highlight right there? I love that.
I watched it a few times over last night,
it was
a few times.
Brilliant.
It really was. Well, this is something I do know about you. You're foodies.
Yeah, Jay is. I kind of follow in Jay's wake on that one.
Oh, yeah?
He's a big foodie.
Have you tried any of the St. Louis local foods the times that you've been here?
You know what? Yes, actually. Last time, I don't know. I can't tell this story, actually.
Too bad.
We did go
Last time I was in a
like,
bathtub full of toasted rabs. Things got weird.
It involved a vape pen and up my nose, and then I blacked out while I was...
Jay's not very good at handling his weed. Neither am I.
Smoke a vape pen up my nose, and then... So last time I was here, I was
That must be the Canadian way. I'm not sure I'm on it.
It got completely
gigantic lightweight, and you decided to smoke it up his nose for a night. And
so...
But that's when you must have loved everything you ate then, right?
Meal of my fucking life.
I know.
St. Louis food is so good.
I kind of didn't get a chance to eat that night, so...
Oh, no. So you've never tried gooey butter cake or...
I didn't know that was a real thing.
Oh, God. It's butter and it's cake. As you can imagine, it's gooey.
Does it taste like bread and butter?
It tastes like sugar, like just pure sugar.
Cool. I mean, I'm in.
You guys had toasted raviolis, no?
No.
You've had regular raviolis, right?
Yeah.
Imagine them toasted and dipped like little fried pieces of goodness.
Like deep fried.
Yeah, deep fried.
So our drummer, he goes to every city and Googles what the main cultural food is, like the Chicago hot dogs.
You need one of those in every band, right?
He'll eat it even if it makes him sick. Every city.
He loves the hot dogs. They're freaking disgusting.
I love hot dogs.
Juicy Lucy
the Chicago
in
hot dogs
Minnesota.
don't look that good.
It's all these weird things that he eats, and it's just like, dude. That's not.
It's just stuff people convince themselves is good over time to be a part of.
Is that what it is?
Kind of like being a Christian or something.
Yeah, you're like, it's good. It's just good. We're all doing it. It's everywhere. It's all around us. We're in it.
All right, interview over.
No.
Radio edit.
No, I don't edit that out.
So what do you guys eat on the bus then? Like, what do you guys? I mean, if hot dogs are out.
I try not to eat on the bus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw a video where you made some mango salsa on the bus, and I'm just wondering. I'm wondering if I can get that recipe.
It didn't taste that good, to be honest. And it's Michelle's recipe, but I screwed it up royally. So, and it was for some cooking show, and we had to do something. So I tried that. I mean,
it looked better than it tasted then, I guess, because it looked good from my angle.
It was kind of like one of those, when you make a meal for your mom and she says it's good?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was like. It wasn't that good. It was just like a...
But I'd be like, that's good.
It's pretty good.
You did a good job. Well, the last time you were here for Point Fest, my friend Mac interviewed you, and she asked you when you guys felt like you had made it. And your answer was that you were going to get to open for the Rolling Stones. And now you're going to be opening for the Rolling Stones again, but this time not in France, in Canada. Has that moment evolved for you now?
Yeah.
For sure.
We get an hour set. So last time we played 35 minutes. So
yeah.
That hour kind of gives you some freedom to really
it's a real
do what you want. Yeah. And I mean, on that huge stage in front of 60,000 Canadians.
To buzzer beaters, to block parties, there's nothing as exciting as basketball. That's right. With Underdog, you could bring that excitement to wherever you watch basketball. Play on their app. It's as easy as choosing higher or lower on player stats like three-pointers made, points, rebounds, and more. Get those selections right, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Millions of fans have won over billions of dollars on Underdog. Are you going to be next? Join in on the fun by signing up for Underdog today using promo code Rizz. That's R-I-Z-Z. And you'll get a free selection as part of your first cash entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. So download the Underdog app, sign up now using promo code Rizz, and unlock that special offer of up to $1,000 bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line or 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
105.7 The Point. AO. Let's go. It's Liv Maddox, broadcasting live from the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And I am joined now by the one, the only, Jelly Roll.
Yeah, baby.
How are
Howdy,
you,
howdy.
sir?
I feel like I'm back home, man. I love St. Louis. It's one of my favorite cities in America for dozens of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last time I was here was just sheer disappointment because Point Fest got rained out that day. And
Yeah,
Oh,
we're still mourning that.
Mental has blown up recently. He is everywhere. Like recently, O's a Mentalist. He's been on social media doing crazy things with all these famous people.
That's great.
He's a good dude.
I don't know.
Clownvis is here. You can see Clownvis at the City Museum this coming Friday for a Valentine's Day extravaganza.
Absolutely, baby. Going to be the place to go on Valentine's Day night, the City Museum.
You'll be singing.
I'll be singing. I'm doing a special set of all love songs, so it's not my usual set. I'm doing all kind of cover songs that mention love, a lot of songs that you guys will know, plus there's a DJ and a lot of other activities, and you'll have run of the entire City Museum. So go to citymuseum.org to get more info on that.
And it's a 21 and older thing.
Yes,
so they
sir.
throw all the families out. Get out of here, kids.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'll be cussing.
Yeah.
Very
Showing
cool.
undersack.
Where are they setting you up at in there?
I don't even know. I don't know what part of it it's at, actually. That's a good question. I should find that out. You'll find me lost in a cave trying to find where I'm supposed to
You're
perform.
doing it where they
Elvis
blow the
show.
glass. Where they do glass blowing.
Maybe. Maybe the circus room. I don't know where I'm going to be at.
Oh, that's fun. That's this Friday over at the City Museum. All right, let's do Sex Time Fun Facts. And it's sponsored by
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
All right, I want your opinion on this. So this is something a woman posted on social media. She is distraught. She's asking if she's in the wrong here, or is her husband being a bit too sensitive? So she says, "My husband is making us fly home from our honeymoon after one day because he found out I sent my ex a goodbye text on the morning of our wedding."
Ooh.
It was a goodbye text, for goodness sake. Not an "I will always love you" text, not a "drop everything and meet me at the altar" text. It was a goodbye text. I needed to say goodbye to have closure on my unmarried part of life.
What? And it took you to the hour. It took you to this hour. Healthy.
And she does not understand why her husband is very upset at this. Lern, thoughts? I'd like to
Yeah,
start
it's
with you.
terrible. What are you doing?
Is the husband overreacting?
No, I think that's, it's your wedding day. You should only have each other in your minds. I mean, I think that, yes, there is something about like when you're getting ready on your wedding day, if you're a reflective type of person, you'll go through all the people you loved and really think seriously and go like, oh my God, it all got me to this. And you have a gratitude for, oh my God, the heartbreak and the pain. And thank God I broke up with so-and-so and it led me to this. That's about as extensive as you probably should get. Like, I didn't invite my exes to my wedding. I wasn't thinking about them deeply on my wedding day. This is completely inappropriate.
Clownvis?
Yeah, I got to agree with that. I don't know why you would make the move to actually pull the trigger on the text. Maybe it goes through your mind. If your life is flashing before your eyes and you think of the good times with others. But man, that is that's a move that
on your wedding morning.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. I would text everyone that I used to date. Even a casual.
By the hour.
Even casual one time, we just hit it off at a party.
If it was a mass
And be
text,
like,
that'd be all right.
This is what you
missed out.
Look
You're
how good I
missing
look at
out.
this tux. Could have been you, bitch. But you chose otherwise.
And now I'm the happiest person ever.
That's right.
Yeah, this dude
I think if
heard.
it's a mass text, it's okay. The fact that it was only one person.
One person, her
Yeah, man,
ex-boyfriend.
that's just maybe you shouldn't be getting married.
Yeah.
If that person's occupying that kind of mental territory in your brain, like there's a good chance that you're not giving your whole self
Yeah.
to this other person who is giving their whole self to you, and that sucks. So I don't blame this dude at all.
This dude heard the warning shot And you fired the
listened.
gun, you moron.
Yeah.
But he listened. He ducked.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he
good on
already
him.
signed the papers.
It don't matter. Get out.
Well, yeah.
Well, that'll be their first big step, you know. Unfortunately, I hate that for the groom. It kind of ruins the day for him.
Scott?
For sure.
Well, yeah, like I said, if it was a nice group message to everybody and bragging about where you're at now. No, yeah, it's a tough one. And you would definitely need some counseling. That's why you should get counseling before you even get married, you know?
She's a 9. You're all 5s. Good luck, uggos.
Well,
it's fine.
she says here, she says, please tell me my sensitive, nostalgic girlies understand.
Yeah.
Where my girlies at?
I bet them girlies were not in the comment section.
No, she got crucified.
I had to. No way she was not the
The
age.
internet was not kind to her. With this post went sideways. She didn't think it'd go this way. But, yeah, okay. So we're all on the same page there.
Yeah.
Here is a unique Valentine's Day idea for anyone who's not afraid of heights and kind of a pervert. So CNN did a story on a hot air balloon company in California that lets you join the Mile High Club. It's called Magical Adventure Balloon Rides. It's
Good
based
name.
about it's based about 90 miles southeast of L.A. in Temecula.
But you got to be up there in a basket with the fire puller.
Well,
Now, you won't have to hide what you're doing. It's called the Mile High Flight because they know that's what you're up there to do. Obviously, there's a pilot with you, but don't worry.
Oh, no.
He's got he'll fly blindfolded.
does he play the violin or
Quote,
something?
he's behind a screen with earmuffs to give you some privacy.
What a gentleman.
And there is a still shot of it's a big basket.
Not big
How
enough.
big of a basket? I mean, that basket's going to be rocking around.
The basket fits up to 10 people.
There's a
Wow.
curtain in the still image I'm looking
Yeah,
at.
right? You see the curtain?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Can you imagine you're just going and you hear that
10 people standing, not
Fire?
10
10
people,
people
lying
standing,
down.
not lying down.
Right, so it's small. I mean,
And
think
I
about
like how
that.
they put holes in the basket, too, where you can see through it, kind of.
Oh,
A glory hole?
This guy's watching. Get out of here. He's
Yeah.
watching and listening, and
He put the whole thing together, man. It's his balloon and everything.
yeah, what are you going to do?
he is just a pervert, just wants to have people to have sex in front of
What are you
him.
going to do? Tell him to leave?
That's sweet, though. I mean, I appreciate the innovation for the people that want extracurriculars. Like, I always tell Tim, I'm like, how neat would it be to go, like, I would love to go up and have anti-gravity sex. Like, that is something that I'm like, you got to be a millionaire to get up there. Like, I would love to be up in the International Space Station just floating around and doing the nasty. That is something that I would love. This is as close to that as I probably could get.
That's the poor man's way to do it, yeah.
Yes.
You know, there's 2 astronauts up there on the space station. They've been stranded there since
I know.
June of last, or they were supposed to be taken home June of last year. It's a man and a woman, and I read an article about like, hey, it's a man and a woman up there, and they've been up there for months alone.
Well, they're
And?
professional.
There's no way they haven't.
Perfect.
Are you kidding? No.
Oh, wow.
They've probably
Oh, wow.
joed, but I don't want to put that on them.
One of them's a
They're up
nerd.
there in space, by
Floating
themselves.
around. Yeah, they got to.
I don't know, man. They're
Bill,
probably
did you
not
Joe again? No, I swear.
Just every-
What's this floating by my
What
head?
is all this?
I don't know.
You're gonna gum up the machine.
You always blame it on me, Julia.
Like, even that would be crazy. Think about that. You're floating around and you're joeing up at the International Space Station. That would be incredible.
Yeah, you'd have to do that thing where you lock your boots to the ground. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? At least,
Yeah, or
at
else
least it
you-
just
Or how do you
have
even...
some symbols.
Yeah, you know all that propulsion.
I'm going upside down.
Yeah, dude.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you'd have to do it
Amazing.
with the hose. You know, it's like, you know how they do you know how they pee, right? Fellers. So it's like a condom looking thing with a hose, and they have to put it on there, and then
Hold on, there's got to have some suction.
it just goes it goes into this hose. But it's like a condom thing, from what I understand.
Imagine blasting, like waiting too long and blasting so hard you just put yourself through a wall of the space station.
We're out of orbit.
Oh, God!
Star Wars style.
What was that? A streak just went by me. I think it was John.
That's every man's
No, but that's like the article was about these two in space, and you know you're a lady and I'm a guy, and like we've been here for a long time.
I wonder if they have partners back home. Just wondering.
They would understand.
Nah. They're probably just
Professional
Joey and
science.
floating, you know?
Just doing science things.
Science things.
Yes.
Doing some
They
science.
could also just be professional astronauts and coworkers.
You're right.
Believe it or not.
Or that.
Or that.
Or that. So, yeah, so the mile-high flight, the pilot's up there. Balloons normally stop around 3,000 feet, but their mile-high trip goes to 5,280 feet to give you the full experience. The whole flight is 3 hours long. Pricing for 2 passengers start at $1,400. Or if you're really getting freaky, you could bring a third person for an extra $159.
Whoa.
Or a fourth for another $159.
Dang.
How'd they come up with that number, 159?
I don't know.
Why
but
isn't it 169? Let's be
Yeah.
real.
I assume- listen,
Tax it is.
I assumed that this thing would have been booked up way in advance, but I checked this morning, and there was still a 6 a.m. slot open on Valentine's Day.
Let's do it.
All right.
So
Who's
there's
with
still,
me?
There's still a 6 a.m. flight. If
be
you
your add-on.
If you want to get to Temecula.
Be my 159.
Yeah, I'll go in for 159, dude. 17 Honda is a little expensive. I'll watch. I'll earn my keep.
Bring one of them hotel chairs and just get comfortable.
That's right. And my video camera. Yeah, I'm going to set up lighting, the whole thing. Listen, economic times are tough, and that doesn't just stop being true because it's Valentine's Day, guys. But with money tight and the Christmas gifting season only a couple weeks in the rearview mirror, many people are hesitant to dish out this Valentine's Day. And that doesn't mean, however, that couples have put all their romantic expectations for the day by the wayside. A survey found that 25% of people are willing to break up over a bad Valentine's Day gift. Willing to say, nope, this is over. Are you expecting something big on Valentine's Day?
No. Tim always gets me flowers, which I love.
Moon, will there be a grand gesture
I
in
told
the
you,
Moon
man.
household?
We were at the mall a couple weeks ago, and I got something for my wife, but it was the wrong size, so I had to take it back yesterday. So I'll be getting her something, and I already know it's a hit because she caught me.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to love that ghillie suit.
Exactly. It's the wrong size. But I don't want anything because I'm just not that guy. I'm hoping it's something simple and
Clownvis?
something.
Well, besides me and Rafe going up in the hot air balloon, not much, no.
Yeah.
Rafe, something for Tina?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to cook for her and do some. She might get some flowers or something.
Okay. Maybe.
We'll see.
If she's lucky.
She's not real. It bums me out because I am kind of a romantic. It's just not her. She doesn't care about that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
So she
like it's she really doesn't. Like I've tried. Like she's not mean about it. She'll just be like, oh, cool. She's not like, oh, flowers. I feel so. It's just not her personality.
It's not her love language.
It's definitely not.
Scott?
Yeah, I'll get my wife something special, but if she doesn't get me anything, it's going to be serious.
I'm out.
She's
I'll
done.
be very offended.
You're out of here.
Yeah. I need a nice gift.
What about you, Rizz?
We're going out to dinner with the two other couples.
Oh.
And you didn't set that up, right? Like, so the ladies set that up.
The ladies set that up.
Yeah. That's what I think. I think that's a nice thing to do, like a ladies' thing to do, is to set up the dinner reservation. I did that for Tim. And it's just kind of a nice thing that I think men appreciate because you guys don't. What can we get you? Flowers? Men don't want flowers. Like, you guys don't really want anything. At least that's what it seems like. And I think setting up the appointment of where we're going to be and it's food and you can eat what you want. I think
and
that's
we
a
got
good thing to do.
some friends with us. It'll be great.
We
I'm
want
actually
some.
looking forward to it.
We do want something.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
It's not a
Well,
reservation.
The ladies want that as well.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a reservation.
Yeah, you guys hold
1820 Chop
all
House.
the cards there, by the way. So
Tell you that.
on average, people are poised to spend about $155 on Valentine's Day this year. But yes, if some people don't knock it out of the park, relationships can end.
Really?
Yeah. So, what are we getting our loved ones? What's the best gift? Couples now prefer sentimental gifts far more than luxury gifts.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
So sentimental. What's a good sentimental gift?
Dolly Parton Rosé.
That's right.
That's right. If she's a Dolly fan, then that is kind of
Nailed
sentimental.
it.
Yeah, I think like something engraved is nice, like a piece of art, or like, you know, one year I got Tim, I can't remember if it was Valentine's Day or our anniversary. We went to Santa Barbara for our anniversary or for our honeymoon, and I printed out a map of Santa Barbara, and I hearted all the places that we went to.
Oh, that's nice.
And I gave that to him, and that was like something that's like he loves maps. This is where we drank all
Tim
that
loves
wine.
maps. He's known.
My
Tim's a
husband
map
is
guy.
known to be a big map guy. Okay, he loves an atlas, and so it's perfect.
Way to read, Tim.
His centerfolds are all
They are
by
the
Rand McNally.
big global atlas. Don't even
You
get
read
him
the
started.
Playboy in there? I heard a centerfold of them. That's Rand McNally, babe.
He loves
It's
the
the
continent. Okay, he
Don't
loves the continent.
listen. That's sweet.
Yeah,
I've
my
been
wife
seeing
and I.
that is a nice gift. I saw like my Instagram ads were showing me like necklaces where you had your first kiss. They'll do like a map. Like if you kissed your wife for the first time in New York, it'll be like a map of where you kissed her for the
That's
first
cute.
time.
That's what my wife got
That would
me.
be a sweet gift.
Really?
Yeah, a couple years ago. It's a star chart. It's like exactly how the stars were, where we were laying in Yosemite on our
That's
birthdays.
sweet.
Oh, I named a star after my wife. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, you guys buy into all these gimmicks, don't you?
That's cool.
So
I
cool.
love a star being named.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Dude, that's one that I've literally been
Garbage.
telling Tim that for 15 years, and he's not done it. This is his year. Do it. I would love a star.
That's a
named
last
after
minute.
me.
Oh crap! I forgot to get you something. I hear the guy name a star after your loved one on the radio. Like, that's cool enough.
The scientists have to go and change all the science books now because you just named a new star.
How much did you spend on this?
I
What a
think they're
rip!
gonna go into.
Oh, come on. It's beautiful.
I think it's cool.
No, it's not.
It is
garbage.
cool because there's one for everyone. We literally can all have our own star. I think that's neat.
This guy, remember the guy that was doing those?
No, I don't care about the guy. I like the star.
Okay, but who's to say it's real?
Whoever the guy
it's
is.
on the
Gotta go to a
internet.
reputable company.
What company?
There's a company.
Starsforyou.com.
It's Neil deGrasse behind it all.
Yeah.
There's no guy that just says, "All right, I'm naming that after
You
you."
know what? Okay,
Get
what about
outta
this?
Here. It's garbage.
Let me say this. This is a perfect local personalized gift. You can go to Forest Park and get a tree planted or named for the person, and they get a little placard. And so that's a perfect way to do it. And then you get a tree.
How much is that?
It's like $300,
That's cool.
and it's there forever.
Can you pick the
and it's
tree?
yours. No, I think they pick the tree. I mean, maybe if you call, but it donates to Forest Park forever. It's a great gift.
You got a
Suck on
tree
that.
named after you?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's something I could, if you
You
go
like that.
and you could visit.
Okay.
And when we're old,
could,
we can picnic.
picnic under it.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Not a
Get my-
star.
They
Hard to
tell you
find
where
that.
it is
Hard
on
to
the-
find that star.
Forest Park grounds.
That Bradford's in my wife's honor.
Stinky Bradford pear.
Yeah, now we're changing it. It was Bleep Bloop 57, in the Andromeda Galaxy, and now it's, Lern.
Yeah. Oh, I want it so bad.
You can go old school sentimentality and bring her like the foreskins of 7 Philistines or something.
Yes.
Or that.
Something meaningful.
Babe, this is old school romance.
Yeah, I always do this every year, and I'm planning on doing it again, though, where I'm giving her 8x10 autographed, and it's framed,
That'll go well.
I just keep giving
Of
her
you?
those. Yeah, my headshot that I had like 20 years ago, and
You did get some new headshots last year. Maybe
that's true. I could update
those are
it.
nice.
Yeah,
She sees you every day, though, so I don't know if that's going to be great. But
little autograph.
That used to be my Christmas gift to all my friends. I used to do these horrible pictures of me with ridiculous facial hair, and I'd make them into ornaments, and that was my gift.
that's cute.
I do personalized Valentine's Day telegrams at clownvistotherescue.com. I've been doing those.
Oh, I saw that.
Been doing
yes.
those for about 10 years. Before Cameo was a thing, I was doing those. I used to do them in person, but that got to be too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. And there's people that.
Get out of my house, clown.
Oh, I was kicked out of some places, man. Yeah, there would be like businessmen that would send me to their rival businessmen, like as a joke. And I got sent to like ex-girlfriends who were scared of clowns and stuff.
Oh, my.
Like revenge hires,
I don't like people using you like
Yeah,
that.
so
I don't either.
I had to
I
get
don't
out of that
appreciate
business.
it.
But I do the video telegrams are great, and there's people that I've done it for literally for consecutively for about 10 years now that get it for their loved ones every year. It's sweet.
That's awesome. I think I did the ornaments until Rizz told me he was just throwing them away. And
I would love a Moon
he destroyed
personalized
me.
bad facial hair ornament.
Oh, dude, I had one with a big
Right in
old
the
giant
garbage.
curly mustache. I went all out. It was like a gold frame. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Our listener Lori,
I stopped giving gifts altogether after that.
this year for Christmas, listener
Save your
Lori
money.
from Team Rizz gave me a colonoscopy photo ornament, and it's on my desk to
Yeah,
this
me too.
day.
How about giving the one you love?
I put it on the tree.
Ooh.
Herpes.
Yeah, because I know I got the list of these states where you're most likely to get a sexually transmitted infection. Would anyone like to guess what state ranked as the worst affected by sexually transmitted infections?
Florida.
Show me Missouri.
Not Missouri. You know what? Hey, listen, Missouri, we're not on this list.
Yeah.
We did so good.
We did good this year.
Such a relief.
Last year we were on an STD
Oh,
list.
yeah. Gonorrhea. I think we were
That
pretty
one's
bad with
the-
gonorrhea.
Cha-cha.
That's the best one.
Show me Nevada.
Nevada, no.
No way.
dang.
It's got to be.
Florida.
I got
Alaska.
Alaska's number 2.
Whoa.
Wow.
I started
wonder
thinking,
why.
because like, what do you?
Man, they
There's
got
only like
nothing-
9 people to bang. Once
yeah,
somebody gets it, you're all getting it.
And they got nothing to do but drink and bang.
Okay, so in Alaska, rates of gonorrhea are 251.1 per 100,000 people. Chlamydia, 700 per 100,000 residents.
Yikes.
So Alaska, they are spreading stuff around.
Makes sense.
Good for
So
them.
then I'm going to think, is it other sparsely populated states? Are we looking at a Montana on here?
We got no Montana.
South Dakota.
Nope, no
Yeah, they're
South
like a
Dakota.
dirty
No,
there.
no. Looking at
The rest are obvious, right?
Massachusetts.
Florida's 10.
Okay.
Massachusetts, no. I'm not seeing any eastern, like
So
northeast
New
states.
Hampshire.
Show me New Mexico.
New Mexico, no.
How about Arkansas?
Arizona.
Arkansas, 5th place, Arkansas.
Good job.
Arizona.
Arizona, no, not the top 10.
Mississippi.
Call it Hot Springs.
Mississippi, congratulations, Mississippi. You're number 1.
Oh.
Does Mississippi have
Outstanding
anything
work.
going for it?
So cool, man.
Barbecue and herpes. apparently.
Biloxi.
Mississippi sucks. I'm serious.
Well, the
Like,
coast front is
I'm-
dirty
I think
and
that's half
nice.
the problem.
Good band name, by the way. Sucks with an X. Just put
Mississippi
it out there.
sucks. I mean, I'm rooting for them. I'm not trying to bag on them, but like every time I go, it's just like, dude, who is staying here?
And have you ever been on a beach there? Because all the stuff that comes out of the Mississippi, like comes back in a circle there, and it hits the shoreline, so it's just trash everywhere. No matter how nice it looks, you just see tons of trash, and the water's a little gross.
So the highways are awful. I feel like anytime you even like stop for gas, you're just like, God, dude, everybody's like
Yeah.
half abandoned this place.
Well, all right, so you got, as far as STDs go, Mississippi number 1, congratulations, followed by Alaska, followed by North Carolina, huh? Surprising.
Go.
Then you got Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Louisiana, South Carolina,
Yeah, dude.
Nevada.
The South rules.
Yeah, the South is
Florida.
going at
Oh
it.
man, they are
The
rocking.
South will rise again.
Holy smokes!
Hey, dude, we raw dog below the Mason-Dixon line.
I mean, it is the only place to catch an STI is in the South.
Dang.
Well, my sister got it, then I got it. Coincidence. And my cousins got it. I don't know, man. That's, I wonder why it is concentrated down there.
Well,
You know what it is? I will tell you why. It's because it's warmer down
I
there.
was gonna say it's warmer, so
People-
people are out and about and they're mingling
and
more,
banging.
mingling and banging,
Because Minnesota
hanging
has-
and banging.
Minnesota has one of the lowest rates of STD.
Do you think the degrees are killing, or you think the diseases are thriving because it's warm?
I just think people are out.
Like a petri dish?
I think people are out and about and banging.
Okay, because people are out and about.
It's like why there seems to be more crime in Florida than anywhere else. Well, number 1 is their open records laws, which is one thing. Another thing is that
It's nice outside.
it's nice outside, and people commit
Get-
crimes when
getting
they're
in
outside.
trouble. You're getting in
People get in
trouble.
trouble.
Well, what about Alaska?
Well,
Same thing, but the opposite. effect,
and
I
the
guess.
communities are so much more tightly packed.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, you're either in a city or you are a lone wolf in it.
Is the southern part, you know, where it kind of goes way down, almost like British Columbia with the little leg there? Is it more mild in those big cities down there?
What are you talking about in
Like
Alaska?
Anchorage and all those where they're a little lower?
Yeah, it's tropical down there, Scott.
No, you know how Vancouver's pretty mild weather?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I don't know.
Summers. The rest of it's cold.
I don't know. All right, listen, we got to take a break. We'll come back. Rafe's got his Rafe on relationships. And one more thing. Do not fully commit to somebody unless you know these 6 things about them. And we'll go down the list. And these things are pretty important to know about somebody before you really get going in a relationship. We'll finish up Sexy Time Fun Facts next. All this stuff makes sense, by the way. All right, it's 8:34. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Like Golden Oak Lending, cure your blues. We got delays. 44 southbound between Memorial Drive and it looks like 55. Also 55 southbound between 3rd Street and 44. Your point forecast, cloudy, high of 40 right now. It is 25 at the Point Studio.
Okay, so let's go over Rafe's bucket list.
Okay.
So these are all the things Rafe would like to achieve.
Please tell me you don't have dropkick on there.
I do not have dropkick on there.
How about receive dropkick?
It's on there now. Might as well. So we've been going over all of our bucket list items over the last couple of weeks. We've done everybody's. We did Lern's yesterday. We did Moon, King Scott, Rizz. And now we do a lot of stuff on the show where we punish each other.
Okay.
So we're trying to develop the flip side of that coin where we try to lift each other up, help each other achieve.
Do you hate your job? Will you be doing the same thing, making the same amount of money in 5 years? Well, you could change your life with a career in technology and have unlimited growth opportunities. Now, you've heard me talk about Centric for a long time. And now you could find out for yourself how you could train for a new IT career in as little as 4 months just by going to centric.com/Rizz. That's CENTRIQ.com/Rizz. Centric is St. Louis's leading IT training company. Centric is the longest-running, most experienced entry-level tech training program in the country, and their programs train you on the most current technologies employers are looking for and are using. Because unlike four-year schools, they could quickly adapt their curriculum to match the changes in the job market. And here's the best part. They will help you get a job. They know your goal is to get a great IT job, and that's why their job search assistance is a huge part of their program. So listen, by the summertime, you could be ready to go in a new career in technology. It starts by you going to centric.com/Rizz, CENTRIQ.com/Rizz.
It's a nerve-wracking day. Why? You guys and Queens of the Stone Age, back-to-back interviews. I'm already a high-strung person. Whew. I can't wait to have a beer when this is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
You don't need to worry about us.
Well, yeah, but I do though, because see, here's where the rub is with me and bands that I really like. If it's a band that I'm about, I can power right through. Mm-hmm. But then when it's a band that I really dig, then there's a bit of that fanboy stuff that starts popping out, and that's what I'm trying to control. So here, I'm bringing it down. I'm going to do my best professional interview as I.
You're doing very well so far.
Together we can all do this.
We can all do this. So I had the fortune of seeing you guys on Saturday. I was in Austin at ACL. Oh. Now I want to talk about this. I got to talk about this. Right. Because I know you guys had troubles. I guess it was with pedals.
With cables and amps weren't turning on, basically, yeah.
But from where I was standing and watching from my vantage point, it was a flipping phenomenal show. Like, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, thanks.
So when you are, a few days away from that, this kind of already answered my question with your facial expressions, but do you look back at that and go, whew, I can't wait for this weekend and us able to do it again? Or do you go back and go, you know what, this song was messed up, but we powered through for the rest?
I kind of, when stuff goes wrong and breaks, I almost feel like, I'm almost like, see, it can go wrong. And what we do is real,
Sure.
We don't play to a backing track or a click, and we just plug in and go. And when that breaks, it's proof that that we are taking some element, some sort of a risk up there.
Yeah.
And also, I think as well, when stuff goes wrong, it forces you to go in a different direction, and you have to dig from somewhere else that you didn't think you were going to have to. So I think in the case of ACL, like part of me was like incredibly frustrated because people would come to see us and shit was breaking, but on the other hand, the songs that we did manage to make stuff work for, I felt like had this kind of whole new energy to them.
Absolutely,
it's exciting. It's like you want to see people on the cusp of losing their minds, which I certainly was at the time.
I saw a band once kick over a whole entire like amp bed, or amp rack thing, and it was one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. Like, that's the only time I've ever seen anything destroyed on stage. I got to say, I was kind of hoping for that with you guys too, just because.
He threw the amps over.
Oh, you did? Well, so I didn't see that particular part of it then.
Yeah, I was pissed off.
Okay, well, see, I shouldn't make light of that. I apologize.
Well, no, it was in hindsight very funny.
Did you guys bowl in Kansas City last night?
Yes.
How'd you do?
Actually quite good. We were really drunk.
That helps your bowling game.
And, well, it did, I think. Well,
pretty good scores.
We did.
Well, do you remember?
I remember I came third and first. We played 2 games.
Well, averaging of like 4 strikes a
4 strikes a game.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't get any spares, but
No.
I got a lot of strikes.
Yeah. Which is better.
Legitimately one of the most frustrating games I think that you can play, because to me, I look at it and go, yeah, this is easy. I can do this. And then you start and you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
You either have it or you don't, I think.
Yeah.
You either have a terrible game and you get 20 points, or you're just nailing it and you don't know where it's come from.
Right. Well, we had, the last time we went, I took my kids a couple of weekends ago, and so we had one lane without the bumpers, one lane with the bumpers. So you take one game without, and then, when you need to feel good about yourself, you just hop over to the bumper lane, boop, 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 and then it knocks them all over. One of the things I noticed that you do on your Twitter, which I love, is you just, and I don't know if it's a ranking necessarily, but do you, when you're tweeting out songs, and like you number a song, like 265, and then you tweet, is that just a song that you're...
That's a song a day that I'm doing. It's also on my Instagram. I put the cover of it, and it's just a song that pops into my head and I listen to, and I think that's a good song from this band. But I don't ever double bands up, so it has to be one song, one band.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. So you're not going to repeat, like you had Wolf Alice, I think, last week.
Yeah.
With their new track. So you're not going to...
Can't go back to them. That's done now.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
That is challenging.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
There's a Spotify playlist with all of them on as well, if you want to.
Oh, I have.
You can see that.
Well, because I get excited when it's a song that I like. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, this is a good one. And most of the time, it's either something that I have or know, or and then now it's to the point where if I don't know it, then I'm like, oh, I got to find out what the heck he's talking about.
Exactly.
Talk about your tour mates here, Queens of the Stone Age. How long have you known them? And I've read that there's been some drinking that's happened between the bands, so I guess you guys get along okay.
Yeah, so we've known Schumann, the bass player, for probably the longest, because his other band, Mini Mansions, we toured together a lot. But yeah, this whole tour we've been...
Fast Eddie's Bon Air, Alton, Illinois. Hey, listen, if you're an employee, or let's say you're an employer and you want to take out, some employees to just have a good little business lunch, or maybe, something after work, Fast Eddie's Bon Air, perfect place. Open daily at 11 a.m. and now accepting credit cards. No need to bring cash. You can just bring your credit or debit card. And live music 7 days a week. You already know, if you've been there, I'm sure. You know about that one of a kind, just legendary experience. And the last time I was there, I wanted to experience something new off the menu because I had been sticking to my guns. I was a Big Elwood on a stick, the marinated tenderloin and peppers, and then the Cajun hot chick on a stick. But I went for the half pound, not quarter pound, half pound Fat Eddie burger last time, and it was incredible as well. Now, you know the rule. Got to be 21 and in the mood. Other than that, there really are no rules. It's such a good time, and if you haven't been, this is a perfect opportunity. Like I said, bring some coworkers, bring some employees, bring a group of friends, bring some family to that huge, heated, outdoor patio. Fast Eddie's Bon Air, Alton, Illinois, 367 North. You cross that Clark Bridge, hang a right and follow the signs. You are there. Legendary for 1,000 reasons. A destination for a good time. If you're 21 and in the mood, head over to Fast Eddie's Bon Air.
Hey, what's happening? This is Tracy Morgan. I'm a black dude. You're listening to my favorite white guy. It's the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz, you bitch.
All right, welcome back to the program. What?
It's my favorite. That's my favorite line drop of all of them is Tracy's. Anytime you play it, it makes me laugh.
That I'm his favorite white guy?
Yeah.
That's nice.
You bitch.
That's nice. Clownvis is here this morning.
What's up, y'all?
See him at the City Museum on Friday for a Valentine's Day love fest.
It's going to be a love fest, baby.
Speaking of love, and there was a big article with the headline, "Do not fully commit to someone until you know these 6 things about them." So would anybody like to throw out their guess as to what one of these things will be? Yes, Rafe.
I believe one of the 6 will be finances, financial situation. Debt.
How do they handle money was their number 4 thing.
Okay.
So again, these are do not fully commit to someone until you know these 6 things about them. How they handle money.
Yeah.
Like how much debt do they have? How are they trying to chip away at it? Are they good at sticking to a budget? Do they spend loads of money when they travel, but then get stingy when with their money when it comes to buying clothes? It's important to know that you have similar values about money and finances. Now, these are all things like if you're going to get into a very committed, like you're thinking about moving in with somebody, like these are very committed relationships. So how to handle money, yes, is on the list of these 6 things you should know about somebody before you fully commit.
Sexual preference and or do you have any STDs?
That did not make the list, but I would figure that may have been already taken care of.
Dude, you don't know. You don't know who's walking around with God only knows what going on the inside.
What about...
yes, Lern, yes, but we may have gotten that already out of the way.
You've already been with them.
We've already been with them. Like
so these people are having sex before moving in together.
They're sinners. I would say maybe their relationship with their family or their mother.
Yes. How do they treat their parents? Yes. Good one, Clownvis. And they write here, think of it as getting a sneak peek into their childhood. Seeing somebody have a good relationship with their parents and treating them with respect says a lot about core experiences they had growing up. Remember, if they had a bad relationship with their parents, it doesn't necessarily signal a red flag. Some have mothers who are self-involved, neglectful, or even abusive while they were growing up. Under those circumstances, a healthy distance from her would be understandable. It could even speak to their good character. But getting to know their relationship with their parents and family is an important thing to understand.
Yep.
Show me zodiac compatibility.
Zodiac compatibility, no. That did not make the list. I'm sorry. What is your fire sign? No.
What's your moon sign?
What about
What's your moon sign, and do you have HPV?
Those are Lern's first 2 questions.
What did sexual preference mean?
Are they gay?
Well,
Yeah, I was like, you would know that, right?
Are we open, or is that something that you want to, like...
Not like just what their kink is.
Well, that too. Like, what, all of it. Sexual preference. Like, is this us, are we, is this monogamy? Is there any chance of having a 3-way? Get it out.
I think that's the specific question.
Yes.
You asked.
Is a 3-way in the cards at some point?
Tell me.
On or off table, 3-way.
Although that is very important.
That's
Learn
the
to
7th
not
question.
make this list.
This list is trash.
Of the 6 things you should know about somebody before you fully commit. Moon, you had something?
Yeah, I would say, what are your life goals? Like, what do you want to achieve in life? And maybe that has to do with, like, do you want to be married? Do you want to have kids?
Okay, do you want kids? Yes, was one of the major things.
Right, yeah. Like what are you hoping for out of your life? What are the 3 big things?
The kids part they focused in on.
Okay,
you don't want one person expecting to start a family while the other has no interest in having children. But this conversation goes way beyond whether you both want kids in the first place and how many you want to have. You should get into the nitty-gritty of how you'd ideally like to raise them. How strict of an upbringing, public school, private school, what's the deal with junk food,
Show me, how low does your vehicle sit to the ground?
Okay, that's not...
Southern Illinois questions. These are Southern Illinois questions.
What about parallel
Do
parking?
you have a lift kit or are you a pussy?
No, Scott, no, not that. Anybody else want to throw out something else?
I guess.
Yeah.
Here's a wild card, but I think it could be important. Pets.
Yep, that was the one I was going to say.
Pets don't make it. Pets don't make
Some
it.
people, you move in, you find out,
Got a secret ferret.
or they're just like they're allergic to cats and you have them, or they don't like dogs and you want one. Like it's kind of the test kid, if you will.
Okay, here's one that you guys didn't say.
Snakes.
Where do they want to live?
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Like, if you have dreams of living in a rustic country cottage and your partner needs the hustle and bustle of a big city, you have to reach a middle ground somewhere. And it might be spending a couple years in one place, moving to another, or living in a woodsy suburb outside a city. Either way, you'll want to agree from the get-go or understand that you might have to compromise. So that's very important.
All right, so what do we have so far?
So we got, where do they want to live?
Boom.
Do you want to have kids?
Do you want to have kids?
Location.
How do you handle money?
Money.
How do they treat their parents?
So how do they treat other, like, waiters and social?
Yes. Are they rude to servers?
Wow.
That's on the top 6?
Yes.
I mean,
Or
that's a
taxi
good-
drivers or busboys or
That's the
bartenders.
popular one right now.
Notice how your
Yeah.
partner
Pretend we
treats
care about.
strangers, especially those providing him or her a service.
That's a trend.
Yeah, we pretend we care about that one, but no.
This is especially important if they've had a bad day.
No one
and-
does.
Well, they said it's very important if they've had a bad day and it's taken forever to get their meal, or their flight is delayed and an airline customer service rep can't do much to help. Somebody who could breathe through those difficult moments and remain considerate is somebody with a lot of inner resources to handle stress and the unexpected.
I'm just surprised that it's gotten to this long, the move-in part, before you're asking that.
Yeah.
That's like that'll get you bounced out of my life.
And the
in first
specificity
couple
is
dates.
ridiculous. It's are you a jackass? I mean, you know what I mean? Like this is just. I think the specific nature of this is just kind of because it's top of mind.
Well, because there was a study that found this concept is often called the waiter rule.
Yeah.
Or the service industry test. I mean, it's a thing. They're based on the idea that people tend to reveal their true character when interacting with individuals perceived as having lower power than them.
Yeah.
I went out on a few dates with a gal, and then like on 5th or 6th date, she's like, "Let me pay." It was like coffee, or I don't remember where we were at. And she's put 0 in the tip line. I was like, "You're not leaving the tip at all?" And she's like, "It's not my fault they chose this job."
Oh,
and I was like, "We will
part here,
concluding this relationship."
In
Right?
all
I mean,
merits.
that was just like the worst of the worst thing you could say about it. You know what I mean?
That's horrible. What a horrible thing to say.
And I was like, man, like 5th date, I thought it was cool that they offered to pay. I was like, all right, that's nice. You noticed that I've paid and you're being sweet. Like, I don't care about that. I'm happy to pay when we go out, but that was a bullet. Because if I'd have kept paying, I would have not known.
We went out to dinner on Saturday night, and it was a very nice place. It was 4 of us went, my wife and the 2 kids, and brought the bill. And it was an expensive birthday dinner, and they added the 20% to the bill. They don't tell you that. And some people are just throwing 20% on top of that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I looked at the bill and I went, ha!
It's not on there?
Oh, it says it. It says it.
Yeah. Very small.
But a lot of people don't.
Most people just go to the lines.
Most people go to the line and see the total and go, all right, I'll add the 20%. But I went, ha! Out loud, I went, ha!
Almost got me.
Check this out. Mills, they almost got me. Not this time.
Good eye, Rizz.
You leave a little extra something?
No, it was plenty. The 20% was plenty.
I like that.
Oh.
He said it's not my
And
fault
they
they
do
chose
put it-
this job.
They
Birthday
do
dinner.
put a point. She didn't get no cake. Nothing came out with a cake.
Didn't get a nicer
She
table?
didn't get the Applebee's experience where everybody came out and sang, okay?
No?
Nobody line danced like Texas Roadhouse?
No.
Yeah, so it's not a nice
Yeah.
place.
No, but
I
there
always
was
appreciated that.
There
at
was a
Texas Roadhouse,
spot,
by the way.
You know what? If they did all come out and sing,
Get down, turn around, go
additional
to town.
tip
Happy
would have been
birthday,
additional
Miss
tip.
Rizz.
Additional tip would have been.
Yeah, hell yeah,
warranted.
dude. You got to.
Yeah.
Because that's a miserable experience for them.
Oh yeah, that's combat pay.
Yeah, that's hazard. Yeah, dude. It is.
That is cool.
All right, there's one more
All right,
thing.
I think I got it.
Scott.
Do you actually like exercising and playing outside?
No, and I'm surprised you didn't say it, and I'm surprised Moon didn't say it.
Religion.
Yes. Are
Well,
they?
wouldn't you know that ahead
already?
No. That's not necessarily.
This isn't marriage. I thought he
Not
said
everybody
marriage.
goes
This is
to-
before you get to a serious relationship.
Not everybody goes out on
Sorry, I
first
thought we were
dates
getting-
to prayer circles.
Yeah. It changed it for me
You
too.
know
I
already.
said,
I would have said
You
that.
need to
a while
know
ago.
whether or not your partner supports your views on religion, and most importantly, what beliefs they would pass on to your kids. Like, you don't need to be the same religion. You know, love is love. It's 21st century, but you certainly should know if they're okay with having differing beliefs. If one of you would need to convert to make a lifelong commitment, this is a conversation you need to have. If their religious standing affects things like, let's say views on birth control.
Slaughtering goats.
Need to know about it.
Need to know about it.
Sure. Is that a deal breaker?
For some people, it would be.
Yeah. To me,
For you guys, was it?
like-mindedness, you know.
Like, do they have to be the exact same religion as you?
Clearly, not for
you.
me.
Yeah, you're in the tribe, brother.
We're the tribe, man.
Congratulations,
Let's go.
man. Open minds,
Let's
open
go.
doors. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Let's go. L'chaim. Come on, man.
Yeah. I just wonder, like, what percentage of the population that's a hard line. Like if I am
bet you-
Methodist, you got to be Methodist.
I'll
and
bet
if you're
you a very good. I'll bet you a very good percentage.
I would think so. I
More
wonder
than
if
you
that's
would even
changing
think.
or not. I really don't know, and I'm curious if it's like a hard line deal breaker for people, or if it's like, hey, as long as it's in the realm of the same, as long as we're in the ballpark, like you're not a practicing Satanist, and I'm a Catholic, like, if I'm a Catholic, you're a Methodist,
It's fine.
we're playing the same sport here,
Right, yeah.
It's like you're playing tackle, I'm playing flag football, but still football.
Listen, I'm a Satanist. I cannot. Yeah, what if I'm the Satanist in the situation? Come on.
I don't know. I wonder if there are any relationships out there where people just went with it. They're like, yeah, Sally's a Satanist, and I support, whatever.
It's really hot. I just went with it.
I love dark eyeliner. I'm a sucker for it, and a neck tattoo just does it for me.
I'm surprised politics wasn't on the list.
No.
Yeah.
Politics did not make the list.
Seems like a point of contention just as much as religion.
Yeah.
For many people.
For many people, yeah. And listen, this is a basic list.
Some people, it is their religion.
You could, you could add or subtract things from this, but this was the basics.
It's reasonable.
Yeah, everything's reasonably.
It's kind of wild that back in the old days, though, the politic thing, it didn't really matter to people. You may not even know what your spouse voted for.
Sure. People are more educated now on the things they care about. It's interesting. I mean, Tim and I, we aren't having kids, but we got married. I mean, we've been together 15 years, married for almost 11, and we didn't know if we were going to have kids or not. And we went to therapy for that just to kind of like work it out because I didn't know, he didn't know, and we were both kind of wishy-washy about it. So I don't know if that is something that could be a deal breaker for somebody for sure, and you can evolve into that and change your mind into your marriage. You can decide you want to have kids. I don't know if that's something that you need to know. I feel like a lot of people
Before you get
don't.
married?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't know if we wanted to have kids or not, and we came to the resolution that we did not. But we've always had like, we might adopt one day. Like that's always been open. That's always been in the back of our minds as something that we could do someday. So I want to say that for people that maybe if that's something that's a hard part for them.
It's a risk, too.
my parents got
That's
married.
Good on you.
My
A
parents
risk?
got married in their 20s. They didn't want kids. And all of a sudden, mid-30s, they changed their mind.
Yeah.
Well, and then they kind of.
It's a risk if you don't talk about it, or if you talk. Even if you talk about it, people do evolve into it sometimes.
People do change.
One
their
person
minds.
changes their minds and the other one doesn't. That can be a relationship ender.
Absolutely.
I think
Someone's like, "Hey,
it
I'm
is.
35. The clock is ticking. You in or you out? You're out. I got to go find somebody
Well,
who's in."
and yeah, you took the risk to not have that conversation. Well, with all that being said, Rafe,
Yes.
on relationships.
Yes.
Okay, so you found a
Insert
Reddit
cool theme music here.
You found a Reddit thread that
I did. I'm really interested in this. One, if it's happened to anyone in this room or a similar situation. Two, what would you do about it? It's another "Am I the a-hole?"
Okay.
that I found on Reddit. I'll read it to you guys, and then we'll chop it up. Here we go. Am I the a-hole for hitting on my girlfriend's friend after she insisted on not telling them that I'm her boyfriend? My girlfriend and I have been official for a few weeks now. She hasn't introduced me to her friend group yet, which I didn't think much of at first. We were all set to hang out, but before that, my girlfriend said to me Not to mention that we were together. I asked why, and she said because she wasn't ready for it. For that night, I was okay with it. Afterwards, I told my girlfriend that I felt like crap and that I wanted to be seen as her boyfriend, but she said not to worry, that she'll be ready soon. But the second time, she asked me not to mention it again. I was fully annoyed, but I agreed not to say anything. During the second hang with her friends, I overheard one of her friends ask her if there's anything going on between us. She said I was just a friend. I was hurt, to be honest. I knew that what I had agreed to, but it hurt to hear her say it. Later that night, one of her friends approached me and started hitting on me, thinking I was single, and asked me if I was into my girlfriend. I lied and said, no, we're just friends. That's the game we're playing. She spent the next 2 hours talking and lightly flirting. I didn't kiss her or anything crazy like that, but we did playfully flirt, and I playfully shoved her at one point. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, baby.
Everybody loves
Down the
that.
stairs.
I don't know what that means.
There you go.
Every chick loves being thrown down the stairs.
I wasn't planning some revenge on my girlfriend or anything like that, but it felt nice to have somebody flirt with me. My girlfriend was pissed. She said that I crossed a line with her friend. I told her we were just having fun and nothing happened. We got into a huge fight. I'm feeling confused. She's not speaking to me. Should I apologize?
No, why would she not tell you? Why would she not tell a friend you're dating?
Yeah, man.
Huge red flag.
Big red flags going on here. So I'm curious first, has anyone ever been in this situation where somebody was like reluctant to go public when you felt like it was that time? You ever had somebody be like, oh, you know, I don't want to put a label on it, when you're like, well, we've been together like 6 months, and
How about like you sack up and you go, I'm not playing this game.
Well, if somebody's asking you to play that game, just give me some details that make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. Tell me what your reasons are, and I'll play along. I understand maybe you got some weirdness with a friend or some trauma that they know about that I don't know. Just like let me in. If you're going to insist that I play this role, give me a good reason. That's all. And then I'll play the role, I guess. But I don't know, man. You put him in a weird position. That's weird, dude.
Yeah, I feel you on that, dude, because it's kind of like, well, why is this? Don't leave me to my own devices to speculate. To be like, is this because you've had a lot of relationships and your friends are dicks to you about it? Or is this like they know an ex of yours and you don't want it to get back to your ex?
Yeah, that's weird.
You know, like what is the reasoning?
I had one time, and this isn't quite the same, but I was young and I dated a girl, and she had told her friends that she was dating a blind guy, and we all went to Steak and Shake. She says, "Pretend you're blind." And I said, "Why?"
That is role playing.
I go,
Are you
"Why?"
serious?
I swear to God.
That's
And so she says,
you got to do that?
So I got to go to Steak and Shake and pretend I was blind. Just
get out of here.
And they were all very nice to me.
Knocking over the pepper bottle?
No, I just kind of stared off into the distance.
No, you stared. Be honest, you stared right at their boobs. You're just like, this is the one time.
I don't understand it. It didn't. The relationship.
Did you stick
didn't,
your hands out like you were trying to feel for things?
Could you get me to take a homicide?
I tried to just play it as real as I could. I don't know. I was going along with it.
Man has integrity.
Yeah, that is
He
wow.
didn't overact.
Did you ask for the Braille menu?
Tell me you got in the driver's seat on the
I
way
wish I
out.
remember more details. I just remember feeling.
Where were you?
I felt bad. It was Steak and Shake.
Steak and I just imagine somebody in a little bow tie.
Steak and Shake. Yeah. Just sitting in the middle, and there was like 6 of us there. I mean, there was like a few of us there, and I didn't really know why. But she had told her friends I was blind, and so I just went with it.
She didn't explain it to you?
No, not that I remember. No, not that I remember. I don't remember. No, I think we went the whole night like that, and
How
I
did
didn't
you keep it up? Like,
I mean, I didn't marry the girl. I don't know. We were young. It was.
Did she make you go to the movies as well?
Oh my God,
that was it. Just the Steak and Shake.
Around, you go, hey, did anybody see the Super Bowl? You go, I didn't.
I haven't thought about it till you bring this up.
What did she order for you?
I can't remember, man. Probably the double steak.
Well, I guess give me whatever. I can't see the menu.
Do you wear glasses, sunglasses, or did you go with like the?
I wore sunglasses, and I remember kind of telling myself, don't look at people when they talk to you, because it would seem like that would mean you know where they're at. So like when someone would talk, I would just stare into the distance.
Stevie Wonder it?
Yeah, it was Stevie Wonder. Yeah.
Did you take a harmonica out of your pocket?
Where are the fries, baby?
Okay.
Oh my God,
that's weird as hell, dude. I can't believe you didn't ask any follow-up. I love that you just rolled with it. Didn't ask any follow-up.
Yeah,
was like,
no.
all right, for tonight, Clownbus is blind.
I haven't thought about that in like 20 years, man. It was a long time ago.
If you are our listener and you are the woman who did this,
you know who you are.
please email Rafe at 1057thepoint.com
Please.
and tell me why you told your friends your boyfriend was blind, Did you think it was weird that the guy went with it and did not ask you any questions?
The motive.
And also,
And
like,
how was his performance?
you have to keep that up. So, like, she didn't think you guys would last very long because otherwise you just have to be blind now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you would have married her?
She fell in love with you. She's like, he got struck by lightning and got his sight back. It was the craziest thing.
I was going to ask you if you had run into.
Backstory?
I was going to ask you if you had run into any of those friends, but you wouldn't know it.
Yeah, I was blind. I was blind at the time.
But they probably seen you out. Dude.
Have you seen any of those people since?
There's a chance that those people that had dinner with you at Steak and Shake, are like, that guy came to Steak and Shake one time
Must
and
have
pretended to be blind because he is driving a car right now.
He's got a sighted twin brother.
But Clown always wears glasses, so
When you tell that story forever and ever that you ate dinner with a blind clown, it's like, this is amazing.
That's amazing.
What an incredible deal.
That's wild.
I don't want to ruin it for him.
Also, I love that you were a clown and she didn't lead with that. She was blind.
Yeah. I'm dating a blind guy.
They couldn't comment on your appearance. Like, well, he dresses himself. He has no idea. He may not even know he's a clown.
Don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it. Don't bring it up.
He thinks he's wearing a tuxedo right now.
Maybe that was the motive. Yeah.
And facial lotion.
That's good.
No, with this story, the Reddit story, you need to move on.
It's a red flag for sure, man. I've had, like, not quite that degree, but I've had girls kind of be where I felt like they were trying. There's usually an X in the picture. I've, like, dated girls where I could tell they were still kind of like, I was the new thing, but there was still an old thing they were hanging on to. And, like, as long as I wasn't getting emotionally invested, I didn't care. But then once I started being like, all right, I got to get out. But I couldn't imagine someone asking me to, like, pretend to just be a friend.
Yeah.
It's like, don't introduce me to your friend group.
Right.
Like, if you're not ready for that, cool.
But just not doing
Go
anything
hang with your friends, and I'll stay home.
I don't want to play games.
I know. Just be cut and dry about it. Like, people make things more difficult than they need to be.
Right, and then lying.
A lot of people in the thread are saying, and to answer the question, he was not the a-hole. Everybody feels the way we feel. And a lot of people are like, hey, bro, go for the girl that'll flirt with you in public.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
If she'll hold your hand in public and kiss you in public and treat you like that in public, you deserve to be treated cool. Like that girl was giving you the attention you wanted. Respect yourself and kick her to the curb. And maybe there's some truth to that.
Somebody is playing games on step one. This isn't just going to flatten out and turn into wife material.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't just, there's a one-time random red flag game player. No. Like, games out.
Get out of there.
Oh, you want to play games? Goodbye.
Simple as that.
Update on the story. She broke up with him over it. And he feels like it was a blessing after reading the Reddit
Good
thread.
for him.
He was like, this was a red flag, blessing in disguise.
Good for him. All right, listen, we got to take a break. We'll come back. Some emails. After the break, it is 9:07. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, high of 40. Right now it's 27 at the Point Studio.
It's Donnie Fandango for 105.7 The Point, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Dan Auerbach, the frontman of the Black Keys. And Dan, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with a single and a new record coming, but I wanted to bring up a couple of things first that you have done in the last year that I just loved. And two of the things specifically, the covers record that the Black Keys did, I just adored because it introduced me to a bunch of songs that I didn't know, and I loved that. And then also, too, I know you produced the Robert Finley record, and
Well, fellas, we keep hearing that February is the love month, so maybe you should take some time to set it to the side here for a little bit of love for yourself and go to Victory Men's Health and finally see what's going on with you and figure out what to do next in your life because they are an incredible teammate to have. And if you are feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, it's time to go to Victory Men's Health. And if you're feeling great, it's time to go to Victory Men's Health because they can see what's going on inside you and they can do all kinds of stuff to help you out. If you're trying to lose weight, they have products that will help you with that. If you have sexual issues, if you have ED, go to Victory Men's Health. There's not embarrassing. They're going to help you. They'll get you back on track and make your life incredible. And also, you could do preventive care. Go and check out their cardiologists they have down at their the South County location. and find out what's going on in your heart, and that way you can have a great future and not be worried that one day you're just going to keel over. You got some help there. So go to Victor Men's Health. They're the perfect teammate, and they will get you back on track. So take advantage of the Love Month. Love on yourself. Go to Victor Men's Health. Go to victormenshealth.com.
All right, backstage at our big, gigantic ho-ho show with Angels and Airwaves. Mr. Tom DeLong, how are you, man? It's great to see you.
I am good, and I just realized you have a kick-ass camera right there. This is like IMAX level shit you're doing.
We try not to mess around, Tom.
You don't fuck around. This is like real interview. This is like...
The bad part is, though, with that fancy camera, it really pinpoints the ugliness.
Boogers and like...
I mean, anything, man. Like crazy hairs, anything. It really blows it out of proportion.
You know what's funny about that? I was just walking down the stairs, and Alon, my drummer, goes, wait a second, I was like, one hair was longer, and he went up to my face, and we got it out. One hair, and you just mentioned hairs. Dude, that was kind of funny.
You know what the worst part? I don't know how old you are, Tom, but I think we're probably
22.
Pretty close. All right, well then we're not. I'm 43.
I'm 44.
All right.
You didn't believe me.
Well, no, I didn't.
Okay,
I knew
God.
we were in the ballpark. Yeah,
Okay, fair
no. What bothers me about getting older is how rapidly my ear hair grows.
I've noticed every once in a while, like there'll be like a random hair, and you're like, "What the fuck? Where did that shit come from?"
I just trimmed this yesterday, and now I can't hear because there's so much stuff going on.
Women think they have it bad because of like childbirth, but no, men have it really, really bad.
I don't
things like that.
Yeah. I don't know that that's the road we go down.
Yeah, no. Right now, there's women over there going, "We will kill you."
Right now. While you sleep. Real quickly, because I know we don't have a ton of time. Tom, when you first, way back in the day, when you first started talking about like the alien stuff, the UFO things, I thought, it's very good, and I'm going to be very honest with you, it's good everybody has a hobby. You know what I'm saying? But I did not necessarily firmly line up with you on a lot of those things.
Sure. Yeah.
Over the years, you have been proven incredibly right about a lot of things, and there's got to be a lot of people like me, and you have to know that. Is there any sense of like sort of vindication in that?
In all seriousness, vindication's not the word I would use. I've been briefed on things that are really scary, unnerving, and frankly, like, really hard to digest. And I knew that I would take all the arrows and bullets for a few years until all the guys I was working with from these various places, like the Department of Defense and the Central Intelligence Agency and so on, I knew that until they could come forward, I would be getting a lot of those rocks thrown at me, and they would think I was crazy or this or that. But the whole time I was like, people can do that, but they don't know what I know. They haven't been in the conversations and the briefings that I've been in.
Yeah.
And once they learn some of what I know, it's not all like gumballs and candy. It's like, this is a very difficult subject. This is a very difficult issue we have to work on.
Yeah.
That we have to understand. It's something the whole world needs to work and unite on together. But people keep coming to me, go, do you feel validation? And I go, no, it's, we have a lot of work we need to do with this. And right now there's a lot of people that don't understand it, a lot of people that don't want to understand it. My job is to communicate it for people to understand it better. And then the job of others that are a part of To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science, my company, is to make sure that for the first time since World War II, our elected leadership are briefed on these subjects. And then it can start to come out in such a way that countries will start coming together on it, because the reality is that we're so busy fighting each other on this planet, they're missing something that's dangerous and big. And I think there's a lot of good things that come from this as well, but we have to create those good things, which is, people coming together and working together on this subject. So it's a long-winded way, me thinking out loud here. It's not a I told you so thing.
Yeah.
It's too big and unnerving for that,
Well, I just felt more like a dick. Because the more I was like, Tom, come on. And then things would start to come out over time, and I'm like, you know what, this guy, he knows friggin' what he's talking about.
Exactly,
and I don't mean to take away from you. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot. Some guy comes out and talks about life in the universe, you're like, thanks, guy. I get it.
Right.
But I've been telling people for a couple of years, listen to what I'm saying. And then when I think, you know what I thought? If anything, I thought when people saw who was around me when we came out with To the Stars, I mean, these are very high-ranking officials.
Yeah.
They all have active security clearances, not just low-level ones like TSSCI, polygraph, like, special compartmentalized information kind of stuff. These are serious ham sandwiches. And the head of the United States UFO program works for me now. And he was the head guy for Secretary of Defense Mattis, and he also worked as the Director of National Intelligence, Clapper. Up until about 24 months ago, he was running this program. He works for me.
Right.
And people should listen to me when I talk about this stuff, and I if that was the only thing I wanted people to do was take notice of the package. Don't worry about me leading the charge. Just look at the package here and have an understanding of what's coming.
Well, you know what? I know I don't have a lot of time with you today, and I don't want to keep you because I don't want your tour manager to tackle me.
Yeah.
But we very much appreciate your time. We're playing Rebel Girl, and we love it. We look forward to hearing the record.
You guys have been so supportive, and thank you so much for having us come back. We had such a great show here last time, and even though there's a big snowstorm out there, we're so psyched to play. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate your conversation about the unidentified air.
Thick of the winter weather driving season, so it's absolutely essential your family vehicles are up to the task of maneuvering the tough and often treacherous snow and ice-covered roads. It's supposed to snow tonight a little bit, and then on Wednesday. Call or go online at go2dobbs.com today to schedule an appointment with their certified techs over there. Locations all over town. It's easy. It's convenient. You got to keep your vehicles in top running condition. And when you go to go2dobbs.com, take advantage of their Money Saver President's Day deals. Good all month long on major tire brands and expert auto service. These hot February deals are good at any Dobbs location. So now through the end of the month, you can get spectacular President's Day deals on new sets of 4 Select Goodyear tires, on new sets of 4 Select Cooper tires. Click on go2dobbs.com for complete details on Dobbs Money Saver President's Day tire deals. Go2dobbs.com.
Hey, this is TJ Miller from the Emoji Movie, the star of the Emoji Movie, and you're listening to the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz!
All right, welcome back to the program. All right, Moon, let's get to some of your emails. RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com.
All right, let's start with the entertainment reviews. Now, earlier when we were talking about Super Bowl stuff, Rafe said that they were watching the game. Tina came in, turned the lamp on. He got pissed because he was like, no!
Like a superstition thing.
Yeah, you're going to ruin it. This email says, good morning, gang. I was wondering if any of y'all have any rituals that you do or superstitions. During the NFL preseason, I found a 20-pack of Bud Light with red KC Chiefs cans. Every game after the first preseason game, I have drank one or wore all Chiefs gear during the game. The exception to this were the only 2 games the Chiefs just so happened to lose this year during regular season. My girlfriend and her friends thinks I'm absolutely crazy for this. I would love to know your thoughts. Do you have any rituals or superstitions? Team Rizz member 2024, Spencer.
She is correct. You are a lunatic.
Must have ran out of them beers.
Yeah, what happened last night, pal?
Well, at 20, I started doing the game count in my head. I go, all right, there's, 17 regular season, 19, 20, Super Bowl 20 or 21? 21 games? Get there? And they had a first-round bye.
Yeah, first-round bye, so...
They had to win twice. Man, he must have forgot to drink them beers.
Of all the times you forget, huh, pal?
Yeah, no kidding.
What happened?
I wear the same stuff I wore. Tina and I both are superstitious in that way. Like, we wear, like, the same stuff we wore when they won the year before. Like, I wear the same zip-up. I wear the same pants, socks. I try to, like, mimic... I don't do anything to interrupt the juju. I know it's insane and not real, but it's fun.
It's not. I have a pair of underwear that I wear every time I watch the Harlem Globetrotters, and I swear to God,
nice. Killing it, yeah.
They win every time you wear
I swear to God, my underwear is doing it for them.
Yeah.
Incredible.
He always orders something. He always gets a new sweatshirt, so he got his sweatshirt in and was wearing it for
money
the
well
game.
spent.
Yeah.
I will say I was wearing a black hoodie, and then I freaked out, and during halftime, I ran upstairs and put on the same sweater that I wore the year before.
That's
And
what
look
I
what
did.
happened. They started getting scores.
I know.
Sure.
It's my fault that I didn't wear it the whole game.
I think Neil deGrasse Tyson today tweeted out, curious that talented athletes frequently credit God when they win, but we rarely see them blame God when they lose.
Yeah. First and foremost,
You got him.
God, suck it.
Clever guy.
Can't believe you didn't help us win. Seems like God only favors the winners. It's interesting. Wars and athletic contests.
No, I don't believe in any of that stuff. I don't believe in superstitions.
I like to. Yeah, I think I think it's a fun part of sportsdom. Fandom is like getting a little bit into the. You get a lucky hat or a lucky pair of socks or something. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's part of the fandom.
I like to wear my wife's panties on my head.
That's cool.
What about during sporting games?
Win or lose, I just like that.
Right on. Happy
I don't
Valentine's
even watch
Day.
sports. That's just a statement.
That's just who I am.
This has nothing to do with contests.
Next.
Okay, buckle up.
All right, here we go.
If you were certain that your sibling committed a felony, framed somebody else for it, and that someone else who had no criminal history already served time for taking a plea deal, would you turn him in? Would you confront him? This crime was not violent, but it did have a victim. Your sibling has never faced any justice.
Okay.
And probably won't.
So felony, and somebody wrongfully accused has served time.
And you overheard your sibling admitting to the crime on the phone, which all adds up.
Oh, what kind of crime?
Nonviolent.
Nonviolent.
Nonviolent. He said nonviolent.
But
money
serving time
laundering.
after taking a plea deal.
And the other person's already out of jail now, or they're still in jail?
This person has already served their time. But
Yeah, why bring up the past?
Yeah,
right?
don't bring up the
Yeah.
past. The debt's been paid. Thank you, someone else, for doing that. Very grateful.
No need to talk about the past.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
that's
that's a
tough.
tough one.
Not only committed a felony, but framed the other person for it.
Oh,
Well, your brother or sibling is a trash human being. That's for sure.
But
No
we
doubt.
love him. We love him. I
You
mean,
might use it for a little blackmail or something for the brother there. I mean,
oh, for sure. Use it to your own
Christmas got
advantage.
better.
Yeah, but not. You know,
Christmas just got better.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna need some pretty nice Christmas gifts out of you.
$150 Target gift card this year,
Oh, that
Emily.
laundered money, right? That you're hiding. Learn. What do? You turn in your sibling?
Hell no, I'm protecting my sister at all costs. She knows that. I know that. No question.
No questions, huh?
She's my ride or die. She's my soulmate. I love her.
And she's a bank robber.
And honestly, I would try to. She knows me. I try to talk her out of it. I try to give her unsolicited advice all the time. And so hopefully I'd be in on knowing what was going on ahead of time and trying to get her to do the right thing. But no, I'd protect her.
Clonvis?
I think no, I would never turn in a family member. No.
What if they murdered somebody?
Well, I'm not a narc.
This is not. No, you can't change
Hell
it. This
yeah,
is This is non-violent.
That's what I like to hear.
My brother would say, "Hey, you know snitches get stitches in this house."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you're right, bro.
I had two brothers.
On God. That's how we talk.
Damn.
On God.
No cap.
No cap.
Bussin'.
This crime was busting.
Fire, bro.
Hey, bro. Bruh, cuz. On God. This crime was busting.
Go on, cuz.
So cool.
That's how we talk to each other. Are you
I'm
turning
not
on
a
your brother?
narc. I have one brother that it'd probably be the best thing for him, but it's really tough because the only part that's hard in this scenario is that person has to carry that felony forever.
Hopefully he's got a conscience.
There's an innocent person like that can't get jobs and is carrying a felony because they copped something he did, and that would be tough. I would encourage
He did and framed them.
and frame them for, yeah. I don't know.
Hopefully he's not a monster, and there's some semblance of guilt that
You'd think,
will
but
take
I
with him
mean,
for the rest of his life.
I wouldn't narc. I wouldn't love it though. It would change the way I felt about my
Me
brother.
too. That's the same way. Like I
It would
would
change the way I
love
viewed
it.
them.
Non-violent crime.
I cannot turn it on, brother.
Yeah, but say your brother like stole $2 million theft is a non-violent crime, right? With a felony. There's a certain amount of money that becomes a felony,
I
right?
can be. I'll tell him I can be bought off.
Yeah.
He knows.
He knows.
He's your brother.
I just hate that somebody else had to do time for it.
I know it's
Yeah.
horrible. Scott, you turn him in.
I would encourage him. I would say, hey, you need to do the right thing, but it's not. I don't think that would be on me to turn him in. But I would also work my buns off to become buddies with the governor or something, so that way I could get the other person.
There you go.
Pardoned.
Yeah,
I love
That's
it.
smart.
yeah.
Moon, are you turning your bro in?
No, I don't think that part is my business. But as a brother, I would be
Very disappointed.
I would be pushing real hard to like try to help him out as a human being. So,
You're like, dude,
like,
I hope you can live with yourself.
Right.
Because it's horrible. Send somebody up the river for something you did.
Yeah.
Shame.
And if you hit the lottery, you just send them a nice little check one day.
Well, and the blackmailing is for real because that's
The
a sibling.
blackmailing is for real,
The currency of siblinghood is blackmail.
Yeah.
Right. Once you got something, like my sister's got dirt on me, she knows, but I also got some dirt on her ass.
You know where the bodies are
I know
buried.
where the bodies.
who's
are.
got more dirt? Is it
I've-
equal?
No, Emily's been a good kid. All the stuff that I got into as a young kid. No, and Emily knows because I was stupid and tried to like
And she will
bond
keep
with her.
her mouth shut, right?
Yeah.
Shut your mouth, or
Oh,
we'll
you
shut
Shut
it
your mouth,
for you.
Emily.
You told her something, thinking you all would be like blood brothers,
Right.
and she'd share
And
something
she's
equal.
like, bitch, I'll get you. Yeah. I love her so much.
Thank you for your emails. All right, we'll take a break. We'll finish up with a quick sports report. It's 9:25. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you. One final look.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are still clear. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, high of 40. Right now it's 32 at the Point Studio.
Yeah, I don't like it when people call it Valentine's Day.
You love that.
Not a fan of that. Valentine's Day is it's Friday, and maybe you struck out for Christmas. Make an appointment at Mort's Royce Jewelry. That's a great gift. Like, put it in an envelope, like one trip up to Mort's Royce Jewelry.
Yeah.
And give that over on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, bring the giftee up with you to the showroom. Book an appointment. You got to, get buzzed in, 15th floor, private showroom. But this is your personal jeweler. Mort's Royce Jewelry is our personal jeweler. And that is such a different experience than going into some mall place or something and let's say maybe you had a bad experience and you need to go in and talk to somebody. The person that sold you whatever they sold you is probably not even working there. I mean, it's so not personal. When you go to Mort's Royce, it is literally a personal jeweler that's looking out to make sure that you have confidence in what you're buying, that you know that you're going to give a gift of a lifetime.
You're sitting
here.
across from the owner. You're sitting across the desk from one of the owners. I mean, it doesn't get more personal than that. Unless he comes to your house, which maybe if you ask, he'll do that. But you don't need to. His office is very nice. Very nice offices out there. 15th floor, the big tall office building right across the street from the gallery. It's Mort's Royce Jewelry, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show. NinjaBling.com, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
Backstage at Point Fest, and I'm completely honored to be joined by Ed from Live. This is one of my childhood dreams, to always talk to you every time you're in town.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Been following you. I was telling you, tour manager, I've been following you guys since, and I'm sorry if nobody out there cares, but I'm going to walk down memory lane with you. MTV 120-minute tour, Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Shrine Mosque, I think is what it was.
I think so. It was our first tour.
That was your first tour?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you guys were like, talk about just being with the guys you grew up with. You guys were like 12 at the time or something.
Yeah, we started the band when we were 13, coming out of 8th grade into high school. And that tour you mentioned, that was 1992. So that was our first road experience with Public Image Limited and Big Audio Dynamite and Blind Melon.
Yeah, that was amazing, and that's one of those. That's like obviously the first time I saw you, but even more creepy. I have a Public Affection CD.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. There aren't too many of those around.
Is there no restraining order just yet on that?
No. Somebody did try. Somebody tried to they put it up on one of the streaming sites as like public affection. I'm like, hey, that's our band.
Wait
You
a minute,
can't-
hold
no,
on a
wait
second.
Wait a minute, you can't do that.
You got enough of that stuff going on all
That's
the
cool.
time anyway, with so many records out and everything, and now new music, and you guys are here in St. Louis. Talk about touring again and still doing it after, what, 25 years of Throwing Copper, one of my all-time faves. It's still fun for you, right?
It's so much fun. We're just kicking this year off. We've been back now. We took a long break there and break/breakup.
Right.
And it's been, this is the third year we've been out. You know, the first year we did a bunch of festivals. Last year we did a great tour with Counting Crows.
Yep, been here. I
Good
was
buddies. And then, we're kicking off this year right now. This is really the first couple shows we've done this year. And then we're out with Bush and Our Lady Peace starting June 6th.
That's going to be an amazing tour as well, and I can't wait to see that. I'm going to go somewhere and see that. Talk about the difference now as opposed to 20, 25, even 30 years ago touring. Like, what's the same now and what is different now?
Well, we're older.
Right, yeah.
Are we? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And so, I think the pace is less crazy, by design, just because we all have kids. I think there's like 13 kids between the four of us.
Yeah.
So it's
a lot of love there, though.
And then they're all
love.
graduating from, a bunch of them are graduating from high school and all this kind of stuff. So we're, we pace it out. Of course, summer's really busy, but I would say that's the biggest difference. Like, we don't, like, when in the early 90s, mid 90s, I mean, it was nothing for us to be out 9 months of a year.
Sure, yeah.
And going to Europe from here or there, and so that slowed down a little bit. But it's funny because when we came back in 2016, 17, the demand for the band was so huge that we were like, it felt like we were just right back to playing, on these big festival stages. And I mean, a lot of these venues we're familiar with. The names have changed, but here we are. And so that's been amazing to see the fan response and just the response overall to the band and how important it still is to so many people. It's awesome.
Well, the fact that you guys had been together for so long, was it really easy to pick it right back up? Was it just, boom,
It pretty much was. I mean, we did our first show back. We hadn't played together 6 or 7 years, and that was a little nerve-wracking, like the first one back. But it was really fun. But we were all kind of out of it. We were all just like, are we really doing this?
Yeah.
But that didn't last. I mean, within a few shows, we were like just riding a bike. We have such a great chemistry, and our friendship, I think, is a lot stronger now than even it was back then.
Well, you know what? I just saw it for everybody who wasn't here. I just saw it in the meet and greet. You guys stood, talked, shook hands, took pictures and everything. I can tell, and I'm one of those guys that loves bands because they love their fans, and I can tell it's genuine with you guys.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
It's a very, very special thing because they're the reason why you guys are still doing this.
You ain't kidding. Yeah, that's the reason, and that's one of the things I think about our band that has served us really well is that we've been like that since the beginning. Like, it's all about that relationship with the fans. It's all about getting up on stage and playing it like it's the last one you're ever going to play every night, and just leaving it all up there so that people really get, hopefully, an experience they take with them.
Absolutely.
That's the goal. And if we don't get there, we really beat ourselves up. We're really focused on the show and making sure it's as good as we can make it.
That's one of the things that I've always loved about you guys. You leave everything on the stage. Hopefully you guys are here seeing them and then watching this later. Ed from Live, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Look, here we are, a Tuesday in St. Louis, Missouri, and I am joined by Luke from the Struts. Luke, how are you, man? Thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. How's it going?
I'm doing really good. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be back in your presence again.
Well, we have long...
Home loan mortgages can be complicated, but Together Credit Union is here for you throughout the entire process. They are the hometown home loan provider. As your hometown home loan provider, Together Credit Union has home loan solutions for every buyer. So if you're looking for fixed rate, adjustable rate, conventional, home equity, jumbo loans, they have it all. Whether you're buying your first home, downsizing, sizing up, or maybe you need a second mortgage, Together Credit Union is there for you. They got specialty loans like FHA, union member mortgages, community contribute mortgages. If I'm not making myself clear,
they got you handled. Together Credit Union understands that mortgage loans can be complicated, so their team is there to help you help guide you through the entire process, and they will make it easy. It's all handled in-house here in St. Louis. I've gone through it with Together Credit Union, and it was amazing. My experience was incredible. Their lending team handles underwriting, servicing, and everything in between locally, right here. So remember, Together Credit Union is your hometown home loan provider. Check out the rates at any of the 14 area locations. Together Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA, or just go to the website, togethercu.org.
Hey, it's Lux, and I'm backstage at Point Fest with the Glorious Sons. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
This is your...
All right, Moon, we got a minute or two. Let's do sports. What do you got?
Well, if we only got a minute or two, then we'll say this. The Eagles' defense dominated the Chiefs, crushing their hopes for a Super Bowl three-peat with a 40-22 victory. Hurts threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for another. Mahomes was sacked 6 times without blitzing even. So
Could have been worse.
I'm not sure.
That was pretty bad.
Now, listen, Saquon Barkley, despite a modest 57 yards, did break Terrell Davis's single-season rushing record. Taylor Swift was booed. Travis Kelce was invisible, but... he had 3 catches, and that surpasses Pro Football Hall of Fame wide receiver Jerry Rice for the most catches in Super Bowl history. So at least he goes home with that sour look on his face and a new record.
Good for him.
Let's see. Other history was made as well. Jake Elliott, officially the most accurate kicker in Super Bowl history. The Eagles kicker drilled a 48-yard field goal during the second quarter of the blowout win. And that's a big number for Elliott because it moves him past Ray Wersching for the Super Bowl record of most field goal attempts without a miss.
What about Ray Finkel?
No, Ray Finkel, no. Finkel's the mayor. Finkel and Einhorn. Let's see. Barkley set a new record for most yards combined in regular season and postseason. So a lot of records happened. And beyond that, let's see. Robert Thomas scored the game-tying goal in the third period to force overtime after a game in which the Blues and the Blackhawks kept giving up third-period leads. Faxa scored his first career shutout goal in a 10th round of the shootout that followed, lifting the Blues to a win in their final game before the break for the Four Nations face-off after that 6-5 shootout. I'm Moon, and that's your sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up.
Hey, it's Lux, and I'm backstage at Point Fest with the Glorious Sons. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
This is your second Point Fest in a row.
Yep.
Not only were you invited once, but you've been invited back again. How has this day shaped up compared to last year?
It was a nice day.
Nice
Good
day?
crowd,
Great crowd
Great
today.
crowd, yeah.
Good crowd, great crowd.
I needed that show today.
Did you?
Yep.
Where
I
were you
didn't.
guys?
Brett
I
didn't,
got to
but
just
I
stay
did.
on.
MoonLovesWoods.com. MoonLovesWoods.com. That's the website. There is a special offer waiting for you right now from Woods Basement Systems, the all things basement-y experts, because they helped me not only with basement stuff, and a couple of my friends actually that were working on their houses with their basement issues, like basement waterproofing, foundation repair, crawl space repair, mold prevention, egress windows. But they helped me with my front porch as well. I had a big old slab of concrete that was sinking. They raised driveways. They've raised a highway slab. And if they can do that, they can help you fix your settling driveway or front porch slab or maybe your back porch or any of that kind of stuff. They do it all. And let me tell you, you probably already know this as a homeowner, but these kind of problems, they don't get better with time. You don't want to wait any longer. They don't get better with time. They get better with Woods because the problem's going to be fixed forever. Prevent further damage. Get it handled the right way. My house was getting like Band-Aids put on it before I owned it. They just kept, calling people in every two years or so and pumping this thing up. It's just causing more and more damage. That's why I called Woods. Woods Basement Systems fixed it for good with peers. All right? It made a huge difference. And spring is about to be here. That means rain and wet-soaked ground around your house. Get all that stuff handled now. Woods Basement Systems, the all things basement-y experts. Get that incredible offer over at moonloveswoods.com.
All right, so here we are backstage, way back Point Fest, and we are absolutely thrilled. Myself, Mr. Jeff Burton.
Thank you. It's thrilling to be here with you. Oh, you're talking about them.
Right. Noodles and Peanut, gentlemen, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming back.
You guys get along like me and Noodles get along.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Sure. I mean, like, we have known each other for a long time.
Yeah,
like,
kind of the same, right?
There are, I mean, he was at my bachelor party, for goodness sake, so you know what I mean?
Oh, nice. No stories, no backstories?
There's
Okay,
a lot.
so how much tape you got in the thing? With the thing there. How much?
And it's really similar because me and Noodles should have known each other for a really long time.
We should have.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Kindred spirits. As soon as we get together, we really do just.
Yeah, we click really nice.
Well, how long have you guys known each other, though?
10 years now, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, that's
Well,
when we
from touring.
did the first tour. Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't really start hanging out until we started doing press together on this
one.
run.
That's
yeah.
when we solidified our bond.
Well, we recognized genius and humor.
That's right.
Yeah. Shared like,
yes,
he's one of me.
Exactly.
So you guys are hanging out socially then, outside of
Because we're
this
not.
stuff?
We're not
yeah, no.
Yeah. And same in the band. We're burning each other out.
Yeah.
Can't wait to not see those guys for a while. But this is perfect. This is the perfect relationship. We see each other for press. We see each other on stage.
Yep.
We put food on each other's table.
There we go.
Yep. And we like flat black glasses.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know, every friendship has to have a base. You
Right,
know what I mean?
And a border.
Right.
Have boundaries.
And a
as
safe,
well.
a safe
Totally.
word.
How long did it? How long did it take for this to come together? You know what I mean? Like, did it just?
tour?
Yeah. I mean, because it seems like thick as thieves at this point.
Yeah, well, we did it, like I said, what was it, 9-10 years ago? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem
even
like it was that long.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
It's
well,
longer than we thought it was.
Yeah.
But you know, it had been too long. We know that these, even though we're two very different sounding bands, we still kind of pull the same crowd in. The crowd loves both bands, which is great. Then we added Gym Class Heroes. They're different than either of us, and the crowd's showing up early and loving them too. It's been amazing.
At this point, is it
This show, though, of course, is like going back to. We've been doing this show for 20 years. It's great. I mean, we know all these guys.
Well, you know what? And since you're going down that road, I'm going to go down that road. First time I interviewed you guys was in your tour bus on the back of the road of the street behind the Other World. I don't know if you remember that, but you're.
There's one thing that I can count on, and that's Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Since I've come to St. Louis in 2003, Hot Shots has been a staple. They've been around now for 35 years. 35 years of all the games all the time. That's Hot Shots. Like a big warm hug.
Yeah, dude. They've been around since the Berlin Wall came down, and that's why February they're focusing big time on Customer Appreciation Month. To celebrate 35 years, Hot Shots in 2025 and all February long, Hot Shots has new daily featured menu items every day this month for $8 or $9. Depends on the day, and the items change daily. So, and you can also score great deals on Bud Light and Bud Family Pints for only $3 all month long with the signature Hot Shots Root Beer Barrel Shot for $2. You can't get a drink for $2 anywhere on the planet anymore. That's all month long at Hot Shots. It's been a proud home of sports and sports fans since 1990 in the St. Louis area.
Yeah, but wherever you are in the St. Louis area, there's got to be a Hot Shots nearby, including the newest location on Lindbergh. HotShotsNet.com, HotShotsNet.com.
Oh, hey, just sitting here checking out all my awards. You know, there are many ways to reach us in the Point Studio. You could call us, you could social media us, I think you could even fax us. But there's a new way. It's called Mic Drop. Yes, download the Point app, click the Mic Drop feature, talk into your phone, and your message goes right to us. Look, I just got one from Jeff Burton.
Hey, Rizz, great show today. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I f***ing read this stupid f***ing thing that head told me to read.
That's right, the new Mic Drop feature. Download the Point app.
Is this thing f***ing recording still?
What an absolute honor. This is first Ho-Ho show of 2017. Headliner tonight, Rise Against Tim McElrath from Rise Against. Absolute pleasure to meet you, man.
Good to be here, yeah.
So, okay, a couple of things that I wanted to ask you about, but I think I'm going to kind of start on the serious side of things, if that's all right with you.
Let's do it.
It is an unbelievable time in our country politically. Some people would maybe not say that it's a sad time politically, but I think that it's one of the lowest points that I can ever remember.
Yeah.
As somebody that is keeping track of what's going on in the world, like I know you guys do, sometimes myself I get so frustrated with just the daily, just punch in the face of it all, that I kind of want to back away from it. How do you consume the news that's out there, and do you ever get that feeling like when you're reading like Twitter or Facebook or something like, God, I feel like I got punched in the face just trying to get through the news of the day?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's so overwhelming, and you're like, we live in such a tumultuous time right now, especially in American history. And for a band like us who've been plugging away just for like 18 years and singing about the ills of society and singing about things where places where we find injustice, we want to like, put water where the fire is. That's kind of what we do. And so to have all these ideas that we thought made such progress on, I feel like racism and sexism and homophobia and xenophobia, and I feel like all that stuff kind of has come to rear its ugly head back again. And in this administration has such a permissive culture around all those ideas, which is sad. It lets you know and it reminds you that the monsters of racism and sexism don't ever really go away. Oh. We put them behind bars, but they find their way out. If we don't constantly maintain that visibility on those issues. And so it's interesting, as a band that's been trying to rile people up for 18 years, I'm excited to see people riled up.
Sure.
I don't care that if it wasn't Rise Against to do it. I don't care what did it.
Right.
And certainly this election did it. So I get to see a lot of people who have opened their eyes, a lot of people who have traditionally buried their head in the sand, who have now come out and said, I gotta be more engaged, I have to speak up when I hear something that's wrong. I see what happens now when good people stay silent, And so we've been a band through 4 different presidential administrations, so we also realize that a lot of the problems with this administration, are just symptoms of a bigger disease. There's an ideology that fuels administrations like this one, and the ideology is something that we like to attack. It's more effective to treat the disease than just to be constantly treating the symptoms.
Now I'm 41, and when the undercurrent, this is kind of a crazy, like when the undercurrent of racism started to sort of peak back up kind of and became sort of acceptable in the last couple of years, or what, not acceptable, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, did it at all shock you? It shocked me because I thought I was like, this is still happening? Like we're really going backwards. So it really still took me a while to go like, it's really like this now, huh?
Right. And to have, I think that, I think all of us are aware enough to know that racism never really went away. It certainly has existed. And then there are parts of the country that keep it kind of politely under their hat, Yeah. And all of a sudden, this kind of brazen attitude towards it where it was this kind of unashamed, unapologetic.
If you feel like you're running on empty, Mentality Health is going to help you out. Now, why are you not feeling like yourself? Because you may have low T. Low energy, low motivation, you're tired all the time, you gained weight, you lost muscle, you're feeling anxious, you're moody, you're irritable. These are all symptoms and signs of you having low testosterone. Well, Mentality is a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping guys feel and perform at their very best. They offer FDA-approved testosterone therapy combined with semaglutide to target fat while maintaining muscle. Your energy will come roaring back. Your belly fat will burn off. You feel like yourself again, confident, driven, ready to take on life. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe. Treatments are designed to fit your life, even with a busy schedule. So be the dad who can keep up with the kids. Be the husband your spouse knows you could be. This year, stop settling for a fraction of your potential. Mentality is here for you. MentalityHealth.com/radio. MentalityHealth.com/radio.
All right, so here we are backstage, way back Point Fest, and we are absolutely thrilled. Myself, Mr. Jeff Burton.
Thank you. It's thrilling to be here with you. Oh, you're talking about them.
Right. Noodles and Peanut, gentlemen, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming back.
You guys get along like me and Noodles get along.
Yeah,
I can see that. Sure.
It's pretty. I mean, like, we have known each other for a long time.
Yeah,
like,
kind of the same, right?
There are. I mean, he was at my bachelor party, for goodness sake. So you know what I mean?
Oh, nice. No stories. Okay. No backstories.
There's a lot.
So how much tape you got in the thing? With the thing there. How much?
And it's really similar because me and Noodles should have known each other for a really long time.
We should have.
Yeah.
We're
That's exactly the same.
Kindred spirits. As soon as we get together, we really do just
we click really nice.
Well, how long have you guys known each other, though?
10 years now, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, that's when
from
we
touring.
did the first tour.
Yeah, but we didn't really start hanging out until we started doing press together on this
one.
run.
That's
yeah.
when we solidified our bond.
Well, we recognized genius and humor.
That's right. Yes.
He's one of me.
Exactly.
So you guys are hanging out socially then, outside of
Because
of
we're
this
not.
stuff?
We're not at all.
Yeah. And same in the band. We're burning each other out.
Yeah.
Can't wait to not see those guys for a while. But this is perfect. This is the perfect relationship. We see each other for press. We see each other on stage.
Yep.
We put food on each other's table.
There we go.
Yep, and we like flat black glasses.
There you go. Yes, absolutely.
Well, you know, every friendship has to have a base. You know what I mean?
And a border.
Right.
Have boundaries.
And a safe word.
How long did it? How long did it take for this to come together? You know what I mean? Like, did it just?
tour?
Yeah. I mean, because it seems like thick as thieves at this point.
Yeah, well, we did it, like I said, what was it, 9-10 years ago? I can't even remember.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem
even
like it was that long.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
It's
well,
longer than we thought it was.
Yeah.
But you know, it had been too long. We know that these, even though we're two very different sounding bands, we still kind of pull the same crowd in. The crowd loves both bands, which is great. Then we added Gym Class Heroes. They're different than either of us, and the crowd's showing up early and loving them too. It's been amazing.
At this point, is it
This show though? Of course, is like going back to. We've been doing this show for 20 years. It's
Yeah.
great. I mean, we know all these guys.
Well, you know what? And since you're going down that road, I'm going to go down that road. First time I interviewed you guys was in your tour bus on the back of the road of the street behind the Other World. I don't know if you remember that, but your drummer at the time sitting over there playing video games like this, and I'm just sitting there going, "Oh my God! I just got into radio about 6 years ago, and I'm already interviewing a guy named Noodles. I can just retire."
Perfect.
Yeah,
It was the best. Yeah, it was, and with you. People out there talking about, I saw them here, I saw them there. Springfield, Missouri, a tent like this in like 92 or some crap like that.
Yeah,
you guys were
93.
even killing it then.
Yeah, I think they were like introducing Zima. I think
Yes,
one of those shows there was
Right
buckets and buckets of Zima.
You know,
and people are like, "What is this stuff that I keep drinking over and over?"
You know who drank that religiously was Fletcher from Pennywise, of all people.
He kept him afloat.
Yeah, totally.
For a while.
For a long time. Yeah.
For a while, right?
And that's not ironic. He like legitimately liked Zima, huh?
He did.
Yes.
He did.
I don't know if he does things ironically. He's too big to do things ironically. It goes straight into terrifying.
Yeah.
How did the Super Troopers video come together with you guys and this tour? That was a really neat thing that just sort of came out of nowhere.
Well, we were just like it showed in the video. We were driving around. And we got pulled over. What do you want?
All right. I see. Not more to that than that.
Yeah.
So with this run that you guys have done so far with Gym Class Heroes, one of the things, and you were talking about it a bit, Noodles, is you're getting different styles on the tour. I like that, and it seems like I don't want to say that we've like regressed a bit, but it seems like now you're not getting those diverse tours that you were at one point or the other, because it seems like in the early to mid '90s you were definitely going to see three bands, and they would all three be different. Sure. It seems like they were kind of trying to mix it up for everybody.
Yeah.
That, as I'm saying, it ends up being more a statement than a question.
I've killed so many brain cells over the last 20 years. I'm trying to remember how it was when we would go out on tour back then. Some of the bands we toured with, definitely kind of came from the same kind of rock and punk rock background. So it's nice, these guys. You definitely have some roots in punk rock, but you guys are doing music that's also very groovy and a lot of
We're groovy. Noodle says we're groovy.
Groovy, yeah. Groovy, yeah. Capital G groovy.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys were your own festival at some point. I mean, you had to be selling 50,000 records a week here and there, probably for a stretch.
Yeah.
But it's just the way that you guys clicked, and the way that the shows how big everything was when momentum was full swing and just energy was coming towards you. It's just incredible.
Likewise.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. In the 90s, we're really open-minded. You can tell by that lineup and those old shows as we try to fail to reminisce. It was really open in the time.
We were talking with the guys from the Toadies earlier about how when you've been doing this as long as, well, really the four of us have been doing this, do you just see out in the crowd?
Home. Well, good for you. Now you're going to stop renting. You're going to buy this house and you're going to build some equity. So what's your first step? Call the realtor? No. You call Kevin Putney first. Kevin Putney at the 123 Mortgage Team, 314-862-0123. Kevin is local. He'll meet with you wherever, whenever, and he is the expert when it comes to putting together the loan that fits your needs. Everybody's going to be different. A loan is like a fingerprint. So if you're looking to buy a house, call Kevin. If you're looking to refinance, lower your monthly payment, shorten your loan term, do that. Or maybe you're looking to do a home improvement project. Access your home's equity for renovations or major expenses and have your money within 5 days. And maybe now's not the right time to refinance or buy a new home. Kevin will track rate changes to help you act at the optimal time. He makes it easy and simple, as easy as 1, 2, 3. 314-862-0123, 314-862-0123, online at 123mortgage.com. It's Kevin Punt, equal housing opportunity, all loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
Well, gentlemen, we will see you in St. Louis on Sunday. We are so excited to have Point Fest back and to have you guys be a part of it. But I want to kind of talk about this from a couple of different angles, all right? First and foremost, the crew that you have working with you in the Seether camp, I'm sure is scaled down because of, the craziness that is the pandemic. But can you talk about, like, sort of what the crew is doing now, added responsibility that they weren't doing before to keep you guys safe for all these shows, just so you can play them?
Go ahead, Johnny.
Actually, for us, our little world, obviously, venues will have different rules, mask mandates backstage. Our crew, we still have a full crew. We have our regular setup, our techs and front of house. So it's such a healthy thing and a great thing to be playing shows again, man. This time last year, we never, we didn't know what was going to happen. And here we are doing shows again. And the first one was almost like a spiritual experience. It was a show in Ohio. And it was just so great to be on stage, playing music, being a band and doing what we do, man. I missed it so much. So
yeah,
it's a great thing.
I've talked to a couple of folks, like myself, that are in the industry, and we're very lucky to be able to go to a lot of shows, but sometimes, unfortunately, in the job, sometimes there's burnout that creeps in, even for going to concerts. And I guess it was a couple of months into the pandemic, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this without more live music, because it had been the longest that I'd been since I was like 15, since I had been to a show. And when I finally got back to a show, oh God, that, like just everything about it. I had a beer in the hand. It was loud. There was thousands. It was just so great. But I would assume a pretty almost emotional experience for you guys getting back after it.
Oh, it's totally emotional. Like Johnny was saying, the first show back, it was truly to see everyone's faces, stuff like that. It had been what, Johnny, because we took a little time off even beforehand to do a record. Yeah. So for us, it was this long break.
2018.
Yeah. So it was like, but there again, for us also, we have families. We've been touring for our whole lives, 200-300 days out of the year. So for us to get to know our families, my wife, my daughter, the same with Johnny and his wife and boys, Sean, and it was that part of it was the best, because you built back that relationship that, hey, Daddy is here for and I'm here as a husband for a long time. But then they were ready for us to get back out, they're like, okay, so let's be honest with it a little bit. And, it's like, okay, it's time to, pandemic's kind of, coming to an end, So, but when we first got back, the first time we got back together as a band probably was Bruised and Bloodied after the record to shoot the video. And for us four to get in the room together, it was incredible.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Patricia's. It's where fun and fantasy meet. It's that time of year again. It's wedding season, so that means bachelorette parties. Ladies, if you're in charge of planning the bachelorette party, or you're in charge of, getting all the gift bag stuff, you go to Patricia's, of course. That's where you get the candy, the naughty dice, the corsets, and so much more. And if you have any questions, can't find something, feel free to ask any employee there. They're not going to judge you. Trust me, they've heard it all. Patricia's is where you go for the lotions, the lubes, the vibrating toys, the sexy costumes, the sexy lingerie. If you've been to the East Side and you see what those girls on stage are wearing, those stiletto heels, you get them at Patricia's. Things for the novice, things for the expert, and everything in between. And you have 3 very convenient Patricia's locations. St. Peter's at the Cave Springs exit, on Page, 3 miles east of the Westport Plaza, and at the corner of Grand and Gravois. For all your fun and adult toys, it's Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
So here we
All right, that is it for us. Thank you all for tuning in. Clownvis, great seeing you.
Great.
What a great Monday.
It feels good to be with friends on a cold Monday. It feels nice and warm in here with you guys. I love you guys.
All right, Clownvis at City Museum Friday.
Yes.
Give all the details.
Yeah, Friday night. You can find the details at citymuseum.org. I'll be singing a special set of love songs, a lot of other things to do if you want to take your lover there. And check out clownvistotherescue.com for anything else you need.
Love you, Clownvis. There he is. I've missed anything on the show, you got the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast, which is brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Today's podcast is titled
Ate Dinner with a Blind Clown.
Nice. All right, Moon, what else?
May 3rd at the pageant. Can you feel the punk tonight? Tickets are on sale now. There's that family 4-pack for the matinee show, but those don't last more than a few days. So get on that now. 3 p.m. matinee show and an 8 p.m. show May 3rd at the pageant. Get your tickets to Can You Feel the Punk Tonight at thepageant.com.
All right, Lern.
Come on out this Saturday, Sky Music Lounge in Ballwin. I'm going to be playing from 9 to midnight with my band Lane Narrows. There's a cover, I believe it's $5, and we're going to play some love songs as well.
All right, Rafe.
Yeah, go get tickets to Punk Rock Disney. Go see Lane Narrows. Go see Clownvis. I got nothing else. Moving on.
Scott.
Well, make sure to follow me at 3Pete Chiefs. That's my new handle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, pretty excited about that.
Cut his mic.
If you could go to
3Pete Chiefs at AOL.com.
That's right. But go to 1057thepoint.com/breakingbands, and you can submit your band to be on a show with Clownvis tonight. It's going to be awesome.
Baby.
All right. All right, with that, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Remember the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from Waterloo, Illinois. Caitlin Himes is our Team Rizz Remember the Day. Caitlin wants to hear this song. Here it is. And we will